You could ask her in the show. Hey.
Coming at you live from the Collab in Uptown Whittier, this is Dodgers Nation coverage of the 2018 All-Star Game.
At least until we get shut down.
Until we get shut down. My name is Kevin. With me, as always, is FRG. And to my left over here, we have ESPN executive producer Greg Bergman.
What's happening, guys? Happy to be here.
No, he's not from me. That is Berg Gregman.
Oh, Berg Gregman. I'm sorry.
It's close.
Close.
We were close.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he says anything wrong, he's a different guy. For sure.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
I'll be fired, and that would be really bad for me.
So essentially what's going to happen here is we're going to go ahead and give an alternate broadcast so you guys don't have to listen to Joe Buck and John Smoltz and their awfulness. We're going to go ahead and give you the play-by-play, give you some great commentary. Hopefully we'll have a guy down on the field/couch at some point.
Yeah.
And this should be a lot of fun.
All the way over there.
All the way over there.
And hold on. You say Joe Buck and John Smoltz awfulness.
Yes.
What is the problem with Joe Buck? Like, what? He does not hate your team. Let's just get through this before.
No. He doesn't hate my team, and that's fine, even though he does love the Cardinals. My issue with him,
and his dad was,
it was Jack Buck, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Which makes him a Cardinal homer for life.
Absolutely. My issue with Joe Buck, and this is going to be long-winded and kind of multifaceted, but
we're here for a short amount of time, so
he's terrible. And there's elements of
analysis. That would be a hashtag analysis. Disregard
that would absolutely be hashtag analysis.
Okay, what is it about this so terrible about Joe Buck? Because I think he's actually really good. He's got the right voice for it. He calls the game even, as much as people don't think it's even. It's very evenly called always, in my opinion.
Unless Javi Baez is there.
Oh, okay.
We're not going Steiner right now.
Because
by the way, I think there would be a home run right now, and you get the score every third inning.
Yes. Yeah.
My favorite favorite Steiner thing is when it's a big inning. It's like 5-6 runs in the inning, and he doesn't say the score one time throughout the entire. No, you're listening in the car, and you're saying, "Okay, so what's happening right now?"
Yeah,
and it's so narrow. It's just like, okay, and long fly ball, and ball is going deep, and that ball is gone. It's a 4-3-run home run.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite are surprise Steiner. So it's where it's
and a home run.
No. My favorite is it's going back. It's gonna be gone. It's got a chance, and it's caught. And it was 40 feet in front of the
every
of the
time.
wall.
It's high fly ball deep to left field on its way. There it goes. Caught at shortstop.
Yeah.
Steiner, take your brain meds.
That's fine.
It's Rick Monday. He keeps taking them. I'm telling you.
That's a very good point.
We found that. We did find that out on Twitter.
We did find that out. Yeah, that they've been switching the heart and brain medication between the two of them accidentally.
Just for fun.
Funsies.
Inadvertently.
Yeah. Accidentally.
Accident.
Let's have a good time.
So while we're waiting for the game to start, just to let you guys know again, this is Dodgers Nation coverage of the 2018 All-Star Game. We're going to bring everything we can to you. We've got some great sponsors. We might be drinking beer later in the show.
Hey.
Who knows?
Fantastic.
Remember, kids, wait till you're 21.
And wait, can we say butt chugging on the air? Can we say butt chugging? We got I don't know.
Butt chugging is the only way to do it. That's how I got through college.
Hey, so getting back, Smoltz, on the other hand, you could tell these guys, like, Joe Buck is good. Yes, he's good at what he does unless Javi Baez is there. That's when I feel he's at his biggest homer point. But Smoltzy, and Smoltzy, actually, he liked one of my tweets calling him out about this.
Did he really?
I enjoyed, but...
Oh, you didn't get a Twitter beef with a a personality like I did?
I did not get a Twitter beef with an MLB Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But I did get a like from the fact that, like, can somebody, like, at least prime John Smoltz for the series that he's about to see, because it just really doesn't seem like he has any idea about the teams he's watching. He just shows up there to call.
Yeah.
I mean, he would probably
he does
better
mention Tom Glavine way too often. I think is a big problem.
I mean, really, you should be going with Maddox if he's going to be mentioning anybody.
Clearly.
Former Dodger.
I mean, you're not going to hurt either way. You know, you got a couple of HOFers there.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Just like us. Well,
absolutely.
We're just the Fers, I believe.
Three of us.
No, not him. Remember, we don't want to get him in
minus
trouble.
The F.
Berg Gregman.
We're just a bunch of hoes.
Bregman. Yes. Or it's not poor. It's Rich Greg on here because it's not poor Greg on the show. So
there you go. Yeah.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Greg Birdman is
we have Tony Hawk in studio.
Yes. I like the evolution of this. This is pretty good. So real quick,
let us know what his name is going to be at the end of the show in the comments below.
I feel like I'm right back at work. I'm getting a different name every day there. I'm getting a different name every day here. It's fantastic.
It's perfect.
Yes.
So I like if you haven't listened to the show, there was a couple weeks ago we had an episode of our Blue Heaven podcast, by the way, which you can now download on iHeartRadio.
It's pronounced Breaking Blue.
It is not pronounced Breaking.
No. This podcast comes out every week.
Yes, we have current and relevant information
now on iHeartRadio. Yes. As of this week.
In addition to iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and everywhere else that you find podcasts, as well as DodgersNation.com. But a couple weeks ago, I got into a Twitter beef with Frank Isola.
No, really?
Yeah. And this wasn't even a public Twitter beef. He DM'd me. And then he called my phone.
Frank Isola did this.
Frank Isola. And
why?
Oh, yeah. He's a crazy New York guy.
Well, yeah. But you know why? He's not allowed inside the stadium. He's not allowed inside Madison Square Garden. So he can't beef with anybody in there. So he's got to beef with random Twitter guys.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, no. And it was interesting because it got really ugly for a bit. And then it resolved itself, and it ended with, "All right, well, good luck. I'm following you now." So,
hey, there you go. Now you got to follow from Frank Isola.
That's a good evolution, right there.
It was a hell of an evolution.
Haterade to, hey, we're friends.
Yeah,
that's the ultimate "why can't we be friends" conversation there. Going down in Kev is your friend's DMs.
Yeah, at Kev is your friend. Remember that? That is on Instagram and Twitter. We have at RealFRG, also on Instagram and Twitter, and at Bergman Greg.
Yes.
On Instagram, on Twitter and Instagram?
Yes.
All right.
You're going to have to totally change that now, too.
Yes.
It's going to have to be the right way now.
Greg,
people are going to get really
Birdman.
confused.
No, you know what? Birdman. I wanted to have it as Greg. Yeah, Birdman. Yeah. I wanted it to be the other way around, but it wouldn't allow me. Somebody else. You know what? Actually, we don't need to get into that story, but if you Google my name, you'll see why I hate my name sometimes.
Fair enough.
The very first person that comes up, it's not. It's interesting.
Oh, okay. We'll check that out. All right, so
you let us know in the comments below what that's all about.
Currently warming up on the mound is starting pitcher for the National League, Max Scherzer.
I mean, next Cy Young Award winner in the National League?
Next Cy Young Award winner, assuming that Ross Stripling gets robbed. He leads the NL in wins, inning pitched, and a few other categories.
Yeah,
I believe chicken wings ingested.
I thought Manny Machado was going to win the NL Cy Young as a Dodger.
He might. Here's the hope for me, guys, is I'm really hoping that Machado gets traded in the middle of the game, and he has to change uniforms and play for the National League.
He just stays out there and goes to short.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he just shares a uniform with Kemp. He's just Manny Kempchado.
I mean, he needs to learn how Dave Roberts works anyway. So he might as well just go over there and learn today. Now is the time.
Exactly.
My thing is, I really think he's gonna stay there and fly back with the team.
I'm sure
there's a strong chance he stays and flies back with them.
He's going straight to Milwaukee.
So this is going to be a good battle here. We do have...
This will be fun.
Scherzer going up against Mookie Betts, and we're probably on a delay, so just deal with it.
Yeah.
But Mookie Betts' analysis is a pretty damn good player. Just saying. I'm just saying.
That's strong.
That is
strong.
That's a strong statement, my friend. That is controversial.
I'm going to go ahead and give myself a point for that one.
Well played. Well played. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off our coverage of the 2018 All-Star Game. First pitch is nope, that is a ball.
That was a ball. Wow, way to go, Joe Buck. All
right.
Way to Steiner that one, Buck.
I am going to Steiner the hell out of this game.
All right, so whose lineup do you think is better between these two right now? Because
AL has J.D. Martinez and Mookie Betts.
Pops this one up, out of play.
And Manny Machado, who's the best player in the game.
Yeah.
If we haven't.
They be solid. What's that? There's a crazy man in our booth.
Wait, what the hell? That is our on-field reporter, Brooke Smith, who
late to the
for
job.
some reason is here. Brooke, get down to the game. Thank you. All right, Scherzer winding up. Ooh, great pitch.
It's like he's a good pitcher.
It's almost like he's decent.
I do these hot takes. Like, I should really have Ken Rosenthal's job.
I agree. Well, you don't have enough bow ties, I think.
Oh, we do need more bow ties. We should have gotten Bricks.
We actually all should have just won bow ties here today. All right, let's see if Betts can get out of this one. Oh.
Yeah, go for it.
2-2.
You can tell that you do this for a living.
I do.
You do the play.
I am.
Yeah, he's a very lonely person.
I do nothing else.
Do you sit at home and actually do this to the game?
I usually do that to old episodes of Parks and Rec, but it's working. Show. It's an amazing show.
He's gunning for some local rookie ball teams.
Joe Davis, the Joe Davis job. Joe Davis is strikeout. Oof.
Probably going to see a lot of those tonight. And Dave Roberts before the game said that Max Scherzer is going to go 2 innings and the rest of the pitchers will only go 1.
Okay. Interesting.
Who do you think closes out? for the National League. Who could it be? There's no homers on this team. Maybe the guy who brought his entire major league field staff with him. No homerism.
I really want to see Scherzer just pitch the whole game, just pitch a complete game, regardless of how poorly he's doing.
So after this pitch, we do have Altuve up there, the tallest man
Altuve takes
in spirit on the field, and
Standing
also on the field we do have
5'1".
We do have our expert on-field reporter here, Brooke Smith. You go and say hi.
Yeah, Brooke, how's it looking down there?
You know, it's looking pretty great, guys. The rain's gone. Things are doing a lot better out here.
All right, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, Brooke, what do you think of Manny Machado playing in that wet field?
I'd certainly like to see him come out of the game after his first at-bat, that's for sure.
Yeah, we can't have him getting hurt.
No, the Phillies need him healthy, I think.
Does Dave Roberts have anything to say about that?
I think actually the Phillies are going to stick with him, and yeah.
Oof, Altuve swinging at a tennis pitch right there to strike out. So Scherzer starts it off with 2 straight strikeouts. He's only thrown 8 pitches. This is pretty impressive.
Is he
for
going
a
to challenge?
pitcher.
Is he going to challenge for 2000 Pedro Martinez All-Star game, or was it 99?
I don't think anybody challenges for 2000 Pedro Martinez All-Star game, but I don't know. Baseball has been very, very good to Scherzer, so we'll see. Oof, what was Altuve swinging at?
He was swinging at a pitch for a normal adult-sized person.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
actually.
right. Well, that's the thing. Yeah.
You can find me at @RealFRG. Slip into them.
Feel
DMs.
free to add him. Oof.
At me, fam.
Scherzer is coming with the heat.
What do you guys think? Yeah, you guys think this Trout kid's ever make it?
You know, I am dubious on him. He seems
Flash in the pan. Huh?
Yeah, I think real flash in the pan.
He
hasn't
shown
longevity.
Inconsistent. You know, he's not usually the best player every year.
Yeah.
No, not
like
even.
If you were a really good player, you would have at least have like 7 or 8 MVPs by now.
I would agree with that.
Granted, he's only been in the league for what, 5-6 years?
Yeah,
even 7 years. Why do you not have more MVPs?
By Babe Ruth's 3rd year, he had won the Cy Young 6 times.
Yeah.
So
he just that
is
good.
a fact you can look that up, guys.
Scherzer does look locked in right now.
Really
Scherzer
does.
looks dominant at the moment.
Which eye is it? Is it the brown eye or the blue eye?
Brown eye.
Hey, brown eye.
Remember where I work.
Berg Gregman.
We have a lot of very excited Nationals fans because this is the closest they ever get to winning anything. Very excited for them.
See what you did there. Slider, curveball.
Yeah, Trout watches that slider.
Are you watching
in the dirt.
this game?
I am not watching this game.
All right.
I am paying attention to the fly that's stuck on the wall over there. It's
Oh,
not
so
really,
you
but
are
I made all of you
Steiner.
guys look, and that is awesome.
And we got the Mexicans in left field pavilion over there.
No, this is Washington, D.C. They're not allowed in
Well, from where
DC
we're
right
broadcasting live, delayed.
Oof.
Oh,
98 miles an hour, almost.
See, Chase
took
Utley would have
Trout's
walked into
arm
that.
off.
Even
Yes.
even though it was in the right-handed batter's box, he would have stuck his arms out.
Oh yeah, that elbow would have been right into the middle of the plate.
I'm a little disappointed that Utley wasn't given an all-star nod here
Right?
in his last season. He's played 60 years in the major leagues, and it's just not okay for them to not honor that service.
Unacceptable.
Absolutely. All right, Trout's got a full count right now.
Ooh, money pitch.
Scherzer is finally starting to labor because he's up against the best player in
14 whole
baseball.
pitches.
A guy who is likely. Here's my thing. I think Trout genuinely goes down as the greatest player of all time.
At some point,
once he finishes,
has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, like if he was on my softball team, 1,000%.
I don't know. I feel like he might struggle on your softball team. There's a lot of talent on that team.
Well, we do know
He has
we
to
do
compete with you for the cleanup
We do
spot.
have on field. We do have some great softball analysis after the pitch. Oh, foul pitch! And if we can get our producer to go ahead and throw to Brooke, we can get some softball.
Yeah, let's throw to our
analysis.
guy down on the field, Brooke.
Man on the field. What do you think?
Trout
Softball
looking?
wise, Mike Trout. Where would you put him? Right field.
We're talking, slow pitch beer league. I could see Mike Trout maybe playing a little bit of catcher at times.
Yeah.
Maybe a strong arm in right field. He doesn't got much of a glove, so I'd probably throw him out right.
Do you think
I'd
he would
agree with that
struggle with the high pitch because he's used to the 98 miles an hour?
Trout
I think
takes
he's got the
walk.
tomahawk down. I think he's got it.
Oh yeah, ton jobs all day. You
So
throw him
Scherzer-
at BLD.
Scherzer's already breaking under the pressure here. He walks Mike Trout. I think Roberts is going to go out and pull him any time now.
There goes the perfect game.
There goes his perfect game.
And we didn't even jinx a no-no yet.
We didn't.
I'm going to pre-jinx a no-no for Chris Sale. He is throwing a no-hitter as of this moment. Chris Sale's throwing a perfect game and no-hitter.
Well, we've got J.D. Martinez at the plate now. J.D. is batting 670 this year with 75 home runs.
Yeah.
He's been a pretty solid signing, for the Red Sox. I've been impressed. And he's also murdered 8 Yankees fans. So he's really endeared himself to the Red Sox fan base.
And he got a hit, which should be good for... Oh, look at that, Harper.
Hit a screaming line drive up the middle. And we've got now runners on the corner, and Scherzer is in a lot of trouble. I'm thinking he might get released by the end of this game.
You know, Harper's the type of player that would have been benched by Dave Roberts a long time ago.
Absolutely.
For that lack of hustle.
Not a hustler.
Him and Cody are going to get along great as Yankees in the future.
I would agree with that. Yeah. I think Cody's going to try and take the mantle, the legacy of Clay Bellinger, Yankee legend. All right, so we've got Jose Ramirez, who leads the majors with 29 home runs.
Tied with
just seems
JD.
Wrong.
It seems a weird thing to say. I had to check myself right now.
Yeah, of the Cleveland baseball organization, he's actually been a very good baseball player.
Yeah,
so they
really
lucked out with that one.
Definitely.
This has been my favorite analysis from you so far.
Yeah.
Every player, he's a good player.
Yeah,
he's all right. He's an all-star. He's a good.
Well, because he told me not to give good analysis.
Oh no, I told you to give your best analysis. That's why you're giving your best analysis. Ramirez pops up,
Wings
and
turn
this
me on.
Looks like it will end the threat.
I'm really
Steiner. That was a home run.
I'm really surprised. That's true. Javi Baez didn't snap
and
it.
It's caught in the infield. All right, we got the National League coming up, and we're hoping Matt Kemp hits a home.
So we got some questions in. We got people asking if the Dodgers picked up Manny Machado yet. No, because Manny Machado is playing in the American League lineup for the All-Star game today.
Yes. Would be weird, though.
Fernando asking, did he just say Mexicans not allowed in the left field? No, I did not say that. We have some people drinking over here in our fine establishment because for some reason security did not show up. So I said, there's our left field pavilion. That's where all of our homies. I know.
We said, unfortunately, us Mexicans are not allowed in D.C. right now.
Just as good.
Exactly.
Jeremy's really he's struggling. You know, he says we need a starting pitcher, but he'll go ahead and take Machado for now. It's noble of him.
Oh, that's good.
Hey,
and of course,
Jeremy, I'm glad that you're okay with one of the best players in baseball.
Yeah.
You know, Friedman was waiting for your take there, Jeremy. So we appreciate that one. Now we can get Machado. We have his blessing. So.
And this has been my kind of thought on it, or my take on it. Isn't it kind of like somewhat disrespectful to Seager? Yeah, granted, he's down. He's going to be out for a while, and 99.9% chance Machado's not going to be a Dodger next year. But still, like, you're bringing in a guy to play shortstop when you have one of the top 4 shortstops in the game. Granted, on the deal, it just seems like something of.
I would just say it's disrespectful to the fan base to not do anything you can to improve the team. We're used to that with Tommy John surgery. Did we say it was Tommy John or Tommy Dong? Which one?
Tommy Dong.
Tommy Dong. All right. Yeah. Tommy Dong surgery. So this was a groin injury you were talking about?
Yes.
All right. That's fair.
Just slamming way too. Anyway, moving on.
Jeff Birdman, what do you think?
I'm staying away from that one. I like my job. I'm going to keep my job. But no, I don't think that it's disrespectful to Corey Seager at all. This is definitely a guy.
We do have. I know
I
you
won't finish. Sorry, go ahead.
No.
I'm good.
Okay, fine.
No,
I'm good.
Make
it all about you.
No. Let's go.
What do you have to say, Greg?
Well, because I actually this gentleman over here, Greg, because our man on the field, stole my thought by us never talking about it, but. When Machado's a Dodger,
where is our man on the field?
The man on the field,
He's on
Brooke,
the field.
is right
we are
here.
in Los Angeles.
Right here.
Brooke Smith is down on the field at the All-Star game in Washington, D.C.
Manny Machado becoming a Dodger. What about future Dodger Hall of Famer Max Muncy's number 13? What's going to happen with that?
Ooh,
and I know you posted that on the Twitters today. You got some interesting responses on it, assuming?
Because really, why would you trade it? Why would you change numbers if you're Max Muncy? You're number 13. You have the most home runs on the team. You're the best you're the best hitter on the team, period, right now. Highest OPS, highest everything.
You're the best player in baseball history
at
the moment.
Mad Max Muncy.
Absolutely.
Brass Muncy. Yeah. This is a guy, there's no reason for him, especially for a guy that's only going to come in for 3 months. No, I don't want him giving up his number. But you know what? If he wins the World Series because of it, go to 23. Go to whatever number you want to go with.
I say we just add a 1. And Machado is
he 113 or 131?
No. He's 113. Machado is number 113.
Fine.
I'm in for that.
Love it.
What do you think about that one, Brooke?
I think that's not a lot of jersey room, that's for sure.
I would agree. I'd say Machado's a pretty big dude, though.
I
think it'll work.
Are you Mitch Poole?
That's true. I guess if you can make Saltalamacchia work, you can make that work.
That's a very good point.
Can you spell Saltalamacchia?
S-A-L-T Lamacchia.
Well done.
That is
well done.
I'm impressed.
This is Brooke Smith on the field. The very best. We're having, I guess.
So we're having some technical difficulties, but it looked like batting leadoff was second baseman Satan, who plays for the Cubs.
Satan Baez.
Was
that a real stat that he has 72 RBIs at Leeds baseball?
Is that what it was?
Not a real RBI. However, he did hit a single to lead off.
And
Chris Sale continues to suck.
You know what?
In important circumstances.
Dave Roberts understanding his team and making Baez be the leadoff hitter.
Absolutely.
OBP.
Yeah, you know me.
Here's future Dodger Nolan Arenado swinging, but it's this is a shallow left field. And Judge is there. Baez runs back to first very slowly because #lack of hustle.
You know, this isn't like the Braille version. You don't need to talk about. Obviously, he's running back to first.
No, he is not. I wasn't positive because he is a lack of hustle.
This is well, I guess Braille wouldn't quite work.
Nope.
Braille talk.
We do not have a... it's hard to find Braille TV, oddly enough,
yeah, you
FRG.
know me.
All right,
I'm really surprised that Goldschmidt was able to find his way into this with just how incredibly bad he started out.
Yeah, I feel like him and Bryce Harper at some point just switched bodies. Like we had a Freaky Friday situation where Goldschmidt got back into his own body, and now he's hitting.
We have someone pointing out that Joe Buck just creamed because of Baez's single.
How would you know you should be listening to our coverage?
Yeah,
not the Joe Buck coverage.
We're not here just for beautiful faces.
I mean, we are.
Kevin.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
So we got the 1-1 pitch on the way.
1-1 pitch.
Are we having 100 miles an hour?
Fouled off. Wow. Sale is he's dealing the heat.
#he's an okay pitcher. More analysis. For more analysis, you can find us Blue Heaven.
He's an okay regular season pitcher. Let's not go crazy here.
So you're saying
we get a look at the Predator sitting in the National League dugout. Dugout. Former Red Sox Dave Roberts.
I want Goldie to get on because Kemp needs a hit,
and that's Goldschmidt striking out, swinging at crap.
Now it's gonna be that much harder for Kemp to get his grand slam in the first inning.
See, here's the thing. This is exactly why Goldschmidt shouldn't be in the same dugout as Harper because he's being influenced by him. Striking out, swinging at terrible pitches.
How much do you put on his batting average? Bryce Harper, the .215 batting average. He has a high OBP. He has a high slugging. His OPS is above 800, almost just below 9.
Yeah, if you're at all like an old school baseball player or a baseball fan, he just does not work.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's not the game anymore.
But yeah, the game now, he's still a very good player. He's very productive. He gets on base.
However, he's not a $400 million guy.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yes.
Is he worth $400, $300, $200 million?
He's a guy who's had
$60.
He's had one season north of a 5 win above replacement season. Right. So he hasn't been forever exceptional in his career, but also he's just barely turning 25 or just turned 25.
Sale throws in the dirt.
So he's
got
halfway
a 1-1
through his career
to Freddie Freeman, who has had a really impressive season so far.
Yeah,
Freeman has been the driving force of the Braves.
It's like when he's not hurt.
Surprising renaissance this year.
Him, Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
When he wasn't injured.
Albies has been great too.
He gets a piece of that, but it's going right into the glove. Mike Trout, right there.
We're going to have to wait on Matt Kemp once again.
We, unfortunately, are going to have to wait on Matt Kemp.
So, what do we can say? At the end of one,
yes,
Steiner, it's a nothing game.
Nope, I told you, I'm going full Steiner.
See, it's a little bit harder, right? Because you didn't say the score at all in any part of that.
Exactly. Because I didn't need to, because there's no score.
So you want to tell them about our Inning 1 sponsor?
Absolutely. So there is a wonderful place in Uptown Whittier called The Commoner. Refined comfort food and great beer await you at their wonderful location in Uptown Whittier, featuring hand-pressed tacos, fresh poke. The Commoner was actually built on independent beer.
Poke.
Is it just poke?
Just poke. Delicious
fresh
poke.
Facebook pokes from 2009 await you at the Commoner. They reach past distribution lines and pick up products from sought-after breweries that don't actually have distribution channels. Mm-hmm. So you find a lot of beers that you won't find anywhere else unless you specifically went to these breweries. It's been described by locals as the best beer menu in the area. So you can visit at @thecommoner_uptown on Instagram, and they have some sweet picks, and they have some exclusive deals as well.
Yes.
Just for you, Dodgers Nation people.
So they give them an applause. They give the FRG seal of approval, which is, I guess, a
Is it no longer the
I don't
seal?
have that graphic.
All right, we got to find that. We got to find the actual seal of approval.
And actually, we're hoping to have a very exclusive beer tasting with them during the show. We'll hopefully make that work out because I do like tasting beer. And I know our on-field correspondent does love a good beer or 7.
Yeah, we'll ship it to him over there in D.C.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, you still there?
Analysis all over the place. I'm loving
This is great.
High five.
Do we have any questions, FRG?
Oh, probably.
All right.
Will Machado and Harper be free agents next year?
Nope.
All
Wait,
right.
what? Yes, they will. Hashtag analysis.
And also let us know, give us your area code for the proper shout outs and all that. And also, we send you a nice gift basket.
Because remember, we're basically Power 106, and this is Big Boy's Neighborhood. Is that still a thing?
All right, here's one. Matthew Shank. Where does Machado hit in the lineup? So
3.
Yeah,
3?
3.
I'm going 3.
100%. Yeah.
So all right, but where do you go? All right, make your lineup at least 1 through 4.
Don't
FRG, Brooke, Machado,
Hey, you moved up.
Bergman,
The cleanup. All
me,
right.
Gary Lee, intern,
Intern.
and then I don't know, Kershaw.
I mean,
Bueller.
Hey, I
clutch
put him in
intern.
the lineup. I put the intern in the lineup. I am being very nice.
You bring him food, he gets in your line. You get in his lineup. That's the one.
I think I'm more impressed that you guys have an intern.
Yeah,
I don't remember
we're-
the last time I saw an intern. So
Well, they're
to have
an
intern is
endangered
amazing to me.
species
Yes.
because of deforestation. So that's
The last time I've heard deforestation in quite some time too.
the more you know, kids. The more you know.
Yeah, man, we got people coming all around. We got the 615. We got somebody hoping Judge hits a home run, but we also have National League fans
All right, good.
wanting us to win.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Because the game doesn't mean anything, but we have so many NL players because we're a National League team. If you didn't know that, Greg.
You know what? I always thought the Dodgers were in the AL, but thank you for that. Now I know.
Again, more analysis. You can find me at Real FRG.
So Yankees left fielder El Gigante is up at the plate right now. He's got 25 home runs, hitting 276. Another solid year for this monstrous human being.
Yeah, he's a lot. He's a lot of
And
boy.
he just absolutely unloaded on one, and it is gone.
You can put it on the board.
Oh, nope, he caught it. It's out.
Oh yeah.
He's
Severino
out.
caught it. Wow, I can't believe
Severino caught it in the
Severino
bullpen.
ball hawking
Is that
out
what they
there. How embarrassing! Robbing his own teammate.
Is it weird
Of a
that,
home
that
run.
Aaron Judge, when he holds a bat, it looks like he's holding like a pen? Because that thing is so damn tiny.
Well, he actually plays with a 32-inch bat.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, he wants to feel even bigger. He has height and girth
Hey, look,
issues.
I do the same thing. All right, I always want to look bigger.
That would be a fail button.
That would be a major fail button. Wow, he absolutely unloaded on that. Brooke, what did that look like down on the field?
I kind of lost sight of it for a second, guys. He's a big dude.
You are useless to us.
What does he
my
look
friend.
like holding a pen? That's my question. If his bat looks like a pen, what does he look like holding a pen?
I mean, it probably just looks like a needle. And it looks like he's sewing, I would imagine.
A needle in a judge stack. Future Dodger.
Future
Manny Machado.
Dodger. Manny Ramirez
Lives
Machado.
at the current Dodger and to former Dodger.
Current and former Dodger Matt Kemp. And his trade value just went way down.
So Birdman,
We just lost the prospect of going that trade.
we want to know.
Absolutely.
Yes, I did. Hawk Harrelson. Absolutely, I Hawk Harrelson. I just can't help but put it on the board.
Oh,
So
we're getting a
lineup.
nice replay of Aaron Judge's dirt face after he hits the home run.
We got to get back to
bling.
it. So, what is
Yes.
your plan with the lineup then when we get Machado inevitably?
Well, I mean, I think he's definitely in the 3 spot. I think it's just going to depend on who's going to, if it's righty versus lefty, which we obviously can see. So if it's versus a righty, you're going to see Jock in center field and Muncy at second and Bellinger at first. So you probably will have Jock leading off. I'd like to
I would
see
agree with that.
Turner going second,
Yep.
and then Machado, probably Kemp or Bellinger, depending on where they are in that spot.
So up at the plate right now, we have
Agreed.
Dodger in FRG's dreams, Jose Abreu, who you were really hoping
39-year-old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to tell you.
Very old man.
Manny Machado
and
is
he
a-
just struck out, so I'm kind of glad he's not a Dodger.
Manny
'Cause the
Machado
Dodgers
is a
still
very
the
pretty
American
man.
League All-Star team every year.
He's a very pretty man, Machado. They keep showing him. He's got that show hair going.
He does. He does kind of look like a trap rapper. It's a really interesting look.
He's actually going to be the locker room DJ, which is pretty banging.
Is he really?
Yeah.
So is he taking that from Kike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Kike, well, yeah, they kind of share
You
it.
mess with the banana.
You can't. I mean, that's
Well,
just my motto in life.
I've been known to.
Salvador
Perez
we
up.
have Salvador Perez, who's hitting 9th.
Who forever
on this team. And
makes
221.
Yeah.
Another guy that, how in the hell is he on the All-Star team?
Yeah, Wilson Ramos really should have been the starter, but even so, he blew out his knee.
Yeah.
Or no, he has a hamstring injury. That's what it is.
You're telling me there's nobody better than a guy with a 653 OPS that could have gone onto this?
for real.
Seriously. I mean, I guess Kansas City needed they needed somebody on the team there, right? They needed a representative on the All-Star team.
See what you did there.
Give that man a ding. It's like, did I say something?
It's 1-1 to Perez. It's now 1-2 as he is just swinging wildly out there.
It's like it's not 2015 anymore.
Representative of his 221
what happened
average.
to him?
I feel like he's one of those guys that just fell off a cliff. There's a lot of those guys.
Everybody
that we
else
see.
in Kansas City.
Yeah. I mean, Mustakis has been okay. He's at least a trade chip right now. And Perez might have just injured himself. Nope, he's fine.
You know what? YOLO.
That's what I'm saying. Just go out. Here's the thing that I really want to see in today's All-Star game, because you never really see it. I want to see someone charge the mound. I just want to see
that'd be great.
All-Star game brawl.
All right, so who on the American League would you want going after Max Scherzer right now?
Oof.
Aaron Judge.
Yeah, I think Aaron Judge. I would say
goes up. Not Machado. Anybody but
Machado. I want Machado wrapped in bubble wrap for the rest of the game.
He should be done for the game.
Potentially,
he really should be.
Potentially our on-field correspondent, Brooke Smith. He could definitely. What do you think? He goes straight for the knees of Max Scherzer, or what's the
how
plan?
do you take down Max Scherzer?
I think I'm starting with the eyes, guys. I think the eyes are the weakness.
The eyes are the windows
and
to
the
the
strength.
house. I have heard that. Yes,
That's a quote.
Are you high?
Maybe. Just edibles. All right. Salvador Perez.
Fouls off
1-2. Fouling it off. And
not
Scherzer's pitch count is going pretty high.
Yeah, does he not know this is an exhibition?
I don't think he does. He started off really strong, and I feel like he's been, I don't know. He's been eminently hittable over the last few batters. He's laboring pretty hard out there. Granted, I'm sure it's 90 degrees with 800% humidity in DC right now, but Brooke, what's the weather like down on the field?
It's good.
Yeah.
Back to you.
It's good weather. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Brooke. We appreciate that.
Man,
you can see why this is the #1 show on Twitter right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Facebook.
Are we on Twitter? Where are we at?
I don't know.
We are.
Facebook, Twitter.
Apparently, Salvador Perez got out. So, at the end
out.
of 2 innings, it is 1-0 American League.
Hey, calm down there, Steiner.
Hey. I had to give something. All right,
So we do have Jim.
yeah.
Jim, he wants us to mutilate him. He says, "Cut me open, I bleed Dodger blue." I'm really not that interested in finding that one out, Jim, but we appreciate the support.
I'm interested.
Like, share, subscribe.
At Kev is your friend.
That's a regular Friday night for Kevin over
Yeah,
there.
I will come over and cut you. Just
That's how we're going with.
just give me a call.
And he's
$50,
also wondering
man.
how does Manny help the locker room?
I think he helps by not disrupting it.
You see how pretty that man is? That's how he
true.
helps it out.
So I'm walking down with no shirt on and just a suit and no shirt. He's ready for Hollywood.
He's Hollywood ready.
Yeah, I want to see tuxedo shirt.
I think this locker room. Honestly, though, I think this locker room is so tight that I don't think that a guy like Manny Machado is gonna mess with that chemistry.
It's not going to make
I
a
would-
very,
yeah, I would
very
strongly
big
agree.
change.
Any other questions there, FRG?
I don't know.
Hey, go down to the field with Brooke. Brooke, do we have any questions from the players for our wonderful broadcast?
FRG, they want to know if there are any openings on your slow pitch team.
Ooh, actually, yeah. For co-ed, we have a number of female positions open.
Mm-hmm.
As in all of them?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to help here.
We lost a couple of ladies.
Yeah.
We lost a couple of ladies to pregnancy, which is unfortunate.
Unfortunately, FRG is not allowed within 300 yards of most women, so it becomes a bit of a problem when trying to recruit them for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And all the time, you try to go on Tinder and Grindr to find ladies to play softball. And they're just very confused.
Yeah,
you go both. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
You don't.
It's like, I don't want to see you nude, miss. I want to know about your softball stats.
Yeah.
I said stats, man.
Yeah, well,
I want to see your stats.
I do a lot of advertising for FRG's softball team, and apparently there's a lot of weirdness around me saying, "Hey, we're looking for Netflix and chill people."
Yep.
They don't realize that that's the name of the team. And I get a lot of unsolicited pictures.
Yeah, we got merch too. Just FYI, we got merch.
A lot of pictures of Dick Van Dyke. Just random pictures.
Is that what you watch on Netflix?
Yes, it is.
Man, you're a lonely man. So again, send us your questions anytime during these commercial breaks, which of course is going to be a little bit more delayed for us, but we will answer your questions and in the worst way possible. Send us your area codes.
Bad as possible.
Apparently, what this is, doing everything in the worst way possible.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, I mean, it's the first one of these full blown live shows. We're having some fun with it.
However, we look
pretty.
We should mention that our friends, the HVAC guys, have given us a pretty sweet deal for our Dodgers Nation family.
Mm-hmm.
So they have a very cool deal on a ductless mini split system.
Duck lips.
On duck lip selfies. No, it's a ductless mini split system just for our Dodgers Nation family.
Mm-hmm.
Just mention Dodgers Nation over the phone for $50 off of air conditioning, heating units, and installation.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sweet.
Not too bad.
So go to www.the-hvacguys.com for more. They're also on Instagram. So go find them on Instagram as well.
Oh, we got Matt Kemp up. All right, what's he going to do?
Kemp VP, at least 13 home runs right now.
I would say he's going to hit a 12-run homer.
Right now,
homer.
Yes.
13.
13-run home run? I love it.
12-run home
All
run.
right. I do say home run, though.
I think he hits it
because
straight to
He
Mike Trout.
solidifies his MVP season. That's a hit.
Nope, he rips a double.
double.
Well
Double from
done,
Kemp.
Matt.
We are not homers. Now, see,
Matt Kemp has
how can we
arrived.
now say that we're better than Joe Buck? Because he doesn't do that for Javi Baez.
No, he
claps
does
for
that.
Javi
He pushes the talk back button.
He does that for John Smoltz when John Smoltz correctly guesses the players who were in this game.
Seems fair.
Yes.
Man,
Matt Kemp, 1-for-1 double. Manny
Yeah.
Machado,
Right off of Luis Severino.
I don't know. I don't like.
That's either Severino or.
let's take a selfie. There you go.
I love it.
That is very telling.
Means it's
That means
happening.
Machado is coming.
So again, we're delayed, but if anybody is only watching us and not watching the game,
I want to see this happen.
Manny
in regular
Machado
games.
just took a selfie on the field. Yeah, 100% needs to happen. But
And,
Manny Machado took a selfie on the
apparently-
field with his future teammate, Matt Kemp.
Well, Chris Sale got a hell of a tan in between innings. He looks.
He
looks tanned and rested. He looks good. He
this
changed his number.
Is Bryce Harper's home stadium, and he's a bit of one of those type of people, so he made sure there were tanning booths installed there.
That's fair. He does
in
seem.
DC.
He does seem a little Instagram famous. Yeah, it's
We
one of those.
know those types.
You'd think it's his home stadium that they would make him the cleanup hitter. But
You would think.
to go
No, they're
6.
having him clean up the stadium
Yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
Homeboy's probably a little tired after all them dingers yesterday.
Absolutely. Bryce
Which
Harper
were
batting
not real either.
214.
Yeah.
Because that ball was supposed to land. It didn't land, and they were still throwing pitches.
Yeah.
Let's see if Harper can
His
drive
cheater.
in Matt Kemp. He's 0-2 to
Stop
Severino
talking over
right
us.
now.
We're having fun.
Absolutely not.
Turn this guy's mic down.
Severino throws and he strikes out Harper.
What's your
Happens
on-base
on a
percentage
regular
now?
basis for Matt.
Yes.
Bryce Harper.
Put a ding out there.
All right. All right, let's see if Nick Markakis, former Oriole, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has plenty of fans here in the stadium. Let's see if
Great
he can.
year, too, out of nowhere. He's just
Yeah.
same guy every year.
Yeah,
He's
always.
been wildly consistent, but he's probably the most under-the-radar baseball player that I've seen.
Always.
in
People don't know
quite a
who
long
he
time.
is,
Yeah,
but he still
no.
plays fantastic.
He's that random Greek guy.
Yep.
Like, it's kind of what it is.
Oh, why's it got to be about him being a guy?
Because I don't know, actually. Let's throw it down to Brooke Smith. Brooke, why does it always have to be about him being a guy?
I wasn't listening, to be honest with you.
All right, Brooke. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
He's regretting his decision to drive out here.
Yeah,
I mean, to
Washington.
drive to DC. Yeah, to drive to DC.
So Severino, weird stat about him. He has thrown the most 99-mile-plus per hour pitches of anybody in the league this year. Anybody in baseball, actually, this year.
Well, that's because he throws more innings than Chapman.
That is a good point.
More analysis. I'm giving
Yeah,
myself another.
true. Very, very true.
And
Walker Buehler hasn't pitched enough to get
Yeah.
out there.
That's a good point, too.
And that's another thing, and we'll talk more
Bueller.
about it on our Blue Heaven podcast, which will come out tomorrow. But I do want to get to a point where we can talk a little bit about what are we going to do with Bueller?
We're going to make him a starting pitcher.
What, for
Hard hitting
AAA?
analysis.
Yes.
No,
Are we
that
playing,
was pretty
are we
obvious.
playing swapsies?
Markakis flies out to left
Do you believe
field.
in this 140 pitch count? I don't believe in it, to be honest with you. I think that if it comes down to it, he's going to come up.
the innings, you
Yeah,
mean?
the innings
Okay,
limit.
yeah.
Sorry.
Nobody-
Not
140
pitch count.
pitches, that's pretty gnarly.
Not pitch
Yeah.
count. Sorry, you're right. Innings limit.
Nobody's going to make that same Strasburg mistake
No.
that Washington made a few years ago. That was their chance, and they screwed it
Or
up.
Matt Harvey with New York.
Or Matt Harvey with New York.
Right. He's going to be up. He's going to pitch on Friday. Or no, he just pitched last Friday.
Yeah,
he's going to come right back up. He's going to pitch on his regular rest, maybe in a 6-man rotation, but he's going to pitch until his arm falls off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's kind of got to.
2 outs, Matt Kemp on second base, and we have somebody in the ugliest uniform I have ever seen in my life at the plate right now.
Yeah, what is that thing?
I don't know. I don't know. It's not Halloween. I don't see the point. There's the very handsome Mike Trout just hanging out in center field, chatting with people.
I really feel like...
So they let a transient put on a uniform.
I really feel like he's missing some great opportunities to be sponsored by local shampoo purveyors and all that.
I would agree with that.
Head and Shoulders.
Yeah. Pert, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the hair, which means you can wash the hair.
Well,
that's the way it works, I
believe.
Here's
the thing. He's from the Bay Area. He doesn't wash his hair. They don't use deodorant. They don't wash their hair.
Hashtag grimy.
Hashtag incredibly grimy.
So they're not gritty players. They're grimy players.
No, they're disgusting players is what they are.
San Francisco Giants. We know.
Let's throw it to the field. Brooke, can you give us your analysis on the San Francisco Giants and Brandon Belt?
Brandon Belt or Crawford?
Yep, Brandon Crawford.
Yeah,
there we go.
Totally thought it was Brandon Belt.
You know, they're pretty much the same person.
They're
they
all
both play up north. That's all that matters.
Disgusting San Francisco Giants players.
I think he's definitely missing out on those Clay Matthews shampoo commercials. That's for sure.
With that. Yeah. I think he should be in there with Aaron Rodgers too, just for no reason.
Getting the discount double check on.
I'd agree. We go back once again to Mike Trout. There is no sound, so I am guessing he is probably talking to the announcing team.
No, he's just talking out there to himself.
That would actually be really interesting if he was just yelling stuff at Manny Machado.
Most people don't know about Mike Trout. Is he actually is a schizophrenic?
Oh,
he talks to himself quite often. He has a pet in the back of his mind. He calls him Gerald.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's
I know Gerald.
Yeah, he's a crazy kid. You know what?
Gerald.
A lot of people think he's okay at baseball, though.
He's all right. Decent.
Also, we saw Verlander. No. We can't go there.
Leave me alone.
We can't go there with Verlander.
Damn it. All right,
Inside joke.
Full count. Let's see if this awful... And he can't. Brandon Crawford strikes out because he is terrible.
I'm very conflicted.
And, yeah.
Very conflicted.
He is a human rights atrocity. And at the end of 2 innings, it is 1-0 American League. Yes.
You're so prepared for this.
Well...
Ooh, here we go.
Questions.
We do got Eric saying, if you guys played pro ball, what would your walk-up song be? Greg, what do you got?
Bergman, what do you got?
Ooh, I don't know. See, I've always thought about it, but I think I would probably go with Enter Sandman or something like that, even though I'm...
Okay.
So you're closing out the game
I'm closing out the game
in New York.
Coming up, yeah.
I like that.
That's all right.
Kevin?
I would go with Cherry Pie by Warrant.
Oh, that's a good one. See, I should have made a joke like that.
I've used the belt. I've used the bat.
That wasn't a joke.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. This is not actually a joke. I would use the bat as a pole and kind of dance around it as I was walking up to home plate.
And you know me 100%. It's Raining Men. It's just it's a golden standard. And then,
that actually is your theme song generally.
Yeah,
It's Raining Men.
Hallelujah. Brooke, what do you got for us?
Brooke, down on the field.
Your walk-up music, and we know you're perusing the stands, trying to find some great fans to talk to.
Guys, I think I'm going Ice Ice Baby. Just for us.
Way to represent for white people there, Brooke.
That's one's. I'll give you the applause for sure.
Yeah, I like those. I like those songs.
I'm just gonna make it awkward and stare at you, because your transitions have been gold.
Try me, boo. Try me.
Oil Slick Hair Company. Hey, is that a thing?
Is that a real company? You let us know in the comments below.
Maybe
Oil Slick a real thing?
Maybe Crawford is actually sponsored by like Suavecito.
Hey,
and he has the biggest vat and just puts it on his head.
Don't you ever disparage Suavecito in my presence.
Suavecito. No,
that's a Malo song from the 70s.
Now
this is old Chicano music talk with Kevin, FRG, and Greg Bergman.
So yeah, speaking of Mr. Birdman over here,
yes.
So Greg, we're going to talk more about it in our podcast as well. But Greg is a new addition to the Dodgers Nation family.
Yes.
You want to tell us a bit about what you're doing with us?
Should I make it into a joke? Is it supposed to be like the funny part of it, or is it a real question?
Way to kill the magic. Way to kill the magic.
That's what I do. I kill things. But no, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna do it a couple times a week. I'm gonna do a post game show. We're gonna get all your questions off of Facebook.
Your
Live.
questions.
Yes, your questions.
Only
I'm not
you,
talking to
Steven.
Yeah, Steven's my best friend. He's on every episode. But So no, I was going to do it a couple times a week. I'd take any one of your questions. I'm going to try and give the best analysis that I possibly can, and it's going to be wrong. Argue with me, please.
So you're going to start going with he's a very good baseball player at baseball?
Every time I get a question, what do you think of Manny Machado? Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Baseball's been very, very good to him.
Really good. He's got some power. Yeah, so it's gonna be a good time. I'm happy to be here, and being with you guys is a good time. Enjoying it.
We appreciate it.
Trying to make it fun. Oh, look at that.
Right.
Another
potential future Dodger, Jacob deGrom.
You want him after this year?
I don't know. Maybe. I kind of don't like him without the hair anymore.
Like every Met should have long flowing hair.
Wasn't that their thing?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. It totally right now looked like Contreras was just chilling on his butt, just like literally sitting there with his legs spread apart right now before he caught the ball. Betts goes deep, but right to... Oh, and he caught it. Well done, big guy. Well done.
That was actually kind of a...
Yeah, he
gave you a little smirk. You see that?
He did.
The timing was right
welcome,
for
Bryce
everybody
Harper.
else.
That was great.
I do good catch ball. So we got a question down on the field.
Guys, this comes all the way from Mark Mosley, and I don't know where he's from. He says, so with Machado, and if we also get Bearclaw or Yates from San Diego... They're not both from San Diego, but that's okay.
Close enough.
Are we now the new contenders in the NL? The new contenders.
Well, I think the Dodgers were, if you're referring to the Dodgers, we're not a biased broadcasting team here. But if you're referring to the Dodgers, yes, I think that makes them probably the leaders in the NL.
Because like
I
number
think that
one,
puts them above the Cubs.
Like number one, we're in the lead in the division, so that kind of makes us contenders for one.
True.
Also, I like that we missed Miami by the entire length of the United States.
Yes.
For those San Diego pitchers. Yeah, I would say yes. That helps solidify the fact that we're greatness.
I think that they were already supposed to be the ones that were going to come out of the NL throughout the entire time.
Yeah.
The Cubs are okay. They're good. They're going to be there. It's going to be Cubs and Dodgers and the NLCS again, most likely.
Yeah,
but
we're getting that Warriors Cavaliers thing here.
Yeah, very
going
much
on.
so.
But at least the teams that are actually likable.
Even with no more moves, even though
that.
need more moves, even with no more moves, they're still the favorites out of the NL, in my opinion.
I would agree with that.
By
the way, did anybody else know that Bryce Harper's dad was Grizzly Adams? I had no idea.
I had an inkling. I had a bit of an inkling.
That was a dark beard.
That was Randy Savage at the end of his career.
Yeah, he's a frightening man.
That
like I told Kevin, he's the type of guy, you see him hitting on your wife at the bar, you go buy him a beer. And you tell him, have a nice day.
Have fun.
You kids have some fun. Here's the keys.
Thank you, sir. Would you like another?
Here's a couple of rubbers if you want, sir.
Yeah, he doesn't skip arm day.
No, he does not.
Not at all.
But I really do like how much he was trying to throw away that title for Bryce.
He definitely was. He was throwing him sliders. He was throwing breaking balls.
He's out there. Come on, you pile of crap. Get this.
Yeah, I feel like he might be the Joe Jackson of baseball dads.
That's a fair point. That is a very fair chance, actually.
At what point do we get to the LeVar Ball of baseball dads?
Ooh.
Is it Joe Jackson? Is Joe Jackson past his prime now? I mean,
well, Joe Jackson's
rest in peace.
Dead now.
Yes, rest in peace.
He's dead past his prime.
Hey,
wow. Put it on the board. Another robbery,
Takes DeGrom deep.
Man, he bought himself another week out of AAA.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
And you know what? That one home run from DeGrom would have lost the game for the Mets.
Yeah,
that's a very good point.
Run.
I think that lost like 2 games for the Mets. Honestly,
you can't ask too much from the Mets offense. One run that's
a
hell of an obstacle. Yeah, that's tough to overcome. But Mike Trout again showing that he is the best player in baseball, right behind Max Muncy.
So we have somebody here on the Facebook, talking to Greg here, saying, "I guess you ruined his night." He said, "I lost sleep over you."
Oh, good.
This is a positive thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said you were great the other night.
Oh, well, thank you.
Wait, are you talking?
Was
it a live stream?
Yeah. What are we talking about here?
How was you?
Like, is this a wink?
Did you guys go out for drinks, or what happened there?
Me and the
apparently we don't, Greg.
No,
apparently we don't know you.
Well, that has to change, Kevin.
I would agree with that. Well played, sir. All right, we have JD Martinez up against Crappy DeGrom.
He just looks annoying, like when he's talking. Does Bryce Harper?
Yeah, I don't like Bryce Harper.
Go ahead and mash that heart button if you guys don't like Bryce Harper.
Yeah, just give us a heart if you're not a fan of Bryce Harper.
All of the hearts.
You are about to get a flooding of hearts.
We are absolutely going to get a flooding of hearts.
Is he done? Is he done in Washington?
Yes, I don't think there's any way they can afford him, and I don't think there's any way he comes back. I think he goes, honestly, probably to the Yankees or the Red Sox.
Would you trade him now?
No.
You're 5.5 out. If you drop down to 10 back,
if they were smart, yes,
but
because you're not going to get anything for him.
No, you're not. But I think optically the problem is that it's him and Strasburg have been like the faces of the franchise, and Scherzer to a lesser extent. So I don't think they trade him away. I think it's one of those, no, guys, we're going to try and re-sign him. This is where he belongs, et cetera, et cetera. And then he ends up going elsewhere.
And you get nothing for him.
JD Martinez strikes out on a high 99-mile-an-hour fastball. And that's Bryce Harper at the end of. I'm waiting for the score to come up so I can.
Shouldn't you know the score?
I should not.
2 home runs equals.
You need a pen.
Wait a second. The middle of 3. American League leads 12-0.
You're really good at this.
Yeah.
You ever think? Yeah. And Joe Buck sucks. He says we're going to give him a boo.
Like Joe Buck. I'm the only one in the world, apparently. But
how dare you, sir?
Remember, if you have a lot of visibility, most people are going to hate you. I think that's just inherently how it goes.
I don't have any visibility. Most people hate me. So
yeah, that's Kev is your friend.
Kev is your friend.
You just
me, bro.
You just have a terrible personality.
Well,
I mean, you're adorable. You can find him on Grindr. Oh, we have very, very special, exciting times coming up right here.
Uh-oh. Are we getting beer?
Oh, beer.
Entering the studio here
Velvet.
is the lovely purveyors of alcohol.
Very nice.
Over here in Uptown Whittier that we talked about a little earlier.
Thank you. And look at this guy.
Ooh.
Champagne Velvet.
Oh, let's go ahead.
I see there are 4 there.
Champagne Velvet.
Well, yeah, they're for me. I'm a growing boy.
Unfortunately, our field reporter Brooke is out in D.C., unable to partake in the beer with us.
I heard FRG has a heck of an arm, though.
Oh, no.
You heard wrong.
How do I beer? Who made me do this?
You took it from my
You
hands.
volunteered. The beer is called Champagne Velvet, which is also my weekend name.
Oh, is that true?
Yes. See, now here's the other thing. There's 2 classes here.
I will take
Well, because we're the famous ones.
Right.
What have you ever done?
I've done nothing. I'm just here.
Look at that Pilsner, ladies and gentlemen.
Is this a poor Greg moment? Or?
This is 100% a poor Greg
There you
moment.
go, poor Greg.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I actually prefer the hand. But
And here we go. We got a souvenir for the fans.
Hey! Look at that mad dash.
Let me reach all the way to
FRG,
Washington.
way to disrespect the collab in Uptown Whittier. Come here for all your co-working needs.
And yes, absolutely. A big thank you to the fine, what do we want to call them? Ladies of...
They would be ladies, yes.
Of the
ladies of the collab, yes.
Of the collab, but also the fine people at the Commoner.
All right. We're going to go ahead and cheers to our fallen comrade, Brooke. May he rest in peace.
L'chaim.
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 Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Brooke.
Well done. And nobody pour me a beer. This is riveting stuff.
This is
I guess this is the point where we take a pretend commercial
really
break.
That is actually delicious.
Very tasty.
Wow. It is the beer with the $1 million flavor.
Where can we get this beer, Kevin? At the Commoner?
At the Commoner in Uptown Whittier.
Oh my God! It's like the glass holds the whole beer can.
Right next door.
Oh, see, that is a perfect.
Your childhood dreams have come true.
You can find the Commoner right next door to Starbucks in Uptown Whittier on Greenleaf and Philadelphia Avenue.
We're not sponsored by Starbucks. You can't say them.
Starbucks, which is right next to the Commoner.
Starbucks.
Yes.
That is a fine beverage.
All right, we're coming back with the bottom of the 3rd inning. And holy crap, we just got a solo home
that
run.
One's gone.
Oh, wow, Blake Snell.
Oh, it's your favorite guy.
Boo. We're not taking a break, by the way. I did mention
that. That kind of came back out of nowhere, but...
Where did this pen come from? I don't want
Way to give up a home run on your very first pitch, Blake Snell. Welcome to the All-Star game.
It's a wonder why he got snubbed originally.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, shocking.
This is all thanks to that home run is sponsored by what was his name? The guy who was terrible with us in the Dodgers, but he was great with the Giants for all those years. I'm really good at this.
Barry Bonds?
You could have named a lot of people off of that, honestly.
Yeah, but you know the guy I'm talking about. Sergio Romo. Who was really big on pushing
Sergio Romo, Brian Wilson, the list goes on.
Yeah. Jason Schmidt, FP Santangelo. How do we not remember?
Hey, but FP. Let's not talk about the greatest hero in Dodger legend history, which is Juan Uribe.
Oh, Juan Uribe, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our belovable Uribe. Coming at us live via satellite.
Our Dodger Abs coach.
Yeah, future Abs coach.
Future Abs coach.
Yeah.
All right, we got FRG's Bay, Javi Baez, here at the plate right now, who singled in the first, hitting .292 with 19 home runs and
Wasn't that Baez already?
RBIs.
Didn't Baez just hit home run?
Baez no hit home run. That was Contreras. Contreras hit home run.
They look the same, obviously.
You saying
That
all Cubs look the same?
All Cubs look the same.
and horrible.
Wow.
Whoa, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. You know,
This is very beast.
Sir, you work for
beastest of you.
ESPN. You have professional standards to adhere to.
I'm going to be getting a call from my boss any day now.
Yes, you will. That'd be Dave McMenamin.
He was.
Dave McMenamin is basically my boss with LeBron in town.
Wonderful.
I thought Walt Disney is everybody's boss.
I mean,
That's
it's
everybody.
more of
Yeah,
his. It's more of his
Humanity's boss.
His head in a jar. I think is the boss of everybody here.
So when do we think our boy Boss Ross Stripling's going to enter this game?
I think he comes in the 8th. I think we finish it off with 8th and 9th inning Dodgers.
Ooh, I like that. I like
we
being
got
finished
Stripling
off.
in the 8th, and we got Kenley in the 9th. I'm sorry, what did you just say?
What? Sorry,
Let's go down to our guy Brooke Smith on the field. Brooke,
as he's trying that beer.
does Snell look as much like he's laboring there as he does on TV?
Well, he kind of looks like a character from the cartoon Doug. So
He kind of does.
And he
does.
almost took one off the face.
I
That
think
was
he
a
kind of looks
great
like
show.
Skeeter.
A little
Skeeter's
bit.
the
I
name?
can see that.
The orange, yeah.
That's got to be his name.
Skeeter.
That's
That's not
see
his
that.
nickname already. It is now.
Yeah.
You heard
Yeah.
it here first.
Hashtag Skeeter.
Thank
for,
you, Quail Man. We appreciate that. Thank you for your analysis on that on the field. Did FRG, was he able to throw that beer out to you?
Oh yes, this delicious beverage made its way out to me, all the way here in DC. Actually,
Wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why you need the bullet train. All right, moving
Got
on.
$1 million flavor. I've never tasted $1 million.
You
It
never
tastes
tasted $20.
so
This
good.
is
Aw.
pretty good. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
This is part of our GoFundMe for this broadcast,
Yes,
please.
absolutely. All right, so we have future Dodger Nolan Arenado at the plate.
You know, one way you guys could fund us is buy some sweet Dodgers Nation merch, like this Beast Mode shirt. Hey.
That is pretty cool.
Hey.
You can't see our intern, but he is also wearing a Dodgers Nation T-shirt.
He is. How come you're not in a Dodgers Nation t-shirt?
Because he
Because I look
sucks.
very good in a button-up.
In a
At
white
least
button.
it's-
In a white button-up.
At least it's not yet another sweater.
our
I
owner
should
says
have
a
worn a
tight
sweater.
one, a tight white button-up.
Well, here's the thing. If it wasn't 900 degrees outside, I would likely be in a shirt and a sweater. But, look,
He was
ladies and
thinking
gentlemen,
about-
I only pull off the sexy librarian look. That's all that I can do. So I know my strengths, and I know my weaknesses. Speaking of strengths, Charlie Blackman right
Hey,
now.
no,
with
no,
his
let's make this about you.
Absolutely epic beard.
That is a strong beard.
That is maybe my
Rivals.
favorite beard in sports.
I really do like them
James
with their
Harden.
phones on the field. It just
Better than
seems much
Harden?
more fun.
I would go better than Harden.
But Harden is the beard.
He is the beard. Well, that's just because
And-
he stole the branding.
And then how do you not say Justin Turner's beard?
Oh,
the
Turner's
big
beard
red
is,
dreams beard?
That is pretty good.
I do got to say, I'm not as big of a fan of him without the long hair. I miss the hair.
Yeah.
I do
Turner
too.
hair.
Well, no, he
I'm
grew
big
the hair
on-
back out when he went
No.
to Vegas this past weekend.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He was when he was in
Very
Vegas
quickly.
taking
When he-
pictures of people.
I'm also partial to the red beard because I have a red beard, It's just not as big and bushy and beautiful
Yeah,
as his.
your bush is not as big as
No, it
Justin
is not.
Turner's.
It is
We
not.
can see
So you're saying your bush is red?
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah, pretty much.
matches. Never mind. Hey, beer.
Beer, the commoner.
Beer.
Beautiful
Absolutely.
beer.
Thank you, the commoner.
Champagne velvet.
Did
Not
you
the
call me?
champ-
Oh, sorry.
It's not Saturday.
Yes.
It is not Saturday. I do not go by Champagne Velvet right now. Paul Goldschmidt, who struck out in the first inning, is up and hoping to extend this inning and not doing much.
And,
And that's what we want to see for the rest of the second half.
bunch of foul offs.
Yes. I would very much like Pollock and Goldschmidt and all of them to just completely stop hitting.
Disintegrate.
Just absolutely disintegrate.
When is Thanos going to hit?
Please,
Arizona
Thanos, get to Arizona. We need Infinity Stone Thanos. I hear the Dodgers might trade for him.
Oh.
Yeah, they want Yadier Alvarez, though. So
Oh, that's too much.
Yeah, that's
That's
what
way too much.
it's really
I
interesting.
mean, he's not actually good, but still.
It's really interesting what I get.
I mean, he snaps his finger and it's a home run.
when fellow Dodger fans really highly value our prospects over established, very good stars. It's always interesting to me. You know, I like the quote that we got from Ned Coletti, FRG's very close friend and confidant, Ned Coletti, about
Yeah.
prospects. That
Oh,
they're
yeah,
essentially currency.
That's all they are. You're just
Right. They are currency, but if they're only for rentals, then they shouldn't be currency. Then
Like,
they actually should be held on to, in my opinion.
Like
I don't know that I like that.
You know,
Get them all. Get everybody.
Homer Simpson once told himself via his brain
Talking
that money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Oh, that's
Also,
a good point.
prospects can be exchanged for goods and other prospects. Or Manny Machado.
Kids, you learn something new every day.
All right, so if it was
As
Gavin
Goldschmidt takes a walk.
if it was Gavin Lux and May and Keibert Ruiz, you would do that for Machado.
I think they've made Ruiz untouchable, and I would say
They
our
should.
on-field boy.
Gavin Lux is a porn star.
Boy,
am
would
I
you
right?
not say that?
He is.
Boy,
Vivid video.
Boy.
I like
Ruiz
that.
seems pretty untouchable, but I
That
do
is
like
at
the
Bergman Greg on Twitter and
I do like
Instagram.
the recent one they're talking about. Our super slugger that went like hardcore.
You talk about
in
Muncy?
in the futures game, Yasniel Diaz with the 2 dongs and the 3 ribbies.
Yeah.
I like his
He upped his trade
introduction to
value.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like if they, because I don't think in Baltimore they have the internet.
Mhm.
The Baltimore front
No,
office.
they don't.
So yeah, they had to watch that on the television.
Yeah. Speaking of trade value, Snell has thrown 19 pitches here in this inning.
For 2 outs, giving up a run.
Yep. He's got a runner on first.
Yeah, Tampa.
And he is throwing scared right now at Freddie Freeman.
And having a chance at Matt Kemp with 2 on.
Oof.
Ooh.
Here is
Let's see a
hoping.
little Kemp.
We would love to see Kemp hit a home run and
We
put
got
the
the,
NL on top.
We got the Atlanta Braves connection going again here with back-to-back Freeman and Kemp.
So we're almost 3 full innings in, guys. Do you have any predictions on who's going to be the MVP of the All-Star game this year?
Oh, I'm going 100% Brooks Smith. Like
I'd have to agree with that.
The
I think I have to go
interviews,
with
the
that one
interviews
as well.
he's getting for us down on the field. Like he found the rest of all those champagne velvets, and I think honestly he's probably just stumbling around.
I would guess so as
by
well.
the fourth.
Yes.
I'm going with a strong Tommy Lasorda.
Oh, I like
He's
it.
out there on the field.
Hey.
Yeah.
At the end of the 3rd inning, the American League leads 2-1 over the good guys.
And I think we have I think there's a break button on there somewhere.
I need to go pee, and I need a
We
cup.
need a pee break button.
I need a coffee break button.
Coffee.
Hey, take a dump break.
Yeah. All right, so we lost Kevin, but we are back, and it looks like we have one out because our favorite, what's his name? Jose Ramirez? He's that much of a nobody, but he has 29 home runs. He decided to go ahead and make an out. But we decided to go ahead and fly Brooke back from Washington real quick.
Welcome, Brooke.
Yeah, I mean, those bullet trains, man, they're something else.
He got drunk and he got kind of homesick, so he wanted to come back and be with us.
I did. I got really sad.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's a talent. So who we got up?
Aaron Judge with the 3-0 count, one out, top of the fourth.
You think he's got the 3-0 green light?
No, I don't know. This game means a lot. This game is a very important game, so I would not let him be hacking.
It's only been about 30 to 45 seconds, but you're doing a much better job than Kevin.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm much better at all the things.
He's coming. He's coming.
Oh, Kevin.
What's up, man?
And he takes ball 4. Who walks in an all-star game?
First of all,
did you know we flew Brooke back?
Hey, Brooke, you're back.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Sorry, guys, I had to take a dump. So let's talk. What's going on right now?
The consummate professional, just like Vincent Edward Scully,
Absolutely.
I tells you.
In an all-star game.
Scully used to dump in the middle of games.
Oh, man, we're missing Kemp talk? Oh, they have
He's talking about Machado right now.
They have a much better broadcast than we do. We only have Brooke, and no, we got free beer.
We got beer. They don't have anything.
So now this is better.
Hold on. They're also showing pictures. They're also showing pictures of Kemp hugging Machado and then taking pictures.
I don't know if you
it
guys
is
saw,
very clear that Machado is coming to the Dodgers.
I don't know if you guys saw on the Twitters, they were talking about how they had a quotable quote from Kemp that he's tight enough with Manny that if Manny knew something was happening, if it was going down and he was going to come to L.A., he would let him know. He would know ahead of time.
Yeah, I would agree. Also, I like the little manwich we've got going on here in this
Hey,
broadcast booth.
It's a pretty small booth.
This is
But we're fitting everyone in very nicely.
This booth got much
I feel
warmer.
like I have a lot of room, so I'm all right.
well, you're the biggest guy here, so
Yeah,
it's very clear that you
come down over there, Porky.
need more room.
It's either me or Brooke,
Chubbo.
so it's one.
Yeah.
I would like to mention, though, that Dodgers Nation does not discriminate based on size, weight, height, skin color, or being FRG.
We only discriminate on whether or not you're a Giants fan.
That's a good point. If you're a Giants fan, you can go to hell.
Unless
So
you want
what?
to buy some of that fancy merch, Dodgers Nation store.
Also,
It's
download the
DodgersNation.com.
Blue Heaven podcast on
yeah, that thing, too.
iTunes, Stitcher Radio, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and DodgersNation.com.
And iHeartRadio.
Yeah, by the way,
Google Greg, so you can find out his post-game show.
This is Google Greg.
Post-game show. I mean, we're getting pointing at things that's going on. I was going to say Manny Machado is up right now, and this is future Dodger. Probably the last time we're going to see the future Dodger in this game.
Oof.
In an Orioles
one.
uniform, for
Look
sure.
Look at Roberts.
I would
Roberts
say
is just really hoping he doesn't get
90%,
injured.
and he popped it up.
That's not what
come
we want
on,
to see.
Machado.
And that is his last swing as a Baltimore Oriole.
That actually
That
just
just dropped
confirms.
his-
That
Yep.
confirms
Yeah.
he's coming to L.A.
Yeah.
He was just trying to get out of the game as fast as
Yeah.
possible so he could be in that
so you
blue.
go over there, you see him with the Dodger hat on.
Well, that just dropped his trade value.
That would be
clearly.
great. Do you think that? What if he actually went
one less
into the
prospect.
National League
Absolutely.
dugout
Yeah.
and Dave Roberts handed him a Dodger hat and he
great.
just switched him?
That
So
would
because
be
of
great.
how poorly Machado has played in this game, I'm hearing that the asking price is now just Logan Forsythe straight up. Forsythe for Machado.
I don't know.
Actually, I heard it was Forsythe and a half-eaten sandwich. So
I
don't know that I'd
did
go
ask.
that high.
I did ask for the
Did
sandwich.
you ask for the
this is
half-eaten
true,
sandwich?
yeah.
that's true. That
Is
got
it?
really
It's
fair.
FRG's sandwich.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
And no, I get it.
He gets.
You
the
get-
sandwich.
oh, you
Yeah,
get
I
the
get
other
a
half.
sandwich.
Someone else ate half. He gets the other.
I
half.
ate the first half as well.
Yeah.
I traded it to trade it back.
Right.
But actually-
I call that sandwich Matt Kemp.
But
Quite
Kevin
Jose
Rose-
Abreu, this swinging from his heels.
Hold on, guys. We have some breaking news from Greg Bergman over
Oh,
here.
sorry. Kevin Rosenthal is saying that actually there's no major league players in the deal for Manny Machado. So that means Logan Forsythe.
So Forsythe's definitely in.
Yes.
he
is not a major
he's
league player.
He's an A-plus player. So we're not going to see Logan Forsythe leaving, which is a little bit disappointing. We know Yusniel Diaz is probably going to be in it. Who else is going to be in it? Dustin May.
Dustin May, for
Probably
sure.
Dustin May.
You'd assume. And then will they do it just for Dustin May and Yusniel Diaz?
I would imagine. I mean, I think that's a decent haul. Dustin May is going to be a good pitcher. I think Diaz is showing that he's got some pop. And I mean, you're the Orioles. You're going to have 10 years of rebuild, so you might as well get what you can.
Yeah, I mean, you're losing Machado. You're going to be losing Adam Jones.
Abreu pops up to
They
shallow
They
center.
can't
And
draft and build a pitcher for the life of them. Dylan Bundy was supposed to be the greatest thing since Slice Bundy, and then all of a sudden,
He was no Al Bundy.
there's no Albert Moore.
He wasn't even a Ted
His
Bundy.
hand was not in his pants. It was
Not
just
even he never scored 4 touchdowns in one
Whoa,
game.
Bundy.
Disappointing. But Matt Kemp will be coming up.
Kump?
Matt Kemp will be camping up first top of the inning.
We just lost a lot of viewers.
Yeah, way to go.
Yes, we did.
Way to go. It's like
The beer's already hitting me. How you doing?
So here's a follow-up question to that. If there are no major leaguers involved in that trade, do they deal from their outfield surplus?
I think any trades that you make has to be from the outfield surplus, as well as a guy like FRG, and I have talked about this on the Blue Heaven
I'm getting
podcast.
traded?
FRG is getting traded.
Damn it. The
for
Oriole
a bag of
I'll drink to
peanuts.
that.
You're going to go to Orange Heaven. So what we were talking about, and this is a guy that comes up because he's very talented, but there's no place for him on the Dodgers or on a National League roster, is Edwin Rios. So Rios is a talented guy, great bat, a lot of power, but there's just no place for him in Dodger Stadium, and there's not really a place for him on a National League team because he's very much a DH. He profiles as a good DH in the American League. However, I will give one caveat. If things actually progress the way the rumblings are talking about, that the NL adopts the DH rule in the next couple of years, I think we have to hold on to a guy like that.
Okay, the DH rule, I know we're talking about Manny Machado right now, but the DH rule is just ridiculous to me. The fact that there's no reason that should ever be in the NL. It shouldn't be in the AL either.
I agree.
Because you're paying a guy $13 to $20 million to sit on the bench and come up 4 times and bat 4 times, and that's his entire job.
Yeah.
He's not actually
And
playing
his name
the game.
is Ohtani.
Yes, pretty much. That's exactly what he's become.
Yeah.
I'd also like to
it's
point out that watching Bartolo Colon hit is well worth the price of admission.
Well,
100%
Or Rich Hill running the bases. Oh boy,
I want to see a Bumgarner home run.
Or his whiplash
Right.
slide. Yeah, these are the things we miss out. Or the Kershaw, slash.
The opening day.
Yeah.
Opening
Whipping out his dong on opening day against the Giants a couple years ago. It was a
I
good
don't want to
time.
see the
They won
45
1-0 in
home
that
run.
game.
Yeah.
DH, that's weak. We don't
And
need
it
that
takes
offense.
away
You
the
don't
fun
do
of the
anything.
game.
You sit on your ass in the bullpen, and you're playing like hot foot in there.
And the
then
same
you
thing
go
with the
like,
manager.
it's time to go
The
hit.
manager has so much less to worry about and think about too. It's a much more boring brand of the game.
Yeah.
It's going to speed up the game because the pitchers can't hit. Well, you know what? I want to see the pitchers hit.
Yeah. Well,
And again, everybody out there, we want to know your comments on it. Let us know what you think about the DH. Let us know where you're calling from. Give us your area code. We want to answer your questions. We're doing our best at it, but the beer's hitting.
give us your Social Security number. We need credit. Here's
Let us
my
know your work
question.
schedule.
Here's my question. And Greg, I think this is more specifically for you.
Okay.
Oh, looking at it.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
go. You can go. Thank you.
What is hot foot?
What is hot foot?
Yes.
It's when you put like you burn a match and you put it in the back in front of their
The shoe?
You're going to want to talk into the microphone.
Yeah, you put it in the back of the shoe, and then their foot gets hot, and then
The hot foot thing?
and then they start seeing their foot gets all hot, and they shake it all off.
Is this a thing that major league players do in the bullpen?
It used to be.
All right.
What
not in the
what did
bullpen,
I
in
miss?
the dugout.
Oh,
In the
okay,
dugout.
in the dugout.
I remember seeing Vince Scully call that a couple years ago.
I missed the
Very
start of
entertaining.
that, but it seemed like it was a
I
struggle
didn't
to get
explain it
there.
very well.
That was
I'm
not well
very good at
explained.
explaining things very well. But
That is at Bergman Greg on
Yes.
Twitter and Instagram.
He is a
I didn't explain
professional.
hot foot, but that is basic.
This is his
All
first
right,
time
now
on
everybody
radio.
shut up. Matt Kemp is up
Never
to
done
bat.
it before.
Matt
16
Kemp is
years.
1 for 1 right now. He's going up against Snell, who has thrown 24
And
pitches.
Matt Kemp, 2-1 count. Inside, 3-1 count.
And I think Kemp needs to charge the mound right now because that was way too inside, and I think Snell is trying to injure him.
And also, they got the number 3 star in their sleeves because they're honoring the late Babe Ruth.
Well, and Snell is dating Rihanna currently, so I think there's a little bit of
there's some beef?
a rivalry, a little bit of beef going on, beefing.
I'm going to request that if he gets on base, they immediately pull him from this game.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
And I think
We don't
that's
even
where
see
we
any
see
Dodger
Stripling
in this game.
We see Stripling pinch running
rather have
from
nobody
Matt Kemp. I think that's where he comes into
that's
this
part
game.
of his triple threat for
That's
sure.
Stripling's
Absolutely.
perfect.
Relief
That's it.
pitching,
Or
starting pitching.
Dave Roberts pulls a Dave Roberts, puts himself in the game to pinch run from Matt
Steals
Kemp,
base.
and sets up David
Wait.
Ortiz coming back from the dead.
No, it's Kevin
to-
Millar. He's gonna drive him?
yeah.
No, Kevin Millar walked.
Yeah,
he's the one
yeah.
who got on.
He pinch ran for him.
That's way
Two-
more entertaining than a normal game.
2004 was a long time ago.
2004 was 14 years ago.
That's math.
Yeah.
That's math.
Hey, the math.
The math.
So Red Sox fans have been insufferable for 14 years now, guys. It's been that long.
Oh, and that's a
Matt
that's
Kemp
a K.
that one.
strikes out on a great curveball.
I
That
know,
was-
So
I-
see
it
if
was
Matt
pretty fast.
Kemp,
Gonna do
he
that.
can come back home or actually go to Milwaukee.
Yes.
He's ready to play with Manny Machado.
And a bunch of people nobody knows on the screen right now. That'll give us the opportunity to talk about FRG.
Softball.
I'm just gonna
tell me all
now
about
because
it.
you had nothing. I'm just gonna
FRGs. No. We want to hear about your softball team.
Oh, again, we're looking for female players. We play local Whittier area, along with we're very close to the Commoner.
Is this the Yorkfield team?
Yes, we're also very close to the HVAC guys.
Just in case.
Who already?
We're also very close to Gary.
Sorry, Gary. What are you saying to us over there in the corner, producer?
Sorry,
Gary.
our producer's not. Oh, that's for the podcast.
Got it.
Yeah, that's for the commercials.
I do have a question here for you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's not really a question. It's more of a bold statement, I guess.
Okay.
Also, they spelled Peterson wrong, but I don't fault anybody for that. Joe
They
Hernandez.
missed the accent mark on Kike. Just say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, don't miss the accent
Don't
mark
mess
on
that one
Kike,
up.
guys.
By the way, with Kike, I write you. Kike spells his name Kike.
Yeah.
And that is Kike.
Yes.
So on Twitter, I wrote talking about Kike Hernandez, and I said, "Oh, Kike was great. Whatever, Kike this." I got people telling me I was anti-Semitic.
It makes
makes
sense.
sense.
Aren't you Jewish?
Yes,
All
I
right.
am Jewish.
Another self-hate.
I just want that to be known.
Yeah.
That Kike spells his name Kike.
An anti-Semitic Jewish man. You heard
Yes.
it here
This
first,
is why
folks.
I normally just go with the
Self-deprecation,
Kiki.
that's fine.
I do the
Absolutely.
Kiki.
But that's not how it's spelled.
I know it's not spelled like that, but
That is Dr. Greg Bergman.
That is my only homage to
My
Charlie
fiance's
Steiner.
Jewish, so I feel like
Oh.
everybody should be a doctor.
Poor
his name?
her.
So, anyways,
for you.
the
His name
statement
is Mort.
the
Mort
statement
Greenwald.
is- I think they're referring to trading
Machado
from the-
trade.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
From the surplus of outfielders. If
Okay.
it means trading Peterson or Kike or Taylor, it would be disastrous. It would be like trading AJ Ellis all over again, which I would have to kindly decline. That would be worse than trading AJ Ellis.
It would absolutely be worse than
Yeah.
AJ Ellis. Here's a random thing that actually that person
Joe.
reminded me of.
Joe Hernandez.
Joe Hernandez. Thank you for
somewhere.
reminding me of that. Joe Hernandez from where?
From somewhere.
From
I'm sure.
somewhere. Joe,
We're
shout
proud
out
of
to
you,
your
Joe.
hometown of somewhere.
There, down goes Bryce Harper, by the way. Thank you very much.
Looking, by the way, in an All-Star game.
That's
Looking.
fantastic.
Wow.
I gotta love
Yeah.
it.
Bryce
214
freaking
average.
Harper. All right.
Yeah, for
so
real.
this game should actually count against his average too.
I hope so.
You know all those home runs that Muncy hit in the All-Star game?
Those all count.
Those are all. He's
Yeah.
at, what, 52 home
52
runs on the
home
season?
runs on the season now.
He's having a great year.
He's having an amazing year. AJ Ellis, or as he's
BJ.
more widely known, BJ Ellis,
AJ, I get that.
The GOAT.
the GOAT. Is there a chance, or would you guys
Is there a
do
chance
a
that
deal?
Trek was Ben?
Is
None
there
of your
a
life, my Hindu friend. What about us, brain? Anyway, what are we talking about?
This is Simpsons Talk with FRG.
Hey.
Would you guys bring him back?
As a catcher?
Yeah.
AJ
Why?
AJ Ellis. So
He's
here's
hitting
reason.
like 300 right now.
He is. He's hitting about 300 right now. But here's
In the playoffs,
here's
he is great in the
He
playoffs.
is clutch.
He is Mr. Clutch in the playoffs. But here's my rationale behind it is, as we've talked about on the Blue Heaven podcast, available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and now iHeartRadio.
Hey.
AJ Ellis is like best friends with Clayton Kershaw.
Mm-hmm.
He is the guy who called his perfect, or well, should have been a perfect game. Thank you, Hanley
Thank you,
Ramirez.
Hanley.
Thank you, Hanley.
But he was Clayton Kershaw's specific catcher during his time on the Dodgers, and they had a great relationship. Would you bring him back just to catch Clayton Kershaw's games for the rest of the season and into the playoffs, given that Kershaw now is at this point in his career where he needs to start changing the way that he throws? He needs to start changing his game plan, and A.J. Ellis might be the guy that can call a game for him kind of perfectly.
I'll go ahead and take that. I'll take this one, Alex. No.
Yes.
Back to you.
All right. Greg, what do you
Solid
think?
analysis.
100% agree with that.
All right.
No,
No.
100%.
You know, I was actually looking back because I don't remember what year AJ Ellis was traded, but it
2 years ago.
coincides directly
2002.
with the decline of Clayton Kershaw.
Absolutely.
Directly
Well,
with
no,
the decline.
okay.
Slap hands.
We're not going to talk about age or the fact that he hurt his back in that
No.
time. It's just a pure
Right,
coincidence.
we're
We're
just
not
gonna
talking
get rid
about
of all
that.
those back
We're just going to
injuries.
say
We're
the
gonna get-
reason why he has a 2.74 earner run average this far into the season is the fact that AJ Ellis is not his everyday catcher.
I would strongly agree.
and Austin Barnes is.
Yes.
Which was a great man, by the way. We love you, Austin.
Barnes is great.
I don't think you're watching this.
I don't
No.
see
But he's
anything
not AJ
great with
Ellis.
Austin Barnes.
Listen, he went to he grew up in Riverside. I think I played high school ball against him.
Okay.
That's it. That's all. It's really great.
Are you also
AJ Ellis? You're
He's got
that
big
old?
arms. I am young. Yes.
He played against AJ Ellis.
Wow.
Austin Barnes, that's
That's So did my grandfather. That was
yeah. I really don't see the need.
92 years old.
Yes,
he doesn't look a day over it either.
No,
I don't see the need in going out and picking up a 37-year-old catcher when you have Grandal, you have Barnes, you have Farmer, who has barely got an opportunity to catch this year and is the greatest ninth inning hitter in the history of the Dodgers.
Ninth inning and beyond. Yes.
Him and Charlie Culberson.
Hey,
That's
Colby.
true.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy Colby was traded because I would hate to see the Dodger fan base. They see you, Bill. I'd hate to see them turn on Colby because he just would not deserve it.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's Bill. He's a terrible man.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
So here's a question for everybody too. For everybody here in our
also
tight
good
broadcast booth.
point. AJ Ellis is the snitch. He was a part of that kind of uncomfortable clubhouse experience.
Interesting.
He went to Molly Knight and told her like everything.
It wasn't just.
I know, it wasn't just.
I still love
little
BJ.
Aegon. He's just as big a part of that as anybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, here's a question for everybody here in the broadcast booth. Do you all also smell pizza? Because
yes,
I smell
could use
pizza,
a piece of pizza,
and I could use pizza with this beer.
I think I just had the timeout gong, but before the timeout gong, we do want to talk to you about the Crooked Gaff Kitchen. Crooked Gaff Kitchen and Oyster Bar is a delicious little eatery here in Uptown Whittier. Another spot. I know everything's Uptown Whittier. It's crazy, but it's a modern industrial oyster bar.
You would almost think that we're broadcasting live from Uptown Whittier.
Raw bar and full kitchen. Yeah, you were in DC.
Right.
Bullet Train, remember?
Yeah, Bullet Train,
baby.
I'm right here with you.
If you're looking for some seafood in Uptown Whittier, Crooked Gaff Kitchen is definitely a spot you would want to check out. You can find them at CGK_Oyster Bar on Instagram for location and some other specials. And we're trying to work out a little, maybe a little coupon code. So maybe go in there and tell them you heard of them on Blue Heaven.
Yeah.
And we'll find a way to get you some free pokey.
Tell them just say Dodgers Nation.
Hey.
By the way, poke, my favorite food out of everything.
Poke, my favorite pastime.
It is. I love poke.
It's not
Isn't poke just
brisket or
vegan
pastrami?
structured
No, it's 100%. Why you got to go
anybody
to
know anything?
brisket?
No.
Because Langer's Deli
this
is
thing
my
on?
favorite pastrami sandwich.
All
in the
right.
world.
Well, it's maybe the greatest pastrami sandwich anywhere.
Listen,
Hey.
we're very white in this broadcast. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you now. Oh,
This
wow. I
might
can
be-
hear everybody
this
so
might
much
actually
better.
be the handsomest broadcasting crew in the history of baseball plus FRG.
Hey.
This is
That is true.
really.
I mean,
really
I know
impressive.
Joe
Man, now I'm going
Davis
to go
has
eat
got
my
the
problems away.
All right, so we are going to. I'm sorry, our producer. All right, producer Gary is saying we're going to be right back. Enjoy the game. YouTube.
And we're back with a mouthful of pizza. Thank you, Crooked Gaff Cafe. I'm not a big pokey man. I'm not a big oyster man, but I'm gonna try it out.
You mean like a cartoon or?
Yeah.
Like a Pikachu?
Yes, Pokemon.
I don't think we have the trademark for that. I think we're going down.
Oh shit, Digimon.
There you go. They're done.
We'll go with Digimon.
So if we're getting somebody through the broadcast booth already. Wow. Look at all these fans storming us. Jeez.
Wow, the ladies are
on.
The ladies. Cow. I can tell you every time with ladies in FRG, it just works. Hopefully my missus stopped watching the broadcast.
Yeah, it's ladies' night here in Washington. Oh, where are we?
You're not in Washington
I was in
anymore.
Washington. Right.
We're in lovely, historic Uptown Whittier, home of the Commoner, Crooked Gaff Kitchen, and the Co-Lab, which is a great spot to co-work, and you could even host a live event like we are.
That's very true. And women will walk through your broadcast. That's 100% guarantee.
To bring out napkins and fix the internet that was struggling earlier. So
FRJ, I got one guy that says, even in the All-Star game, it's nice to see the one giant who made the team strike out.
That is 100% true.
Rob Haynes, I appreciate you and everything you stand for.
I really just, I think even so with Crawford, I wouldn't like him on just about any team. He's just such a grimy dude.
He looks slippery, for sure. He looks slippery. He looks like a guy you would not want to approach.
He's like the greased-up deaf guy.
Try to catch me. That guy, yeah.
I'll be back next year. Aaron Nola now in for the National League team, going up against Sal Perez, still in the game, 5th inning. It's like the AL ran out of catchers after Wilson Ramos got hurt again.
I literally could not name you one more AL catcher other than Salvador Perez and Martin Maldonado. And that's just because the Angels have played the Dodgers twice in 2 weeks.
That is a good point. Enough Angels. I'm really mad that we didn't sweep them. We had such a good opportunity to at least take 5 of the games.
You don't know what it's like to be at 2 games where they play the Angels and lose to the Angels.
Oh, Sal Perez almost with double, but not because he's not good enough because it's not 2015. But, yeah, that's got to be rough. Was that in Anaheim?
I got made fun of by a lot of Angel fans.
Yeah.
It was really sad.
I'm
they asked me why I was
happens.
crying. I asked them how 4th place felt. Fights almost occurred. No big deal.
Did you bring out, you pocket the blade, palm the blade? Did you?
Palm the
blade.
Had it
ready? Yeah.
I had my beer full just in case I needed to chug it real quick.
They got to know.
Salvador Perez just hasn't been the same since the suitcase incident.
That is a very good point.
It. I think that's a turning point in his career. As soon as he slipped with those suitcases, game over.
Them damn suitcases, I tells you.
Also, Aaron Nola. Where did this guy come from?
Somewhere, but he was drafted by the Phillies, and he's been a very, very, very good player.
He has a ridiculous
He was one of the guys, I really liked the Phillies going into the season, and most people laughed at me like they laugh at me for most things.
Right.
But, I knew the Phillies were a good team. They had the talent. They had some skills. I knew this was obviously, the one guy I knew. This was right around the time they signed the guy who robbed Kershaw of a Cy Young, the pitcherman.
Oh, the pitcherman.
Yeah, the pitcherman.
Exactly.
Bill Pitcherman.
Bill Pitcherman.
I can't think of his name right now.
He's got a strong arm.
Yeah, he's got at least 2 of them, actually.
Yeah, at least
he
2.
works out with both arms.
Sometimes,
but
guys have 1 arms in baseball. It's not uncommon.
It happens. Goro was a really good batter back in the day.
That's true.
Yeah, he was pretty thug life.
We got a question from AJ Gonzalez. I'm not sure if this is our own personal Dodgers Nation AJ Gonzalez. I'm pretty sure it is. AJ, shouts to you in Tennessee. I think you're
Cheers.
in Tennessee. Shouts to you, AJ. AJ says, who was your favorite Dodger growing up? So who was your favorite Dodger growing up?
Brooks Smith.
That's true. I did play from the 88 to 93 series, even though I was born in 93. But,
Goddamn kids these days.
Yeah, they're just coming out of the woodwork. Who was your favorite Dodger?
So I'm kind of bad. One of my all-time favorite Dodgers, and I still wear the 28 to this day. There's no reason why he should be one of my favorite Dodgers, but I always had that draw towards the very short-lived Jason Worth.
It's got to be the facial hair. He didn't have much of it.
He wasn't too big on the beard, but he always had that beard, and he has that Eric Karros beard. He can cut it, and the next day it's down to here.
Good old. So
I threw out some EK.
May he rest in peace in his retirement.
Yeah.
Bless up.
What about you? Oh, I remember. Oh, look at this. Not our.
Goodness gracious.
Don't bring
my own
us
personal
beer.
favorite Dodger growing up. I grew up in the Eric Gagne era, which meant that everybody was a Gagne fan. But personally, I didn't really care about that. I was a catcher growing up, so I was a very big Paulie LeDuc fan.
Who looks like a catcher.
My absolute favorite.
You want me to call him?
Yeah, that'd be great.
We can put him live on.
Because I'm sure he would love to hear from us. I did see a tweet from him today, and I don't see tweets from him very often.
No,
but,
and they're normally about horse racing.
Right, absolutely nothing that has to do with his life. But his tweet was a throwback picture of him in the NL All-Star game back in the day, and he was in the front row because he said he's too short.
Yeah, with
so
that
always
team.
in the front row.
Which was funny because David Eckstein was in the center back row.
Precisely. I think he was on stilts, if I remember. I recently saw a picture of David Eckstein. He does not look well.
Yeah, he always struck me as one of those guys that would kind of just fall apart, like a Darren Dreifert type, just completely, I don't know, disapparate, if that's a word.
That makes sense. White people don't age well.
That is true. White ain't right.
Also, going back to that 2002 World Series teams, I also saw Troy Percival recently, and he looked
bad at the end of his career.
Yeah, well, he had the gut already. He looked like a potato sack on stilts. But he was still throwing heat. I mean, apparently, I don't know if that's
getting
heat,
it up there to 72.
He got the saves. What can I tell you? With Frankie Rodriguez setting him up, I don't know how they didn't make that decision to make Frankie the closer back then. But also Darren Erstad. Saw Darren Erstad recently. I think he's a Nebraska coach or something like that for a long time. I'm not sure if he's still doing that.
This is Angels talk,
Kevin
by the
Appier.
way.
I think Kevin Appier died.
We're just going over the 0-2 World Series Angels team.
I'm just reliving it. I was at Game 7, so I like to call back on things. Benji Molina literally ate his brother the last time I heard.
Rest in peace, Jose
Molina is no longer around. Thank God for Yadier.
That was a really good team, though. I mean, it was a fun team. Spezio, I'm pretty sure he died of a heroin overdose by now.
That makes sense. You got Troy Gloss, who was about 6'8" back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at that!
Couldn't feel the ball.
Altuve finally learned how to hit in his third at bat.
There you go. The 5'1" Altuve strokes a base hit into right off of Nola.
Well, they have him listed as 5'1". He's actually 4'8".
That's true. He does have those extended cleats too, so it makes it a little better. I think he's asking for the ball. Is that his first All-Star hit?
Probably. It could be. And nobody's taking a selfie with him.
I don't think anybody has more fun than he does, to be fair. Except maybe Frankie Lindor.
You know, they say little girls have more fun.
That makes sense. Also, his bat is larger than him. Have you noticed that?
We got a call out from Tom here talking about Alex Cora. You know, another Dodger great to wear 13. Cora. Another Dodger great shortstop to wear number 13, just like your future Dodger Manny Machado.
Yeah, it's too bad they retired Alex Cora's number, so Machado's not going to be able to.
No, they brought it out of retirement for Max Muncy. Because they knew Max Muncy was like, this is the future of the franchise. You knew when we signed Max Muncy.
That funky Muncy.
Out of the. No, that's a different. They're trademarking it now. Bastards. If only we were better at things. Speaking of merch, hey, Dodgers Nation merch. You can get it.
Go to DodgersNation.com/shop to purchase, if you'd like. Which camera are we looking at?
We're in that one
now.
Yeah.
3 of them?
You can see it right here on you.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I've been looking that way off into the distance the whole time. Everyone thinks I'm a nut.
So anyway, back to the broadcast.
We got future Dodger Mike Trout up to the plate. I think everybody's a future Dodger at this point.
Yeah, we might be Homer. We might be Homer calling it right now. You let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. I think we might be a little bit biased towards a certain team.
I agree right there.
In Los Angeles and not in Orange County.
We got Speedy Chavez talking about the Cora Asturis double play combo.
What is a Speedy Chavez?
I think it's a type of bread.
Like
or more so, probably an oil change spot.
Also, is he talking about Cesar Asturis or Meiser?
There's only one Asturis, and it was Caesar.
Yeah, I think Meiser was
Cesar.
A child who showed up in the league somehow.
Steve Garvey.
He weighed about 30 pounds.
Who is our favorite player outside of the Dodgers? That would be Jason Worth.
Who's your favorite player currently outside of the Dodgers?
Jason Worth. I think he's somewhere in the Seattle. No, I don't. Mike Trout is just good, but I'm one of those guys. I don't like people so much.
In general?
So yeah,
that makes sense.
Not the biggest fan of people. Luckily, I'm in the public eye. You can find me at Real FRG, Twitter and Instagram. Co-host of Blue Heaven Podcast. That's Brooke Smith.
Not co-host of the Blue Heaven Podcast.
That's right. You didn't make the cut.
Kevin.
Son of a bitch. And we got Kevin over there just talking because that's what he does. He's terrible at it.
Networking.
Is that what he's doing? Oh, he's talking to the ESPN guy. That guy's got to stop wearing such tight shirts.
I'm afraid that button's going to break at any moment.
He flashed me his IQ at the moment because,
It was a 1.
18 foul balls in a row. Yeah, 18 foul balls in a row. Yes, it was. I was at the game for that Alex Cora at bat against, I believe it was Matt Clement. Very fun because he hit a dinger Back in those days, we called them dingers. The kids call them dongs these days.
Now. Pretty inappropriate, to be honest with you, for those kids.
I don't get it.
Jeez.
I don't know. Explain to us how it is inappropriate.
So dong, in layman's terms, refers to a home run. You can find us at Kev is your friend.
That is the senior editor of Dodgers Nation. This is Brooke Smith, nailing this down.
We're really wrapping this up here. So I think we've been kicked off the team officially. So we are former Dodgers ourselves. We are our own favorite Dodgers. And
we're doing fine.
We're getting some guys in the broadcast booth. If they want to ruin it, come back in. That's fine.
Hey, guys.
Guys, here, maybe you can roll off of this question a little bit. One of the questions we got, who is your all-time favorite Dodger growing up? From our very own AJ Gonzalez.
Oddly enough, mine was Eddie Murray. I loved Eddie Murray.
Another
former Oriole.
Yep.
Eddie Murphy was not a Dodger.
He was an Oriole, and then he was a Dodger.
He's an actor.
And he was...
I think he played
Really
Donkey.
good in Raw.
He was really good in Raw.
He was great in Raw.
Delirious.
Why is he had some amazing comedy specials?
Next live
and he can hit home
broadcast,
runs.
are you going to wear the tight leather suit?
You're gonna go red or purple?
Well, it depends on which one. Yeah, which one
got
you guys
something
want.
tighter?
Purple. He's a purple guy.
I don't know. I'm thinking about going full on P Diddy and going like full white.
Well, it depends. Are you a blood or you a crip? If you pull off blue, we are blue heaven.
I'm a blip.
Oh,
A little bit of both.
playing both sides of the fence.
Mom's a blood, dad's a crip.
Oh man,
one out for my homies.
Christmas was rough in the Kevin household.
Yep.
The Kevin.
Speaking
household.
of death, Skip Bayless is on the TV right now talking about his undisputed show.
His very
That show's still on
dear
the air?
friend.
Is that really still going?
Apparently they like to-
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sensing some shade from the ESPN guy.
More
I mean-
towards Skip.
Yeah.
Just skip.
Skip just doesn't seem like a good gentleman.
Yeah.
You know where they do have good gentlemen? The Collab, because the ladies here are great up here at the Collab Inc. in Uptown Whittier.
I almost thought you were going to go with a gentleman's club reference
w
there. And, yeah.
thecollabinc.com.
I was waiting for Spearmint Rhino,
They have
but
many
yes,
different.
The collab is even better.
They have many different
Frisky Kitty.
co-working opportunities here, and they also feature $20 co-working Tuesdays, which is a great place to come here and use the Wi-Fi, use the air conditioning, and use some printers for $20.
Yeah.
Hey, give him that.
We got Jose Berrios.
That's not a word.
I need your pronunciation here.
It's
Kevin.
Jose Berrios.
Berrios.
Yes.
He's from the Barrio, ese.
Muy bien.
Navarro.
Into the
The
game.
Mario.
Representing the Twins.
Who is... All right. Well, that was a solid pitch, but he was throwing wild there his first couple up there.
So, Greg, what do you think about Manny Machado not playing up at shortstop as well as he was at third base? His defensive WAR is less than a replacement level player, and of course, I think he's a little bit under, right?
Yeah, he's a good distance under. I think he's a negative 1.3 defensive WAR, which is
That's like
pretty
old school
bad.
Matt Kemp right there.
Right,
That's the current Matt Kemp right there.
Yeah.
Actually, Matt Kemp's actually having a little bit of a better
That's
year. but
Muncie
yeah.
levels, I think, is what
Yeah.
he's approaching there.
Muncie at second base.
Okay.
Ooh.
Berrios with another.
That could be a really rough
bad.
double play combo then with Machado and Muncie.
Machado.
Muncie's
probably not
Hashtag
slow to the
Machado.
bag. A little slow to the bag.
Oh, no.
Muncie.
Hashtag
Yeah.
Machunci.
Machunci.
I like that.
Miss
Hashtag
Machunci
Machunci.
if you're nasty.
What's interesting though is that
Miss
Machado
Machado.
he was a good defensive player when he was at third base.
He was a very good
and
defensive
then
player.
now
Mhm.
I don't know if it's because he's just too big, too tall, too whatever it is, but he's just not figuring it
Too
out this
sexy
year.
for third base, Greg. We all know this.
And that's why, because chicks dig the shortstop.
Absolutely.
That
Don't
is
you
the
play
position.
shortstop?
If you could be any
no, I
position,
am what they call a designated runner.
Oh,
I'm a rabbit.
yeah. I
as it
could
were.
use you on my Sunday team then.
I would not like that.
All
I'm
right.
tired. All the
That'd be
old people.
FRG hitting a little dribbler single, and then you go in there.
And
for
I'm
him.
on first.
Here's the
And
thing,
score.
the
I don't beat
greatest-
out the dribblers. No, and we don't get pinch runners from the box. It's not grade school.
One of the greatest things I've ever seen was FRG rounding third, coming home on like a triple, coming from second, and just struggle
Driggling
bussing
for
it.
justice?
Struggle bussing it. It was the best.
We call it jiggling for freedom.
Yeah. He
My
somehow
team-
almost got thrown out on a 4-person relay from like left field.
That just happened to me on Friday because I did not expect my team to send me. I had all my third base coaches in the first base line dugout telling me,
Should be.
go, score. And I was like, why? And then I go and I stop halfway because the goddamn catcher already has the ball. And I'm yelling at them, why would you do that? That would have been the winning run too.
Oh,
should have stopped at third.
Well, luckily,
with none out.
Luckily, the thing is with FRG rounding the bases, by the time he gets to home plate, the catcher has fallen asleep.
Yeah,
so
this is fair.
He usually scores.
I was really banking on him dropping it because they had like 4 outfielders dive on the play, and there's only 2 in the area.
Sounds like
one
an
of them
old
dove
Goofy
3 times.
cartoon.
Basically, Yakety Sax was playing the entire time.
So, guys, from the first half of the season, other than the surprises of Max Muncy, who are your first half MVPs? We're going to set Muncy aside from this one because he's kind of an outlier in this particular scenario.
I mean, if you don't go Matt Kemp in that at any point, then you're just doing this wrong.
All right, well, let's set aside Matt Kemp and
let's set aside all the people we
set
pick.
aside all the good players.
All the good players.
And we want to know who it is.
But
I don't need the
I'm
obvious
going with
Taylors.
Kyle Farmer.
Kyle Farmer.
No, because you set aside all the
couple of
players.
bats,
He's been worth, 3 wins, so that's 3 wins above replacement, right? If you have 3 walk-offs, isn't that how wins above replacement?
I would actually go with...
That's how it should work.
If I can't pick Muncy or Kemp, I would go with Ross Stripling.
Yeah.
I would say Ross Stripling
100% Ross Stripling.
My first,
we'll give
first
him
half
the
MVP.
ding of approval.
him or Maeda, I really just the pitching staff in general. You lost Clayton
Don't get
Kershaw.
him started on Maeda.
Really?
No, I like Maeda. I
In
like
the
him
bullpen.
as a back of the bullpen guy.
You don't like the fact that he can go
You're
7
upsetting
innings,
our
9 home
our in-house
Yeah.
Asians.
That's what you want. You don't
I
want.
do
you don't
not
want to
like
go
good
deep.
starting pitchers.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're
No,
saying.
he's
is that
fine.
you
I
don't
like him.
a guy
I like
that-
him in the regular season as a starter because we need it. But I like him in the playoffs as like our Andrew Miller, basically.
Yes,
Or Andrew Maeda, if you will.
I actually agree with that because at the end of the year, you're going to have 7 starting pitchers right now. Only 3, maybe 4 are going to be in that rotation.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. Other guys are going to have to go in the bullpen. Maeda is the first guy that I see going into the bullpen. I could even see Stripling going into the bullpen and Alex Wood going into the bullpen.
He's going to
see
have
Alex
to.
Wood. I don't want to see. Oh, yeah,
Also,
going deep and
is part of the park.
Yeah, he did eat Jose. That's why.
It's because you remember when he took that foul ball and
Next
exploded
tattoo,
his sack
Malia.
earlier in the season.
I'm really surprised he's still alive.
I would have just been like, please pull the plug.
Yeah.
He took a foul ball right off his happy zone. When I say happy zone, I mean, ladies,
he had
Kevin, you know what I'm talking about.
He had Tommy Ball surgery.
Yeah, that was actually the very
good.
literal Tommy Dong surgery.
Yes,
on
that
that
was.
one.
Tommy Dong replacement.
Full-blown dongectomy.
But yes, I would go Stripling. I do disagree with you. I don't think Stripling goes to the bullpen in the playoffs. I think he's still a starter. I think Wood and Maeda are both put in the bullpen.
Right, I could see Wood and Maeda both going to the bullpen, but it just really at the end of the year in September, it's going to matter who is pitching well at that point.
Agreed.
Kershaw in the starting lineup. That's really about it. The other 6 guys, whoever's pitching
Interchangeable.
well,
Yeah.
I
think Hill goes to the Legends game.
Yeah, it's very well.
Pitching in the Legends game.
He'll pitch out of the bullpen too. I don't mind that either.
Hill, honestly, at this point, I don't even know if he makes that playoff roster.
He's been fine. He gave up 2 home runs, but besides that, his pitches have looked pretty good actually.
He hit a bit of a stride, we'll say, but the last start was less than great.
Right.
His whiplash slide was not the most ideal, but it was great for sharing on the Twitter.
Yeah, the fake DL is going to be in his favor lots throughout the rest of this year, and that's fine because you have so many. But Buehler, I don't want to see Buehler in the bullpen at all.
No, he's proven that he cannot pitch out of the pen.
He cannot. He can only be a starting pitcher.
And this is where I feel bad for Stripling because Stripling is kind of a victim of his own playability. He's a guy who's pitched so well out of the pen. He has an innings limit, even though they haven't said it. He realistically has an innings limit because he hasn't pitched over 127 innings in his professional career, and that was in 2013 before blowing out his elbow. So he threw 120 something in 2016 when he came up.
It's gonna be kind of like Alex Wood last year. It's gonna be like Alex Wood last year. He was in the All-Star game last year, and he ended up being the 4th starter in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
he fell off a cliff in the second
starts
half.
were great though in the playoffs.
Yeah, his numbers were great in the first half. They weren't as great in the second half. That's what you hope doesn't happen to Ross Stripling in the second half. But I can see
Wood's
him being
got
held
extenuating
off.
circumstances. Alex Lincecum over there with that weird ass wind up and delivery. So
whatever works. But
Stripling is a little more. He's a little more
Straightforward.
sustainable.
Your 8th inning guy.
He's
K-Rod
in the bullpen.
K-Strip.
K-Strip.
Chicken strip.
I could see
Ross
him,
Rod.
if he falls off again, just like Alex Wood did a little bit. If he's not pitching as well as he is right now, I could see him being in the bullpen at the end of the year.
Yeah, I would agree with that. We're going to go down on the field right next to me to Brooke. Do we have any other questions,
next
Brooke?
to us? We actually have more comments more than anything.
All right, let's hear some of the comments.
So that's your questions. We're always calling out
Dodgers
questions.
Nation.
Let us know your area code. We want to shout you out. We'll get better at it.
We want to say your name. We're tired of seeing Tom all the time. Tom, thank you for commenting, though.
We want to see more Dicks and Harrys.
That's true. Tom,
Yes.
Dix, and Harry's, please. We got a comment from Ernest Moda Jr. I think he's family of Manny Moda, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yes.
All right.
13th
He
cousin.
says,
Like
who
Guillermo.
is your most disliked player, and why is it Derek Jeter?
That is a very good point.
That's a very good question.
Derek Jeter was a terrible shortstop and won way too many gold gloves because he was a Yankee.
Yeah.
And gold gloves don't mean anything. I could win a gold glove.
I
Well,
would very much like to see that.
I'm good. Hey, you should see me stretch it first. It's horrible.
I don't know.
you won the gold hamburger. That was a little different. Let's
No,
not be crazy.
I won the Golden Ox. Fine eatery.
It was delicious. I
Well,
love
we're not,
Golden Ox.
again, we're not sponsored by them. Terrible restaurant.
Mine would be Baroid Bonds. I just absolutely hated Barry Bonds the entire time he played baseball. Even when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates. I just hated him.
Did you say the Pill Popper Pirates?
The Pill Poppin' Pirates, yes. That was the Pillsbury Pirates.
Who you got, Greg? Who's your most hated player?
Most hated. I mean, maybe not most hated, but I really hated Jason Schmidt. He was so good against the Dodgers when he was a Giant.
Say
And, they
it,
bring him
then
in, and then he comes to the Dodgers, and he's just straight garbage.
No, you know who you should say?
Oh no, I'm not going to.
Whispering always works.
You really should.
Apparently, Darren Dreifert.
Yes.
Oh,
Makes sense.
he was such a. He
5
was
years,
so-
$55 million. Darren Dreifert.
He was
Yes.
such a
Which is
good
the worst
pitcher for
contract
being.
of all time.
So
Always.
here's the thing.
Here's
The reason I said to say that is we picked our all-time Dodger teams, and in our starting lineup,
Hell yeah.
FRG had Darren Dreifert.
You had
as
Darren
our
He's
Dreifert.
my
all-time
number
starter.
5 pitcher.
Your number 5 pitcher was Darren Dreifert.
Yeah, you know
Out
what?
of everybody, you're going all time.
Yes,
And
for
pick-
funsies.
And you put
Because around the time I got into the team, like he was one of those guys that he just had such good stuff, but couldn't quite harness it. Much like Kevin's career,
Very much so.
Yeah, so it's like
I don't have the
he
good
was-
stuff.
That's
so
fair.
So you
are
want the
pretty-
guy that can't harness.
Yeah.
In the fifth.
I want that underdog.
Okay.
That's why I'm a Maeda fan
On
too.
your all-time team.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tom is back again. He's not a fan of Dennis Eckersley, apparently. I'm a huge
Why?
fan of
I'm a very big fan of
Very
it.
thankful for
1988, Dennis
Dennis
Eckersley was
Eckersley.
amazing.
6-year-old Kevin is a big fan of Dennis Eckersley.
Or Goose Gossage.
I like Goose. He was very
Apparently
fun.
He really is not
in
into
the
Goose good.
old-timey pitchers.
Old
All right,
time.
so I got into a
like that
conversation with
stat.
someone today about Max Muncy.
Okay.
And
Okay.
So who do you think is responsible for Max Muncy?
I would say Mr. and Mrs. Muncy.
yes. Well, for
That
his,
would be my choice.
for his breakout this year. How about we go with that? But yes, Mr. and Mrs. Muncy, very much so.
I'm gonna go with Brooke Smith, Dodgers
Smith,
Nation.
that's always
Yeah,
the right
he
answer.
inspired him.
I'd say probably Turner Ward.
Very
agree with
inspirational.
Right, if it's-
Inspirational.
It's because you have it's obviously a Friedman Zaidi thing.
Yeah.
taking him from
nothing,
Yeah,
actually,
basically
yeah.
from nothing,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
bring him in because he sees a lot of pitches. He's very patient at the plate,
Mm-hmm.
but he never had that power. And then all of a sudden he comes back in here, Turner Ward, which I agree
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had the
Changes-
power as a younger minor leaguer, and then he lost it because they tried to turn him into something he wasn't, which was more of a slap hitter kind of line drive. It's like, no, he's crouched, he's low, he's short to the ball, but he still has that almost uppercut swing. And depending on the team, they want to get rid of that uppercut swing,
Yeah.
which was not ideal for him.
Speaking of power, Nelson Cruz at the plate right now hitting
Is there still a game happening?
267. There is. Yeah, that is
That's
a
a
lot of power for a 75-year-old man.
It was really surprising how much that dude has held up.
Yeah,
With the
I mean,
steroids and all.
Yeah, I mean he's probably one of the better, one of the top, I would say top 3 DH in the game.
And right fielder. Except
Yeah,
for
he mostly plays
except
DH,
for in that 2011 World Series.
Yeah, maybe not in the 2011 World Series, but
Too soon. I'm getting
Dave
word.
Freese is a big fan.
I'm getting
of,
word too soon.
Nelson Cruz. Well, I mean, at least we've moved a little forward in time where we're no longer talking about the 2002 World Series. So
Oh, that was a great time.
It was a really good moment. in the
Left me
broadcast
with
booth.
poison.
I
Apparently,
believe it. I
apparently, Champagne
believe
Velvet
it.
gets to this guy and he starts reminiscing about the
Kevin
20,002
Kevin
Angel.
Apier.
About Kevin freaking Apier.
That's who I reminisce.
I
Wow.
hate Kevin A. I always hated him so much.
Listen,
He's
when
just the
he came out of the
slowest
bullpen-
pitcher.
I just don't like anybody whose name is Kevin. I'll be honest with you.
Kevin's-
that name
I would
is
agree.
garbage.
Hashtag ban
worse.
Kevin's. Let's make it a thing.
I'm in.
Was Kevin Napier slower than Pedro Baez?
Yes.
He was.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Mentally
Yes.
and physically.
yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Which is saying a lot.
That is saying
Yes.
a lot for that man.
That is really.
So you guys were talking about the least favorite player. I think Pedro Baez may be my least favorite player of all time.
I could see that.
I think that's.
I could easily see that.
You wouldn't go more recent vintage.
I would like to say
that least favorite Dodgers.
No. I hate Pedro Baez.
You just hate him that
Yeah,
much.
I do too.
I'm
not a fan.
Respect.
it's really easy to hate your own
Respect.
team, I'll be honest.
I have one from when I was a little kid that I just absolutely despised because I felt like.
And it was the coach who didn't pick you on your
It was
on
the coach
team.
who didn't pick me. Thanks, Dad. But it was
the appropriate time for
when
that.
I was a young kid. I used to
A
watch the
bucking young
Dodgers.
lass,
When I
yeah.
was a wee young lass. That's how you say young man, right?
Yes.
Lass.
The Dodgers had a relief pitcher who seemed to pitch every single game. Came in,
Mike
and
Fetters.
would oddly enough, not Mike Fetters.
Oddly enough, setup was amazing.
Felt like he gave up the lead every single time. It was Jim Gott, and it was Gott with 2 T's.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I could not stand him. Anytime they'd bring him in, I was like, well, that's the game. We lost.
This is old-timey Dodger talk.
Yes, this is old-timey Dodgers
Nation.
talk. Look,
It's truth.
Kids, let me tell you about Ron Peronowski. So,
Wait, back before he had the wonky eyes?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Are we talking about Julio Urias?
Definitely.
Oh. Julio on his way back, throwing
Rest
91.
in peace. Rest in peace, Uri.
Too soon.
Julio Urias.
Throwing 91 in bullpen sessions, which is pretty promising.
Yeah.
3-4 weeks out.
Speaking of players that I hate, here's Alex Bregman in right now for the
Boo.
AL.
Wait.
We got
Part of the evil Houston Astros.
got
I'm sorry.
Tom
Go ahead. Go
Robinson.
down to the field with Brooks.
I'm on the field. Tom Robinson says, it's no problem. We can talk about the O2 World Series. Tom is an avid Angels fan. I happen to know that, so we can move on.
Avid
from that.
Angels.
Yeah, let's go
Not
ahead and move
anybody's
on.
talk about
This
the
is
O2
not
yeah.
Angels talk.
This
But
is
thank you, Tom.
absolutely-
You gotta
Thank you for your
remember,
comment. We appreciate that.
That's all they have. That is literally all they have.
Yeah.
But they do have Mike Trout,
Yeah.
And what
which
has
is better
he
than
ever,
an O2 World Series,
Yeah,
to be
they're
honest.
wasting. Well,
I
they're
would much rather
wasting-
have Mike Trout than an O2 World Series.
They're wasting Mike Trout just like they wasted
Quiet,
Vlad
Manny's on.
Guerrero.
It's Ken Rosenthal
Here's
saying, Manny, when are you going to join the Dodgers?
Baseball
No,
is
he's
being very,
saying,
very good to me.
hey, what do you think about my bow tie?
Do you think him and Matt Kemp have
I
the
did
same
Mike Kemp
jeweler
and called
in
the
Los
Yankees
Angeles
my
now?
dad.
Probably.
I think
think
they'd have
so.
to. Look how thick that chain is.
That is, that, how many C's thick is that chain?
I don't even know what that means, but
That's
I'm going to say
12.
12.
I thought.
Slap hands.
Did we
you go.
just become best friends?
There it is.
Yep.
Do we just have to keep Manny away from any Kardashian when he gets here?
I think that's going to be.
He's only going to be here for a
Yeah.
few months. Who
so
cares?
That's enough time.
They can do
That's
a lot
fair.
of damage
That's-
in a few months.
That's a
as long as
very
he
good
stays
You
away
never
from
know.
Riri.
Yeah, that's true. Look, when I started dating a Kardashian, my quality went way downhill.
Yeah,
Well,
a lot of
look-
people don't realize this is actually Chris Humphries.
Yeah.
I was going to say, look at Chris Humphries.
I
What
changed
happened to
my
him?
name because of the bad reputation aspect of things. So
Was that Danny Espinosa he just grounded out to?
No,
Probably.
because I'm pretty sure he's done for the season.
gone.
Angels fan.
we've got one of
He was a Dodger too, so don't forget that.
one of the
For
16
about
Reds that
35
are on the
seconds.
All-Star team is was in there at first base right
He's
now.
an OKC
Couldn't tell
Dodger.
who
How
it
can there
was.
be so
Great.
many Reds in this game?
I mean, they're clearly the best team in baseball.
Ballot box
I mean,
stuffing.
Yes.
AJ says that the Angels also have that Joseph Gordon-Levitt movie, which he's clearly talking about The Dark Knight, right?
Oh, I thought you were
Yes.
talking about the one where
Yes.
he's jerking off a lot.
That one too.
Yeah.
That's called
Also-
500 Days of Summer.
Oh, nice.
So that's the Angels movie we're talking about here.
You talking about Inception?
I think that's
Inception.
it. I don't think they're talking about.
Looper? Was he talking about Looper?
I could be
All right,
Looper.
Looper was a
Jackal.
good movie.
So the Jackal?
I have no
I've been
problem
wanting to
with
see
it.
Looper. It's on my
it's
to
actually
watch
pretty
list.
Good. It was fun.
Let
to
us
watch.
know.
Is
about
Looper good?
in
Let us
the
know in the
comments
comments below, guys. Francisco Lindor.
Mr.
25
Smile, he's a good
Yeah.
baseball player.
He's decent.
old
25
Frankie.
home runs this year.
That was my analysis for Greg. He's a good baseball player.
I
love it.
One of the questions
Keep
we
him
got
all.
is from Scott. He says, "Will Julio begin comeback in Rancho?" And the answer to that is
Probably.
Julio likely
likely.
begin comeback Rancho. Stay tuned. More details, Scott.
ASAP.
Julio, my friend.
Julio, my friend.
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard.
It's very clear that Manny Machado is the story of the All-Star game.
You know, I still.
As Lindor goes way back into
It's
a
on its
glove.
way. there it
And
goes.
it's
A warning
frozen.
track.
All right.
Right into the beard of
Chuck
Charlie
Nasty.
Blackmon.
He actually caught it with his beard.
He did.
It
It's
was
amazing.
intense.
You know, when I was down on the field,
Yes.
I could smell his beard.
Those are
Actually,
good
let's go to the
innings.
What does
field
it smell
with
like?
Brooke Smith. Brooke, what's it like down there on the field of the All-Star
I'm gonna
game
be
right now?
honest, it smelled a lot like courage and manliness mixed with
No grit and a little
a
grit.
little bit of grit,
A
not
little
too
bit
much
of
grit.
Well, Chase Utley's not on the team.
Rest in peace, Chase
True
Utley.
grit.
R.I.P.
True grit.
Chase.
Bless up, Chase.
So you don't bless up, but not
There's a
not
conversation.
3 cents.
That's
huh?
a conversation.
There's a conversation.
Is Chase Utley a Hall of Famer? You let us know in the comments below, along with your area code.
In our hearts, yes. Statistically,
In our pants, possibly.
he'll be a 15-year and out.
You think so?
That's what I'm kind of feeling. That's how I feel about Chase.
Unless he's a World Series hero this year.
Because there's just too many of the how do we politely say it? Assholes who have the votes, who are going to have a problem with his style of play.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, when you are looking at Hall of Fame, are you looking at by position or are you looking at overall? And when you look at it, him as a second baseman for the amount of time that he was that second baseman and the numbers that he put up are pretty strong.
Oh yeah.
And he has a World Series MVP and all the other things that are behind him. Isn't he a Hall of Famer?
Also,
as a second baseman, a Hall of Fame second baseman.
Yeah. Also hashtag Silver Fox. So I've got to say yes.
Yes, I mean that's a great hashtag.
Yes.
So another future Hall of Fame Dodger. We got from Kenny Rosenthal here. Can report with more certainty Machado to Dodgers happening. Among remaining questions, in addition to specifics to return beyond outfielder Yasniel Diaz, is how much money, if any, the Orioles are going to be sending the Dodgers. Of course, that tax threshold is a big part of it.
It's interesting, though, that there isn't much past Diaz in talks. He's the only person who seems to be known.
And we saw that they're saying no major league talent. And again, that's not necessarily a Logan Forsythe joke, but there's no major league talent leaving the Dodgers.
Maybe Ken Rosenthal's just taking shots at Logan Forsythe.
Could be very much. But if they're not going to go with Logan Forsythe, where are they going to get the money? Because you do, like you said, it's a $197 million payroll.
Yeah. Kershaw.
Yeah, that's the number one guy to go. But if you're trying to stay below that 197 and you can't give out money, you have to take on his contract.
Yeah.
Where is that money going to come from? Because if you go 5 years over, this would be 5 years over the 197, and then they're the repeater, like 3-time repeater tax or whatever it is.
Yeah,
it goes crazy. You have to stay below 197.
I think they have to break open the Puiggy Bank.
Hey.
Yeah, I think that one is happening.
Oh, with the
and whatever's in there, that's going the other way.
A lot of uncomfortably used rubbers in there.
A lot of, a lot of comfortably used rubbers.
Hey.
I think realistically, though, it becomes a much less of a talent acquisition, more so of a prospect buy-off.
Yes.
Baltimore. That has to what it be. Basically, you're selling prospects to Baltimore for them to take on the entire contract of Manny Machado, which, with annual averages and stuff that it comes out to, will put them under the luxury tax. Here's another guy that the Dodgers are going to end up getting.
Oh, that'd be
great.
That'd
be great.
As he's just staring off into space.
He's doing his best Mike Vetters impression.
Here's a question. Do you guys consider the Oakland A's the surprise of baseball? They're sitting, around 10 games above 500? Yeah, and they're sitting above the Angels.
Do you guys hear that? Do you hear that 0-2 Angels fan?
0-2 Angels fan, yes.
Yeah, is there any other time to be an Angels fan?
Right now, Oakland is only 8 games out of first place at the All-Star break.
And that's just because Houston has a ridiculous record.
Right, and they're 55-42. If you put them into our division, they're 2 games into first place.
Absolutely.
They're good. They're absolutely surprising, but also, their stadium regularly leaks fecal matter
and talent.
And I'm surprised that Miguel Tejada is still playing for them. Oh, wait, I'm getting words.
He does not look good.
Oh, Joey Votto, another one of the most underrated players in the game.
Man, this ball is just staying
wasted
down
players of the game.
Wasted players.
Well, that's the 700% humidity on the field right now.
That'll do it to you.
Is what it is.
Oh, look at that.
Frankie getting a couple
Frankie
push-ups.
Lindor doing his best FRG impressions.
Doing the push-ups.
Yeah, but he doesn't do the
how many push-ups
like
can you do, FRG?
See,
What's a push-up?
He has an unfair advantage because he has all that weight pulling him down, and it's
I don't do
easy to push him back up.
Yeah, no, I don't do push-ups. I just do the
belly roll.
Yeah,
belly roll.
I stomach up. I do a stomach up.
He actually functions as a balance board. If you stand on his back, it's like trying to balance yourself. It works out your core.
So getting back to the Utley Hall of Fame talk, we got Vic in the. He sent us his full zip code. Says if Jeff Kent
just need your area code, Vic.
If Jeff Kent is a Hall of Famer, it's gonna be tough for Chase Utley, and I do like to agree with that. You got another one. That's a league MVP.
Yeah,
that's somebody who won a World Series. Wait, did he win a World Series? No, he did not.
No, he didn't win a World Series.
He did not.
He wasn't there.
He lost the World
No,
Series.
he lost
to
the
the
0-2
O2
He
Angels.
lost to the O2 Angels.
See, everybody, it's all connected.
And then on the Albert Pujols walk-off home run against Brad Lidge.
Ah, that's right.
May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Albert Pujols. All right.
But I do happen to agree with that. But if you want to buy a 4x4 off of him. Not the burger, but an off-road motorbike you can buy it off Jeff Kent in Texas, I believe it is.
Definitely, yeah. It's
is that a thing?
Yeah,
awesome.
he owns it like a dealership.
Definitely going to Jeff Kent's shop.
It's Jeff Kent motorcycles and lifted trucks, whites only. I'm pretty sure is his rule there.
And I think it's Chewing Tobacco Emporium.
And Chewing Tobacco Emporium. Yeah,
that makes sense.
Seems reasonable.
Basically, he runs a food and stuff.
Good business if you get into it.
Here's another good question from Tom. Down by 3, bases loaded, 2 outs in the 9th. What Dodgers player do you want in the batter's box? And I'm just going to jump right to it. I'm just going to be really honest and upfront with you.
Let's go to the field and ask Brooke.
I would really like to see Tom Kohler in the box. I know we haven't seen him on the mound yet.
No, we haven't.
And
he can throw that AC joint at it.
I've just seen pictures on his Instagram, and I didn't know if he actually existed. But I'm going to say Tom Kohler.
He's a real human being. I like Tom Kohler. I'm going with God. I don't know. I'd probably go Kike. I feel like Kike's pretty clutch.
I'm going probably Steve Finley because he's known to get it done.
I would go Steve Finley in 2004.
We say current Dodger?
Right.
If you're going right now, if you're talking about if it's right now, Matt Kemp, because there's runners in scoring position. You have to go with Matt Kemp.
Let's go with who we would not pick. And you know who would not pick? Cody Bellinger. Take that, Clint Evans.
Yeah.
Cody would be the literal worst person to have in the box.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with Corky Bellinger either.
It'll be in the dirt at his feet, and he'll swing at it every single day.
Someone on Twitter led us to believe, and I'm 1,000% sure they're being facetious in the statement, but sorry, I'm getting too wordsy. I think they'd be lying, but they're saying that
he was
fascists be lying, but they're saying Cody Bellinger is an avid listener of Blue Heaven. The Dodgers Nation official podcast
is brought to you by Corky Bellinger.
Oh, I miss Corky Bellinger.
I think he's back home in Arizona right now, so he's got nothing better.
Oh, like I said, he's stoned out of his mind right now.
He's chasing that Clay Bellinger legacy. Is what he's doing.
That guy's perma-stoned for sure.
I don't know how he's ever going to pass up Clay Bellinger, to be honest with you.
We love you.
We're
talking about your next home run on DodgersNation.com. Codes.
Clay.
Yeah.
Clay.
Claude Bellinger?
Claude Bellinger?
Claude Bellinger. I like it.
And
we've got a weather report going on here.
Oh, man. We got Mike Trout, the weatherman.
I think I remember him doing
Mike Weatherman.
There's multiple of them.
Storms. That's his thing. Do you remember that? Last year, during the offseason, he was chasing storms in New Jersey and stuff.
That sounds safe.
That's why they're
Mike
going
Trout was?
You know what they say, kids?
They got to build that into his
safety
contract.
third.
He was chasing the superstorm that was in the Northeast.
If the Giants can't keep Bumgarner off a motorcycle.
That was one of the responses. This guy's least favorite player is Bumgarner, and he said he likes everybody except Bumgarner, and I think he just really hates Madison Bumgarner, which I completely understand.
We got more people.
As a human being and a Giant, I hate Madison Bumgarner.
I think there was
as a pitcher in the playoffs.
Through 6 innings, it is an offensive explosion where we've hit multiple home runs in this game and scored a variety of runs. And it is
we're moving into
2-1 right now, American League. Yes,
so it's almost time for that 7th inning stretch.
Yes,
and you know what you want to do? You want to stretch before you golf. And speaking of golf, Kevin and I and the rest of some of our Dodger Nation team are going to be out at the Fred Claire Celebrity Golf Championship Classic thing.
Is that what it's called?
Yes. Do you guys want to support? Do you guys want to support cancer?
You can't laugh talking about cancer.
Yeah. I don't know if we want to support cancer.
You want Kevin to do this?
If you'd like to support cancer research at City of Hope Hospital, come on out to what is
you want to go to fredclairgolf.com and you can get a whole bunch of info. But it's Oakmont, August 20th at Oakmont. We'll be there. We're going to be interviewing many of your all-time Dodger favorites. Who let Brooke leave? Anyway, we're going to be Sean Green will be there. Oral Hershiser will be there.
Yeah. I hear there's a chance.
Does it go there?
Vince Scully might go there.
Crazy man playing the piano. Playing the guitar outside.
Perfect. Dieter Rule's going to be out there, right?
I hope. Dieter, our good friend. So. We're going to have him on Blue Heaven at some point.
At some point, we got to have him on the show.
Yeah, our fearless leader, Gary, went and stalked him one time at his house or at his place of business. I'm not sure which, but yeah. Yeah. He's like, here, meet my litter of children. If it's a weekend, chances are Gary's at a baby birthday party.
Child's birthday party.
Another baby shower. But
that's
yeah, we're
my
gonna be
life.
out there.
I don't know why that's funny.
Luckily, all of you are getting these inside references that we're talking about. So
all three of you. But
three of you
if
watching
you
this
guys
show.
have anything in particular, let us know. Again, Real FRG, Kev is your friend. We're the main Blue Heaven folk. If you want us to talk to Sean Green about something specific, Oral Hershiser, want to ask him how Joe Davis really smells, let us know, because we're going to be out there and we're going to be supporting
champion.
as best we can. All seriousness aside, supporting Fred Clare and the City of Hope, all for a good cause, which is throat and neck cancer stuff, researched, good money, going to good
and let's
causes.
ask Brooke. Brooke, down on the field, what do you think, Brooke?
Yeah, I think it's a great.
Back to you.
Well done, Brooke.
And now,
All right, so what do we think? Who's pitching the seventh inning here?
I'm going to go with Logan Forsythe.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Fred Clare.
All right.
That's a good one.
a good one.
Let me
They're
call
gonna
and
bring
find
Matt
out.
Kemp back
where
into the
he's
game.
at.
I am
I
going
think he
with
just
intern
connected with me
Jacob.
on LinkedIn. So
How you doing, intern?
So we got Sunshine from Phoenix. How does that work out when you got Sunshine
There's a
from
lot
Phoenix?
of sunshine in Phoenix.
Yeah.
there is a lot of sunshine.
Sunshine when
Non-stop.
you're gone, Sunshine. But if you were
Amanda.
the GM for one day this offseason, what moves would you make? My first move would, and I know I don't want to be hated on like Dodgers Randy was today about the thing, but I would be happy to let Clayton Kershaw walk. I'm just saying it.
All right.
Maybe past his prime at 30.
Okay.
If he
Bergman,
doesn't,
what would you do?
Well, no, with just to stick on the Clayton Kershaw thing, if he doesn't opt in, yes, I let him walk. I let him absolutely walk. But if he opts, I think that he's going to have a great rest of the season. So I'm not really too worried about it. But if he wants to opt out, then yeah, you let him walk.
Agreed.
I would probably get another starting pitcher.
I'm getting shamed.
I think there's the amount of guys that you have now. I think you can trade in the offseason. You could trade for a guy like Jacob deGrom.
Yeah.
Because if they're not going to pay for him, they got to trade him. Whether it's now at the deadline or it's in the offseason. Get him or Syndergaard. Although Syndergaard's a little bit, he is injured way too much.
Okay.
But I would go after a starting pitcher.
Brooke,
Here's
down
my-
to the field.
here-
Brooke,
here's-
what would you do down on the
Right,
field?
Still in DC.
The shtick is done. The shtick is done.
I think he's gonna ride it out for the next couple of years. to be
The
honest with
comedy rule of
Okay.
75.
you. So the real question,
That's real comedy.
for me, yes, is
courage.
Is he in fact going to opt out of his contract?
Interesting.
And people are 100% certain that he will, but I am of the
Yeah,
belief
it's
that
really a
if this
question
season
now.
continues the way it's gone for him,
Yeah, he's not.
Not only with injuries, not only with giving up the home run rates he has.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to opt out of his contract. If
So
he
what
keeps
would
going the
you
way
do?
it does, if he keeps going, if he starts to build off, because he's kind of built off of him a little here and there. He gave up that mistake pitch to Jeffrey Marte, and Jeffrey Marte's trash, but he still hit that home run out. No big deal.
did.
I really think
And the
Toll
rest
should
of
have
the game
stole
was
that
great.
game. Or
And
stole that
Toll's
one.
absolutely had a beat on that ball. I could have caught that ball, and I'm terrible.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry, Andy
You're
Tolles, I love you very much.
You're a designated catcher.
But regardless, I am of the belief that he will not opt out of his contract if he continues to play the way he has, if he continues to allow the number of home runs he has. And if that's the case, you either look at it, you can look at it two ways. One, that's great. We get to stick with our guy who's been the face of our franchise for years and years and years, through the McCord era, through all the bad times, into the good times.
Okay.
Or you look at that like, wow, we're stuck with an older pitcher now.
Yeah.
So it kind of depends on how positive you are. I'm pretty negative, but
So your one day as GM, you would...
my one day, if I had to decide between re-signing him or not, is that the question?
Sure. It's really just what would you do as your one day as a GM?
I'd probably, first of all, I would ride a golf cart around. I'd probably eat a couple hot dogs. I think I would probably visit center field.
Just go around everywhere. I'm the GM. Hey, I'm the GM.
I'd probably call in Dieter Rule just to play music for me.
I like it.
Shouts to Dieter. He does read our stuff. He's a great
As
guy.
you walk
Nice.
around, you're just going to have Dieter Rule
Hey,
playing.
Dieter,
Yeah.
I need you to play
I like
Inagata
that.
de Vida.
Theme music.
I'm gonna make
Yeah.
him learn stuff for me too.
I like
It's got to
that.
be specific.
Of course.
And also change Jock Peterson's walk-up music.
Jock, if you ever listen to this, if this is the one time you listen to us, please change your walk-up song.
Somebody is in the belief.
So what I would do-
belief that he lost a bet on that regard.
I'm sure
And
he
by the
did.
way,
I
I'm going
believe
to take
that.
mine back. My first move as GM because it worked out for this particular guy. I'm going to go ahead and release Jerry Royce, and I'm going to sign. And I'm going to sign spark plug of the '88 World Series team,
Mickey Hatcher.
Mickey Hatcher.
I like it.
Hey.
So basically what I would do, since I only have a day, there's not a lot I can do, I would cash my paycheck. That's what I
I
would
think
do.
that's probably the best move you could
And
have
then
made.
I would
You didn't know
retire.
direct deposit?
Nope. I would cash that
I guess it does
paycheck.
take time to.
Do you
It does.
still go to the bank? I don't think I've seen a bank in
Hey, what's a bank?
10
I don't know
years.
what that
Is that like Venmo?
Is that banks are Ponzi schemes run by morons.
I'm
Do not
actually
trust banks.
younger than all of you guys, and I still go to banks.
Hey, looky here, whippersnapper.
You know, I like to go deposit checks because I'm a psychopath.
I like to deposit chicks too. Giggity. All right.
Heyo.
Michael Brantley up at the plate right now,
So Tom,
playing for the Cleveland baseball team.
if we needed a hit, going piggybacking off of our whole.
was
That's a
that?
base hit.
Well played in left field by
lights of
Christian
DC.
Yelich,
Yeah.
who apparently.
who is a dead ringer for 1973 Freddie Mercury for some reason. I'm wondering if he's playing him in the upcoming film about Queen.
Hey, don't stop him now.
He's having a good time.
Doesn't he look like he could have been in a movie in the 70s?
He looks
lost it in the
afraid
light.
of the ball.
I feel that, honestly.
No, isn't he getting engaged to Ariana Grande?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Exactly
what I
what I was
thought.
thinking. I
Oh,
was trying
just
to remember
less
his name.
drugs.
I could see that.
Skinny guy, Pete. Something.
And that's the first hit allowed
Yeah,
by Felipe
David
Rivero.
Dude, Davis.
There it is.
Felipe Rivero Vasquez
see that.
III. Jed Lowry, former future Dodger,
Yes.
up
Hitting
at
a
the plate.
surprising 285 this year.
It's gone down a lot.
Yeah.
Do you think that the Dodgers need? Well, I guess if you're getting
Jed
Machado,
Lowry,
you don't
yes.
know. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say a second baseman, but with getting Machado, it's not really.
Yeah.
It's not really.
At that point, we
necessary.
end
You
up
don't
with
need another
three.
bat, right?
We end up with 3 second basemen with
We
because
don't
that's the
need
thing.
another
You're going to end up displacing with Machado, as we're all over the place now. But
That's
we
fine.
end up displacing, Muncy, Taylor. You're going to have to sit in one of Muncy, Taylor, Kike was going to
Jock.
be way relegated.
Yeah.
Even Cody or Jock and all that. Unless we switch to softball rules and play 10 on the field, you can't play them all.
Yeah, that's a good point. I
But you know
like
what?
that
I'm
idea.
down.
Do you want to switch to softball rules? Let us know in the comments down
Would you
below.
rather play with 10 defensive players or have a DH? You let us know in the comments below.
I'd also like to point out that AJ recognized that you have made 2 Ron Swanson references on this broadcast.
Thank you, AJ.
Ron Swanson.
I love
You should be
too.
here.
I
He's,
feel like I am Ron Swanson in another life.
they both smell of rich mahogany, I'll tell you
Yes.
that.
You're thinking of Ron Burgundy. That's a little different. That's Anchorman, not Parks and Rec.
It was part of the gang.
I thought it was funny for what it's worth.
Slap hands?
There you go.
Look at that.
And the guy with the
Hey.
second worst helmet in the entire league is up to bat. Right behind Reese Hoskins, of course.
Yeah.
What is up with that helmet?
You know
Well,
what?
he
Reese
stole it
Hoskins
from a little leaguer.
I
Shouldn't
think
Reese
that's what it
Hoskins
was.
have like the full face
I
shield now
think
after
he
his
actually
whole
took-
broken jaw thing?
I think he took an NFL mask and broke the cage off the front. I think that's what happened. With
You
it.
know, I didn't know that Shin-Soo Choo had made the All-Star team this year.
Did you know
You didn't
he's
know
on
he's still
an
playing?
on-base
I
streak
didn't
of
know.
like 53 games or something like that?
A what streak?
Yeah,
Shin
it's-
Chu is an on-base streak of 53 games. Or like
Really?
52 games or something like that. He
Wow.
is like
It's not a hit streak.
on-base terror.
Interesting.
I forgot he could hit. I thought he like
Gary, did we know that?
That's actually
He forgot.
53 walks.
Yeah.
that's his country.
All right.
Yeah.
World man.
Oh, yeah. Bring back Mike Scioscia. Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a free agent manager this offseason.
Yeah.
You think he could still catch?
I think so.
I don't think
You
he was
think
able to
he'll
catch an
manage?
88. If he was able to catch an 88, they wouldn't keep swapping him out with.
I don't think he
Homeboy.
owns knees anymore.
No, yeah, no.
So,
It's literally just gelatinous balls in there.
absolutely.
The question did come: Can he still manage? I think that was from you, Greg.
Yeah, yeah, yes.
Ooh.
No, yeah,
That was.
he
Is there more
cannot.
stuff?
That was some shots taken at him. You're a bad host, Gary.
Oh.
Yeah.
Host guest.
You heard it here, guys. Breaking news. Gary Lee of Dodgers Nation is a bad guest.
Did you guys know
the best.
that during the 1988 season, do you know how many times that Mike Scioscia struck out in his 452 plate appearances?
I'm going to
12.
ballpark it. I'm going to say 13.
Yeah, somewhere around 15.
No, I mean, he struck out a reasonable amount of times.
I'm
It
going to
was
go $1,
31.
Bob.
But does
I'm going to go $1.01, Bob.
This actually comes from one of our writers. This comes from one of our writers. I won't pretend like
we
I
don't.
watched it. They watched the. They
Dodgers
watched
Nation
the,
writers don't know anything. We
They
know
watched
that.
the 1988.
47.
It was 30, 31.
All right.
31 strikeouts from a catcher. Of all
And he knew that off
one
the
game?
top of his head. That's
off the
how
top
impressive.
Of my phone, I knew that.
Brooke
Yes, he
Smith.
did.
That was I think that came from the 1988 World Series documentary.
Brooke was
that just
born
came out.
10 years
Oh.
after that season, and
It was,
somehow
it was
knew.
5 years. It was pretty close.
Is that Jeff Weaver in the bullpen warming up there? Who is that?
Oh
Good
my
to see you.
goodness!
Switch
My
to
goodness.
his
You know, I
left
played
hand.
golf with Jeff Weaver. It was a
Did you
good
really?
time. Yeah, and Milton Bradley. And I did not get attacked.
I was
I
going to
was
say,
about to
did
ask
he
you
not
where I'm
beat you over the head with the
Nope.
driver?
Nope.
Milton Bradley's not in jail?
No, well, this was when they were both still Dodgers.
Got it. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Jeff Weaver's not in jail apparently either.
It was like, did you go look up police records real quick?
Yeah.
We sponsored by Ask Jeeves. Eat fresh.
And Bing.
It's the only reason anybody ends up using Bing at any point because they just reinstalled their OS.
Yeah.
It's always on accident.
And it's defaulted.
It feels dirty.
I generally go to Google and look up Bing.
Just type in
Bing.spite.
yahoo.com.
Yeah, exactly.
Go to bing.spite.com.
Siri, take me to Alta Vista, please.
Yeah.
He ran the team from... so Scott is really a Mike Scioscia fan. That's what I'm learning.
Is this guy
Clearly.
talking still about Mike Scioscia?
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mike
this is Scioscia Talk.
The 0-2 World Series Angels defeated the Giants, and that's the only respect I'll ever have for the Angels.
That's a good point. Same.
And all
Hashtag
of that...
same.
Erstad says he's got it, and Erstad makes
All
the
of that,
catch.
and we haven't had one.
Should be MVP, Gene Segura, on deck right now for the
You know
American
that?
League.
Should
Former
be MVP.
Angel.
Should be MVP.
Former Angel.
Homeboy is having a ridiculous season.
Nay,
that Mookie Betts
redonkulous?
Maybe, you know what? I would even say redonkulous. Well said. Well said.
Go ahead and
Archie.
give you a...
There's a Scott, I don't know how to say your last name. He's very upset with the pine tar on Kike's helmet, which, of all things to be upset about in life, that has to be the most reasonable.
You
I
know,
would agree with
sometimes
that.
you just
Yeah.
got to be mad about
Makes sense.
something.
You know, if you're not mad about something, you're going to be mad about everything.
People
That's what
gonna
Mom always
people.
said.
That's what
I'm
Margaret
saying.
Thatcher taught me. Is Margaret Thatcher your mom?
Yeah.
Hey, Iron Lady.
Your
Haniger
MVP.
strikes out to end the top of the inning
Oh, it's a stretch.
as Pete Davidson runs in from the outfield.
He is a dead ringer for Pete Davidson.
Yeah, just minus the tattoos.
You could play Pete Davidson in a skit about Pete Davidson on Pete Davidson's show.
I would say if
Saturday Night Live?
only Yelich could act, but it's not like really Pete Davidson can act either.
No, he's terrible.
That's true.
Yeah.
Pete Davidson's the worst part of SNL, and SNL's pretty bad.
SNL's pretty bad.
And here's the part where they have a cash grab on Fox for the
Yes.
seventh inning stretch, sponsored by Dodgers Nation.
And I will be on field for that.
yeah,
right,
he's
yeah.
heading back. We're sending him
We're gonna
back
head you
real
back.
quick.
Send you
Head
back.
you back.
We're gonna head you back because soccer is still in my brain, even though I really don't care about it.
Football, as the kids called it.
Yes.
I don't think the kids call it that. FRG actually
no, I'm not
is
singing.
taking the broadcast on that.
He's going to sing it in the style of Morrissey.
Yes. I have no idea what we're talking about. Oh, are we singing the national
God-
anthem?
Still on?
God bless the
Greg,
United States.
no, that's
Let's go
all you,
ahead
man.
and have you.
My voice is for speaking only.
Mine's not even for that.
Well, you know, you get not sponsored, but we can just go down the street to Bamboo's here in Uptown Whittier and make a fool out of them.
Good point.
So here's a question in the meantime.
Yes.
I don't mean to
No, please.
Nay,
disrespect
even
you,
in
More
the interim.
questions.
but we can't hear it, so we're just going to go ahead and keep
We're
talking.
welcoming this.
This is for those who like to kneel during the anthem. We're just going to keep talking straight through it.
Sounds good.
Respect.
Throw some respect on it.
So
Respect.
let's say Machado is traded this week, which it seems
Okay.
certainly
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
like he
yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time tomorrow is it announced? And what time should I set my alarm for?
I think it's 4 a.m.
That's good. It's about 7 a.m. Eastern time.
Absolutely.
So
It's gonna be 7 a.m.
Evan
Eastern
Clint
time.
Evans,
I've been
staff
told
writer in
that
Ohio.
Farhan
It's
will
going
not
to
go to
be-
sleep, so
He's
Well,
not
it's
gonna
going to be
sleep.
held at Machado's. It's going to be held at Machado's apartment.
Nah.
He's going to be in bed, just kind of waking up with all the cameras there, and he's going to have to give a very quick response.
Wait,
So-
is Machado a Scott Boras client?
I'm sure he has to.
Huh? I don't know.
No, I'm actually Machado's agent.
You're his
You're
agent.
I am Machado's
Oh.
agent.
So what is the news with Machado then?
So
yes, he is.
he's coming to the Dodgers. We're seeking a
Tom, I'm sorry. I was trying to get to your
two-year,
potato
$700
joke.
billion
It was good.
contract in the offseason.
$700 billion.
We think it's a fair amount of money for the value that the man brings to the team, as well as that, as
this is
FRG
the
pointed
part-
out, that very pretty face.
This is the part where you guys learn to just tune him out when he starts going on these rants. And you just come back.
I was
Yeah,
reading-
that's
I
a
was
good
reading
point,
something
Sonia.
else. I was-
Yeah,
I
okay,
lost the whole
good.
thing.
Greg's already on
To
board.
answer your question, no, he is not a Scott Boras client.
I told you
he's
he's
a
a
Dan
client.
Lozano
Okay.
client.
Because I remember
MVP Sports Group.
back
Yes.
in the finer days
That's
of
my
terrible
nickname.
Frank McCourt times. Oh, it broke.
Parking lot.
Man, the TV hates America, apparently. But
Well, you know.
I remember waiting up for the announcement around Christmas time for the signing of J.D. Drew. That came down at like 2 a.m.
Man, you're old.
Yeah, you know, when in Rome.
J.D. Drew.
Yeah.
That's
Very underrated Dodger in his 2-point-nothing years. Hey, he was a sabermetric darling. On base, his lack of care. He
Those are the real
gave
measures.
Garrett Anderson a run for his money. Hey,
He
0-2
was-
Angels, how about
0-2
them?
Angels,
Huh?
what's up?
He was clubhouse cancer is what he was. He was terrible. By the way, that's who I stand up to cancer against. JD Drew.
It's gonna earn us some separation from there. We're very not good at uncomfortable subjects, as you can tell.
Not even a little bit.
There you go.
Are you good at it? Let us know in the comments below. Give us a like.
Yeah, FRG's out. So going back to that, if he is announced tomorrow,
Machado.
it's going to take a little bit to make things official. The physicals are probably going through right now. The paperwork physicals are probably going through. They're probably going to have to perform the actual physicals on every player, especially on a blockbuster like this.
I think they should live stream the physical.
I would actually definitely tune into that.
I think there's a lot of people that would tune into that.
I think so.
So what, realistically, is he in the lineup against the Brewers?
Yep,
Brewers
Brewers.
this weekend.
Starting off
Is
with
he
Brewers,
in the lineup against the Brewers?
If it goes through tomorrow, yes.
100%.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He's absolutely going to be starting on Friday.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. No, 100%.
We're definitely one way or another. We're going to be looking at a different lineup in the second half.
We will.
I don't think there's a way to avoid that or rotation.
Well,
so what does that look like? What does that look like in terms of 1 through 8? What does that look like on the field? What does that look like right-handers versus left-handed pitching?
Well, I mean, we still have a revolving door at the top of the lineup.
Yes.
You know, as far as our leadoff hitter. So I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. I
Well,
know
it
it
depends. A lot
shouldn't
of
be
times-
Max Muncy.
No, you see Jock Peterson lead off quite a
Yeah.
bit. It's either Jock Peterson or it's Chris Taylor is usually at the top of the lineup. And
Yeah.
Chris Taylor, by the way, has over 330 on base percentage, so that's the kind of guy that you kind of want at the
Yes.
top of the lineup.
Definitely.
As much as he strikes out way too much.
Yeah. But he's also got a little bit of pop, too. If you
Yeah,
can
he's
get a
got a
hold
little
of
pop.
something.
He gets
Yeah.
on base. That's what you want. So I would actually. It depends on righty versus lefty.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a righty, Jock is going to be your your lead off. If it's a lefty, I would probably put Taylor there.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
And then
I
you go
think
Turner,
Second,
right?
you have to go Turner. Third, you got to go Machado.
And then it just depends again.
Yeah, it could be Muncy.
Could be Kemp.
Could be Kemp. Yeah.
Bellinger, depending on if he's swinging at terrible pitches.
Yeah, true.
I think realistically, they're going to end up doing with Bellinger what they did with Yasiel Puig for the past 2 years. Is
Putting him
move
down
him
in the
as
lineup.
far down, and
Yeah.
you've seen him
In
work
the
his
eighth
way.
spot?
You've seen him work his way down from the 3rd spot to the 4th spot to the 5th spot. So he's down near the 6th spot a lot of times now, and that's not something you really expected from him at all this season. But I mean,
good point.
That's where he's down to.
I mean,
now.
you got to give it up for Bellinger just a little bit, though, because he is second on the team in walks, I think, behind Max Muncy.
Yeah.
Muncy, and also he...
That's mostly because of the brain
he
farts
is-
when he's stoned. So.
Sure. But he also he runs out everything. Maybe it was because of that talk that he had with
was
Dave
the
Roberts
one.
early in the year. But he runs out to first base, ground outs to first
Yeah.
base,
Yeah,
like
that's a good
nobody
point.
else. He should have been safe, and it was I forget who it was against, but it was later on. It was just a couple weeks
right.
ago.
I think
It was the Angels. It was
yeah.
the Angels, right?
Yeah, he should have been. I was
Yeah.
at that game. It was terrible.
Yeah, he should have. He absolutely should have been safe. So it's a guy. He's going to do the little things that you're going to want.
And Trevor's story
Trevor's
goes
story just-
yard.
Oh, we have a tie
to
game.
tie
Ball
the
game.
game, and it is now exciting. Off of Charlie Morton.
That was a good
exciting as
stretch,
all
guys.
All-Star games are.
So the good news is, All-Star games don't go extra innings anymore.
Yep.
No,
So that's fantastic.
it might end in a tie.
Not that there's anything
is
wrong
pretty
with an
embarrassing.
All-Star game, but it doesn't mean anything.
It says
zero, which is
we
how
got
it
Eric.
should be.
We got Eric here saying Ken Rosenthal reported Manny Machado 4-year deal to the Dodgers.
Wow,
couldn't
they
it be-
signed him from another team.
Why couldn't it be?
What is
impressive.
this, soccer?
Why couldn't it be old school? I don't know how.
And then he
soccer
asked
works.
another
What is
question.
that word?
Soccer.
Yes.
He asked another question that said, "Who did the Dodgers give up?"
He's having a full blown conversation
He's
with
talking to
himself.
himself?
Yeah.
Eric,
Also-
sorry, where did you get your
that
stuff?
has not happened yet. We
And we got
don't know the
a
details.
real catcher, JT Real Muto.
Yeah.
See what you did there.
Now, there's a guy.
Not a fan.
That is a guy.
There's
I would
a guy.
agree
What
with
I
that.
did, or
That is quite literally a man. Yes.
What is he hitting now? Because
He's
he
a
came
human.
back.
He's
and
hitting
was
with a
tearing up the
baseball bat,
entirely. I think
actually,
you're right.
yeah.
I think he uses wood of some sort.
No, he's
analysis.
using the aluminum bat.
Well, that would explain a lot. There you go. 310,
310,
12 home
12.
runs.
Look at
He's
that
got a
OPS.
902
Yeah,
OPS
that's
for a catcher.
insanity.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Man, that's a guy that you'd like to have on your team.
It's
That's
so
a guy
crazy
that I would like to
how,
trade for.
How low of
I think
standards
the Nationals
we have
are probably
for,
going to trade for this
catchers.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, catchers, you think about how much abuse they have to take behind the plate every single day.
Yeah.
You know,
And
a lot
then-
of
and then
verbal
back
abuse.
at
That
home,
too,
yeah.
And back at home from the wife.
Yeah.
You know, you don't expect them to be able to live up to the expectations of a shortstop playing offense or an outfielder.
Yeah,
because
very good
realistically, you're there for your defense if you're a catcher. Realistically,
There's such a
Yeah.
There's
would
such
you
a
say,
close camera
if
to
you're
me
a
now.
catcher, you're there for the D?
you are there for the D.
I like it.
AJ Ellis,
All right.
always there for the D. The Clayton Kershaw D.
He really was.
Oh, Kershaw's got some really good D.
That's what I've
He
heard.
wasn't
Yeah.
even listening to that, and he was
Nope.
on it. So
He just
Found his way in.
Chiming in.
Found his way to the D.
I could have sworn I heard Kershaw D. So you guys were talking about his defensive prowess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And his
He's like a
robbed.
cat.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did you see him do the Jeter jump
Because
throw
he
the other day?
naps
Yes.
all the time.
That was very impressive.
It
with
was.
that. I mean,
Also, I was
he didn't
kind
do anything.
of the velo wasn't that good on that
No,
pitch
it was
either.
about 80
on that
miles an
throw.
hour.
So, Greg Bergman, how you doing?
I'm doing
Are
fantastic.
you enjoying your first
Look, I
group
got-
broadcast with Dodgers Nation here?
I absolutely
Babysitting
am.
that
I got-
half a beer.
Yeah, this is a full half beer right there. No, I got a beer from the Commoner. It was a tasty beer. What is this called? The Champagne Velvet brand beer with $1 million flavor.
Absolutely.
All for that.
I'm a pretty
You know,
big
finish
beer
it.
snob, and this is fantastic.
Yeah,
This
I
is
enjoy
one of the
that. I
best
think I
beers
might
I've had.
visit
Tasty
the
Pilsner.
Commoner
It didn't
for more
even
beer.
taste like a soda.
And then after that, I'll go over to get some oysters
Yes.
at the Crooked Gaff Kitchen.
This is delicious beer,
You're finding
and I've
any way
had
to get that plug in.
Yeah.
I like it.
this is delicious
I
beer.
feel like we
and
could've
I've
done
had
better.
Natty Ice before, guys.
Hey.
So I know good beer.
Used to have Natty Ice challenges in college, and that was always a disaster.
That's like how long
mean-
you can live.
Yeah.
while drinking Natty Ice.
Basically.
We have the
It's-
Steel
it's
Reserve
no,
challenge. Anybody
it's
know
no
the Steel Reserve
Kirkland
challenge?
Light. It's no Kirkland
no,
Light.
it's no Kirkland Light.
This is the Beer Nation broadcast.
Kirkland doesn't make anything
Kids,
bad.
do you want to hear about the time that I played beer pong with warm Pabst Blue Ribbon in college? Please let me know
Oh,
below.
boy.
Let us know in the question. The
He didn't go to
We,
college.
we know the ending to that story without hearing it.
It was
All
bad.
right, so like it or not, we're going back to the topic of the day, which is Manny Machado.
Good.
When you talk about Manny Machado coming to a
I still
team,
want to actually pick up many Machados.
many Machados.
Yes.
Many.
We did have a
There is
listener
another
who asked
Machado,
about
right?
many
Machado
Machados.
Dixon.
Yeah,
Yes.
one of our fine listeners did ask that we pick up
Many Machado.
many
Many of them.
many of
Many
them.
Machado.
Are they referring to multiple Machados?
Yeah,
as
I
their
bring
last
to
names?
you as a gift many Machados.
Yes.
Yes.
We were just
Anyway.
thinking we could put them at all the different positions.
That makes sense.
If you have
So
9
if he
or
is
8 Manny
coming onto your
Machados.
team, if Manny Machado is on the team this weekend,
Yes.
what are your expectations for him? He's currently on a pace to set career highs in pretty much every offensive category. I mean, his home run total is going to eclipse probably 40 home runs easily
Yeah.
this year, which he's never done, I don't think. I think he's maybe eclipsed 38 one time.
Well, does he do that at Dodger Stadium, though?
That's the question,
Yeah.
because his away and his road
I
statistics
beat
are
you to
different.
it, so now
But
you have to answer.
If he becomes a Dodger,
Yes.
does that mean that that's his home statistic now? I don't think it does,
No.
but
Right.
we're going to play it off like that.
Yes, we
His
will.
his highest was 37 home runs, by the way. I just
There
have
you
it
go.
right in front of me. But what he's doing over in Baltimore is not what you're going to see with the Dodgers. I think he's still going to be solid. I don't think he's going to be as good as Manny Ramirez was when he came over and just went absolutely
was-
crazy.
Yeah.
But I think
Manny
he's still going to do well. But you're also talking about a guy that was on a team that had nothing.
Yeah.
They constantly gave up 5, 6, 7 runs a game. Plus, they had nobody else besides Adam Jones, who's okay. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Let's not forget Chris
you're-
Davis, guys. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Point
Yeah,
oh
there's,
eight
there's
five.
nothing else there.
Exactly.
So when you're down
Beast.
5-0, 6-0, and you have Manny Machado come up, I mean, you're not going to try and pitch around him. You're probably just going to throw him whatever you got.
Yeah.
And so
Meatballs.
his numbers, his numbers are going to be inflated with that terrible team that he's playing on.
Yeah,
it's not
good
going to.
point.
He's not going to see the same types of pitches that he was seeing in the AL as he's going to see with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
But then again, he's also playing in the AL East that has Severino, that has Chris Sale,
Yes.
that has
David Price giving up home
I'm
runs.
pretty sure Papelbon is still there, right?
Lights
He's
out.
still alive.
Lights out.
Lights
Papelbon.
out.
Yeah. Well, and he's also, but to your point too, he's playing on a better team when he comes to the Dodgers, and so you kind of can't pitch around Machado at that point because the Dodgers do have a much better lineup. So if they wanted to pitch around him in Baltimore, you very easily can. But here, you've either got, you've got Muncy on one side or Kemp on the other or Turner on one side and someone else on the other. So you've got a lot more mashers and a lot more guys that will make you pay if you pitch around Machado. So I think
Sure.
Machado's going to see some good pitches with the Dodgers, but I think
gonna
just I think just the dynamics of the stadium and being in what's more of a pitcher's park, I think you're going to see his power numbers at least dwindle a little bit.
You're going to see them dwindle a little bit. You're right.
Yeah.
You're going to see a guy basically. You're going to see the opposing pitcher's best pitch.
Yes.
You're not going to be seeing
Yeah.
things like they're not going to be just seeing. All right, I'm going to try this splitter on you. Then I'm going to see if I'm going to try and find it and hit that bottom corner. They're actually going to be throwing pinpoint pitches because they know they can't mess up against you.
Yeah.
So you're going to see his best pitches, and you're not. And because of that, he's not going to do well. And I can actually see him being a little bit rough because he's going to try too hard which you see a lot of times.
Yeah, he's going to be one of those guys, if he doesn't get those hits in the first couple of at-bats, he's probably going to be a little bit more towards the struggle bus on it, and he's going to be pressing. And you're going to have that another J.D. Drew reference of the 0 for 15 to start his Dodger career.
Yeah.
But also, you're talking about a guy that's going from a last-place team that started out in last place and never got anywhere above that. You're talking about an Orioles team that's just hot garbage. And he's doing that well. You're going to a team that's going to reignite this guy.
Yeah.
You have potential to I mean, yeah, it's more of a pitcher's ballpark, Dodger Stadium, as we well know, but also you have a team playing there that's leading the National League or has been in the area of leading the National League in home runs since May.
Yes. That's good.
So it's not like it's keeping the ball in the yard all that well. You know, Dodger Stadium's playing up a little bit different this season, it feels like, but I don't know. I think that Manny Machado's could actually very well play great, especially having the protection of Matt Kemp behind him as well.
Agreed.
You know.
And I Kemp behind him is going to be
Kemp behind him
for sure.
And,
just like
and
Rihanna,
again, playing for an actual playoff berth.
Yeah, agreed. Well, and then I think too that we have to kind of expect we're going to see a better Justin Turner in the second half.
Yeah, he has flashes.
That's what he did last year. That's what he did last. He started off the first month or so. He wasn't very good, and then
he's
he all
a slow
of a sudden
starter.
Right.
Well, and also
and
in addition to the injury.
Yeah, he had the injury, and he didn't start until later. So now it's basically he's done with spring training.
Yeah,
you can already see he's already starting to hit the ball much better. He's putting it harder. He's hitting it in. He's finding his good pitches like he used to. He's going to have a much better second half, I think, too.
I would agree. Yeah, I think it's going to be just a more dangerous lineup in the second half of the season. And as we get into our podcast that we're going to record later on for tomorrow, that you can find on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and DodgersNation.com, Blue Heaven. I heard that. We're going to actually talk a little bit more about that. We're going to give our first half predictions or our first half awards out.
Well, we know what happened in the first half already. Do we need predictions?
We do. I think we should predict because we'll be
words that good.
Pretty good.
We'd be really good at that.
We're going to give our second half predictions, though.
I really think the Dodgers can come out and have like maybe 54 wins in the first half. They'd be sitting pretty.
I'd say 53 and a half.
I think they're going to go 37-17 after being below 500 or 10 games
after May 16th.
Yeah. I think that's about.
I'll give
I don't
you
know. I think you both are
ding of
crazy.
approval.
Let's throw it down to Brooke on the field. Brooke,
Right.
what's going on? We are at the All-Star game.
We hit the dead spot.
So I think we're still in a 2-2 tie.
Rule of
last time I checked,
75.
right?
We are still in a 2-2 tie. We almost had Chewy Aguilar there. Almost, he ripped one, but it went a little foul.
Chewy Aguilar.
Here's one from.
He's got a little hefty weight on him, doesn't he?
He's a big dude.
He's a big boy.
He's a really big guy.
You going with Tom?
I'm going with Edward George. He say, can we just go after Scooter Gennett, which we
king
don't
of
need
England?
another. We're not talking about the hitter, but then he says, or a middle reliever like Zach Britton.
Now we're talking.
That's what That's what I was going to get into as
Is
well.
he going to be part of this trade?
There is a fair chance. So you could really see them, and Baltimore has said that they want to split them up. They don't want to do it because you can 100% get more valuable trades separating them. But also, there are very few teams that have the prospect available like the Dodgers have. You know, we can move a couple of people, and we're not really going to hurt. The money's going to be there to get some, other players in the future. So, if you trade a Keibert Ruiz, if you get two of those guys, you're mortgaging something for a real opportunity at a World Series this year.
By the way, can we start referring to him as the Keibert Elf?
Sure.
Thank you, guys.
No. As Kev is your friend?
All right, so with Zach Britton, though, you're talking about a guy who is on his 1 year, $12 million. So
Well, they're going to have to kick in some money for sure.
Well, yeah, you'd hope that they would kick in some. Otherwise, the money just doesn't work. Same thing that you're talking about with Manny Machado, where he's not going to break that 197 barrier. A $12 million guy in Zach Britton, who was hurt for most of the beginning of this year and is just finally coming back. You're not going to pay that much money for it. He's around probably $5-something, because it's $6 million, somewhere around there.
No.
Yeah.
And so you're not going to there needs to be something that comes back in that. That has to be a major leaguer that goes in that deal, like a Logan Forsythe.
Right. And based off the reports that we're getting early on for no major leaguers, I think that's going to end up being not correct. I just can't imagine a scenario where
you doubting
Baltimore,
Ken Rosenthal?
I am doubting Ken Rosenthal a little bit. He's a height
racist.
He's not like
power of the bow tie.
He's not high up in height, but he's high up in power and stature.
Yes.
So, I think that's going to end up being something that they work throughout the night. I don't think this deal's even close to done or even close to coming to fruition, to be honest with you. They're going to work through it all night. I'm sure they're talking right now in a suite in in Washington right now.
It's Dan Duquette and Andrew Friedman and Farhan Zaidi.
Farhan Zaidi just sitting in the corner, not talking. Because as long
as Peter Angelos isn't involved in it, I think that'll be okay.
I don't actually think they're talking. I think they're all just sitting in different corners of the room texting.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just how they communicate.
2018, baby. So we got a What's Up Dodgers Nation from Chris Valdez.
Thanks, Chris.
What's up, Chris?
How are you, Chris? It's wonderful to talk to you.
Hey, ladies.
I would have
There's
to.
the legion of FRG fan nights.
They're all over there, all of them. I would have to imagine that if you include any sort of reliever, be it Zach Britton or any one of their terrible other relievers,
Brack, I think
Brack or Givens, who's awful, and
Yeah.
anybody else. If you're going to include one of those guys, the money that comes behind them, it would have to be a major leaguer that comes with them. There's not going to be that kind of monetary contribution from Baltimore just to buy them.
I think
they're
that
not
trade
that
would get
desperate
shot
for
down.
prospects. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like what you're saying before, if they're separated, they're going to get way more value out of those two guys because you're going to get a little bit of a discount if you're buying both of them. You know, it's like buying in bulk at Costco. You know, you buy two great guys. Britton was great, and then his arm fell off for like 3 years or 2 years or whatever it was, and
then you throw in the 6-foot bottle of Aunt Jemima syrup, and we have a deal, my friends.
Eat fresh. So Tom does have a good point here. He's talking about why are we assuming that Machado leaves after 2018? Because we have a shortstop, and two, because of the money. All right, back to you guys.
Sin Shu Chu rips a single in his first All-Star game.
Oh, we had an Asian at bat.
Yes.
And he got a hit.
Gary's very excited.
Gary is currently celebrating in the corner.
He just ripped off his shirt to reveal a Shin Soo Choo jersey.
Interesting.
But yeah, why aren't we? We should absolutely assume that Machado's going to leave.
I mean, if he comes over here, he lights up the world. Say he goes Manny 2.0. He has another Manny Ramirez type of first season in LA. And hopefully he doesn't, re-sign and then all of a sudden get caught for popping lady pills. But still, there's...
Would you stop bringing that up? I apologize. I did my time, and I repaid my debt to society. Thank you.
It's a sore subject.
It was the wrong one. I'm sorry. But, I'm never going to stop bringing that up.
Fair.
Stop taking lady drugs. You're never going to get pregnant this way. And you're never going to hit home runs either.
Can't go anywhere without my vial of Coke.
I mean, you have a cola sponsored by Pepsi.
Yes.
But there's not enough positions available. I don't like Corey Seager as a second baseman.
Nope. Or a third baseman.
As a third baseman, and I think Turner's hitting that point where he's too old and probably maybe a little too fragile to play a plus second base like he has in the past.
Yeah. You mean like a 40-year-old Chase Utley?
Possibly.
So second base.
Yeah, but that dude is an Adonis. That
really
guy could take all of us in this room right now and not break a sweat.
Right, but Justin Turner is one of the best third basemen that the Dodgers have maybe ever had. I'm sure there's other guys I'm going to get killed on here for saying like, what about
no
this
disrespect to Adrian Beltre.
Right. On both of our all-time teams, we had Justin Turner as our all-time third baseman.
Right, yeah, because I mean he's been great. He's a very underrated third baseman. Everything that's near him, he's picking up. He's picking.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
There's no reason to move Turner from third to second. And then you're not going to move Seager to second base. So and also the money is just not there. You're not. Machado is worth how much do you think? $200-300 million?
Yeah, I mean he's going to be a $30 million a year guy.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. In this climate of the game, is a $30 million a year guy, and that's just
let's throw out a scenario though.
Like I've got 5 on it.
I'll double that.
There you go.
I got 550. That's double, right? Am I?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm throwing 350.
Hashtag math. Hashtag math. So here's the thing. Let's say Machado, after he gets traded, takes a major leadership role in leading the Dodgers to a World Series title.
Yes.
So just is on a tear through the rest of the season. Major leadership role. Tear through the season. He just goes off in the playoffs and does the same thing in the World Series, and the Dodgers win largely because of Manny Machado's bat. So do we go ahead and cough up the $30 million a year?
He has also, we should note, he has stated as of today that he's not going to go and get all of the money in the world. He doesn't care about that. He cares more about a comfortable spot for him and his family to play for the next, let's be real, 7 to 8 years of his career.
So do we cough up the $25 million a year then?
If Kershaw leaves, yes.
It's a little more possible if Kershaw leaves, but you're also talking about Andrew Friedman and Farhan Zaidi, who do not give out big contracts. The biggest contract that they've given out was Kenley Jansen at around $84 million.
Yeah.
That's
for
besides
5 years.
Look at
and there's an opt out in that one.
Yeah, here's how much they're getting paid. Cody Bellinger is pre-arbitration eligible. He's getting $585,000. Chris Taylor $575,000. Ross Stripling $555,000.
All in cookies.
Max Muncy $545,000.
Oof.
I mean,
we're not paying him enough,
right?
Yeah, you also got to look at that. There's a lot of the arbitration eligible players coming up. They're going to need to get paid too.
Right, but they're also arbitration eligible, so they're not going to get this huge amount of money
for a while.
They're still going to be getting paid $500,000, $600,000, $700,000. They're not going to even hit $1 million, so they have extra money to go if they need to, especially if Kershaw opts out.
Yes.
But if he doesn't, you still have to do Matt Kemp one more year.
Yeah.
$21 million. I mean, you just don't have that extra money. They'll go over the 197 this year.
Yeah, that's
if they want to go back up to
after,
like 250. Once they break that,
they just wanted to get under it once. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Next year or in this offseason, they are going to go over that. They're not going to be worried about the luxury tax stuff anymore.
Right.
So that's when
a lot of teams are too, though.
Yeah, no, that's true.
The Yankees aren't going to go over that. Are going to go ahead. And the Yankees, and he's already said, I want to be a Yankee for the most part. So
did he say I want to be a Yankee, or did he say I want to be a janky?
Janky.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let's
we also
had
something very important.
If not journalists,
we had something very important come through the stream here from again an Ernest Mota Jr., whoever that is, Mota. Kevin, he says Kevin is George Costanza, which means you're my comic foil and I'm Jerry Seinfeld.
I'm in.
Yes.
I thought it was just because I was fat.
Hey, the guy that just walks in.
So am I.
Greg Bergman, the ass man.
This is Elaine.
The ass man.
Yes.
I'm Elaine Bennis.
That actually is my license plate. Is ass man.
Is it really? Ass man.
Mine is anus tart.
No, that's perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm not
Is
sure
that
where
what
that
we're
one came
going for?
from, but I appreciate that one.
Yeah. Thank you, Ernest.
Also, AJ says sorry, Jerry Hairston. Did we mention Jerry Hairston?
I don't know. Should I call him?
Talk about LeBron.
My close personal friend.
That's usually when it's sorry, Jerry Hairston.
Usually
Jay
that's sorry, Jerry Hairston.
Yeah.
Jerry Hairston does not like LeBron except when he's on the Lakers.
Yes, Jerry Hairston loves LeBron now.
That's true.
Yeah, he's all about that Bron. He was our go-to on Blue Heaven, Dodgers official Nation podcast, the Nation podcast.
We're getting a great view of that Charlie Blackmon facial hair right now.
Chuck Nasty.
There's a bird in it. There's a bird in
that. No kidding. That's amazing.
Oh, come on, Segura. We are rooting for you.
Yeah.
By the way, we still got a 2-2 tie, top 8, and 2. Do
Joey
better,
Votto.
Joey Votto.
And that's why we need more Reds on
You really
the team.
think underrated still after that?
I know, right?
That's why they don't let
Way to let
Canadians
me.
in
You're
the
making
league.
me look bad, Joey Bats.
By the way,
Oh wait, the other wrong one.
I'm so
He's only
disappointed his
good.
last
Wrong
name
one,
wasn't pronounced Vato.
Joey Votto.
Mira,
I mean, it is. But
He's
like,
upset.
with
That's pretty bad.
Manny Machado coming to the Dodgers, it's done. Right? Manny Machado.
Bring to you many Machados.
Look at LA just in general right now.
Yes.
You have LeBron, obviously, is a Laker.
Yep.
You have Manny Machado as a Dodger. You have Brandon Cooks, Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters, Ndamukong Suh.
Yeah.
I'd rather not bring up
Rams.
Aqib Talib. He's just a bad person.
He likes to rip
Not anymore.
chains.
Not anymore?
He's on the Rams, so he's a good person.
Oh,
Then, I
is
mean,
that
you-
how it works?
You have the
That's how it
god
works.
Zlatan on the Galaxy.
Who?
Zlatan.
Yeah, I know. I'm kidding. I know.
The guy.
You guys are tuned in to ESPN Radio.
Well, yeah.
This is Mason and
What I talk
Bergman.
about every day. But it's still,
Oh, and Segura.
Oh,
just hit
there's
a home
Segura.
run that we
Wow,
didn't get
way to
watch.
go. Joey Votto.
that is a 3-run
Totally
jack.
souped to the bed.
Run jack.
That one is definitely on Joey
MVP.
Votto.
Yeah, that was pretty
Gene
bad.
Segura.
How embarrassing. Like, see, personally, me, a Gold Glove caliber first baseman, would have made that play.
Yes, he would have.
Yeah, because I've been known for my fleet foot speed to get over there.
You
to the
are
line.
usually, when I played on a team with you, you were usually the pinch runner.
Oh, we talked about best Dodger third baseman, so he had to mention Jerry Harrison Jr.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Like, remember that one season where he didn't remember how to throw anymore?
Everything went straight to the ground.
Again,
just
we
put
love you,
Juan
Jay
Uribe
Hare.
there?
Please
Just-
continue to come on our
Will
show.
Uribe
Uribe was
belongs there.
fantastical. Also, how did Mitch Moreland finally make an All-Star game? Like he's
Drugs, man. Drugs.
No, that was Hanley Ramirez allegedly
That's right.
selling drugs, even though it didn't pan out.
Before or after Joe
I
Kelly?
kind of wish it did pan out.
Yeah, right.
It's been a story.
He needs some money.
So as we're talking about trades, we've recently heard that Le'Veon Bell is available. Do we think the Dodgers go after him? They could use a running game.
Yeah, you know what? Really, we haven't had many stolen bases.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
On a Dave Roberts team, as we've talked about.
Really disappointing, Doc. What up? What up with that? Ooh, what's up with that? What up with that? I need that all the time. I wish I could program things into this crappy thing, but
I think
instead
the
I just
Steelers
got.
are willing to trade him before training camp. I'm just throwing
You can't program things into that?
No, this is just a cheapy one I found because I didn't want to have it on my PC. Yeah. It works, yeah.
That's for all of you guys listening out there.
Yeah.
Little
It's
inside
free.
podcast.
You know, you want the thing with the thing. Hey, remember that
Do
time
you
it
want
was a
Gary to
tie
buy us a
game?
bunch of new equipment? Like for yes and comment below.
Yeah.
And Mitch
I
Moreland
wouldn't-
has
Mitch
himself an
Moreland,
all-star game
wow.
base hit.
It's like I wouldn't bet on it, but speaking of betting, it's like, no, they didn't pay for that.
No, they didn't.
They pay for
Uh-oh, it
everything
looks
else.
like
You might
Dave
be able to get
Roberts
that.
Oh.
is going to the bullpen.
Stripling, better be stripped. Bring out chicken strip.
Stripling.
We're not
Or
homers.
just
I can't
bring
join in on
Charlie Blackmon into pitch.
Just his beard.
Just the beard.
The only pitcher, the only
This is the only guy to get pulled from.
Also, who's this hater guy?
Bill Hader. I think
Why
he's
is Bill?
outside
Yeah,
right
why
now.
is Bill Hader out here? Like,
His
Isn't he
acting
a
career
terrible
is going
character
anywhere.
actor?
That one
Wow,
down,
that is a
too.
long,
Wow.
long stare at a home
you know,
run
Torrey
in an
Hunter would have
All-Star
robbed
game.
that.
Oof.
I
Wow,
think
he
he would
ripped
have
that
actually.
one.
Yeah,
Man, there's been a lot of dong shows in this game, by the way.
There have been a lot
that's
of dong
kind of
shows in this game.
a sign of the times.
They must all be learning from Doc Roberts being there. The only way your team can win is through home runs.
Yeah.
Long Dong
Dongs.
Roberts.
Long dong Roberts.
Long Dong Roberts.
I would agree.
Speaking of Doc,
So I say once we see a Dodger pitcher, I think that's where we end the broadcast.
We're pretty much done after that.
yeah, well, hopefully Stripling's coming in, but I didn't see who was coming up.
I'm hoping.
I
Kenley
bet you
doesn't
don't
come
see
into this
either
game.
one, Stripling or
I'm really
Jansen at
hoping
this
neither
point.
of them come into this game at this point. They're down 3 runs. The only thing it's worth is a risked injury. Maybe
this
he
is
wants Stripling to
Roberts.
throw a pitch to be like, you were in the game, get out.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's not a bad thing.
I didn't
He's
even like
literally
seeing
gonna
Matt
start
Kemp bat
walking up the
twice.
steps like mid wind up.
Get out. You're out. You're done.
Stripling runs out of the bullpen just to go in the dugout. So he wanted to feel important.
That's the tough part with All-Star games because there's not a lot of reason for players to show up. You remember that year? I remember it was. I don't remember what year.
I remember
it was.
that
It was
year.
a year that Jeter made the team, and he said he wasn't.
That one year that
yeah.
Jeter made the team.
He wasn't going to go to the All-Star game, and he just didn't show up to the All-Star game.
Seems fair.
It should be like football, where if they just like, I don't want to be there.
Yeah,
You
it
don't
should be
have to.
flag baseball.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
At that
I
point,
mean-
though, you start getting Salvador Perez in the game
The
as a catcher.
the
clearly.
football All-Star game means even less.
Does any All-Star game mean anything?
No, but at least this one,
Is
like
the
people.
NBA All-Star game exciting to you?
No,
The NBA All-Star game is actually a lot of
The
fun.
dunk
because
competition's
it's
fun.
just-
They have, like,
The
skills
dunk
Well, they
competition,
used to be
they-
fun.
At one
Skills
point, was
competitions
Michael
are cool.
Jordan or Kobe Bryant or
They're saying
Hold on,
Manny,
guys,
we're getting
breaking
Manny
news.
as official.
Dodgers. Oh, I was saying we're getting breaking news. Dodgers on verge of acquiring 4-time All-Star
Oh, on
Manny
verge.
Machado from Orioles, the Athletic.
Oh.
If it's the Athletic, it is real.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
well, that's Rosenthal. Let me go use my subscription to the Athletic.
Paulo Duca asks on Twitter, he's live today, guys. He says, can Manny Machado pinch hit now for the National League team?
Oh,
And
you
the
know what,
answer to that
Dookie?
is probably because it
Dookie,
means
no,
nothing.
you can't come back.
He's
and
already gone.
Talk about Dodger
He
stuff.
said his goodbyes.
He always tries to do that. Or he.
There are-
Can
So-
Leduca come in and pitch hit for the National League team?
I would pay good money to see that.
I wouldn't go with
That
that.
was
Probably
the
not.
all-steroid Dodger team. Eric Gagne.
My favorite era.
Oh,
Good
man.
times.
That was a good era.
Let's see. There's a
You know,
lot
I
of
had an
things.
Eric
I'm
Gagne jersey. I could never wear it again after that.
Oh, apparently it's
Dodgers Nation says it's been official.
We are on it today, man. I didn't even post that.
Tight.
That was
I'm seeing Machado to the Dodgers. Yeah, I'm seeing that Machado is official.
Oh, anyways, you guys.
I mean, not that thing.
Hold on, Gary. Are you telling us to talk about something else? I didn't hear that. What did you say?
So Chris
Don't
Taylor
give him half a
is
beer.
number 3. Chris Taylor's number
crazy
3
after
once
that.
he's 13. I mean, it's pretty clear, right?
Yeah,
Machado's
yeah.
getting 13.
Yeah, I would
It's pretty clear.
definitely go with that.
I think it has to.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, Max Muncy's been around a year.
Not even yet.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
around like 3 months.
But he also has 22 home runs and an over 1,000 OPS. I think you gotta let him just keep it. Why change what's working?
Yeah, but also
Yeah.
like
Because he's coming here for 3
let's,
months.
Let's talk about like the real on this. How much
real
are
real?
any of us banking on a follow up season like this by Max Muncy?
You're not. So you let him have it this year. There's no reason for
Let
him
him
to
have
change
his
number.
13?
Yeah, let him have his 13. Let him if it's working. Baseball is all about
The superstitions and all that.
So why change the guy? Because then everybody's going to start saying, "Oh yeah, this is just about the home run derby that he broke his swing in the home run derby."
Actually,
let him
our-
keep the 13.
Our biggest source here on the Machado trade is actually on Twitter. Doyers, please. Brilliant man. He knows everything. He or she literally knows everything. And a reliable source, they have agreed to that trade, and the Dodgers will receive Manny Machado, and the Orioles receive Charlie Steiner. Brilliant trade. 100% heard it here.
Yes. Goodbye, Mr. Steiner.
I can't wait till he still calls people
Steiner for Machado.
Steiner for Machado. That is a smooth
best trade possible.
Yeah, really.
So does Rick Monday get his wish now of being the number 2?
He's finally outlasted Ross Porter.
They get Rick's Mondays over there.
Rick's Mondays?
Rick's Mondays.
The greatest goat of ever? I think that's the thing, right?
Future non-Padre Brad Hand.
Brad Hand.
Brad Hand.
Is in the game. Non-Padre.
Where do we think Brad Hand goes before the deadline? Because he's gone for
literally anywhere else.
I don't know. I really feel like San Diego or Miami. San Diego's really bad at trading their relief assets.
They probably should have done it last year.
They should have.
I mean, the guy they probably should be trading out of all of that is Kirby Yates. You would assume.
I don't know. I mean, do people even know Kirby anymore? Like, that was kind of old school gaming. Yeah.
When he was just bobbing around. Yeah. Yeah, no, Kirby Yates is having a great year. I think that he's a guy. I think he's a right-hander though, which you probably need more lefties. But he's a guy that has been pitching fantastic out of the pen. I believe he's arbitration eligible for next year. He's probably not. He didn't look good when he was in Tampa Bay or in New York. So those are both mostly hitters' parks.
Yeah.
And he's now in San Diego. He's looking good. I don't know how much they're going to trade for him. I would like to see Kirby Yates. I just don't think it's ever going to happen.
Interesting.
Now would be the time for them to make some moves.
Well, they need to make some moves.
Because they're not going to go. I think. Yeah. I don't think they're going anywhere for a while. There was that year where they acquired. They had Will Myers. They had one or both of the Upton brothers. I don't know.
Both, and they had Kemp, and they had
Kemp. And everyone thought that that was going to be a year that they overtook the Dodgers and Giants. And
greatest tweet of all time.
Read that out loud so everyone else can play.
I cannot.
Yeah, that's not.
I like it.
The greatest tweet of all time just says, I'm just trying to fornicate.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
In those exact words.
Hey. I'm going to like that. I'm going to retweet it to our beautiful Dodgers fans out here.
And our TV is
AJ Gonzalez. We're going to flip Machado for Chris Hatcher. That's the intern's job to fix that.
We have to flip Machado for Chris Hatcher. Absolutely.
We don't even have him anymore.
Not even Chris Hatcher.
Is he even in the league anymore?
Mickey Hatcher.
I think Chris Hatcher is on the show Athletics.
All right, there's a couple here about DeGrom. Look, nobody is trading for DeGrom this year. I think we're at a point where the Mets are saying there's nothing that's going to happen with him.
My question is, DeGrom, I'm not positive on this. Is he a free agent at the end of the season, or does he have another year of control?
I do not recall.
I just know that he's 30. He's having the best year of his life. Let's see the contract. He is. I got it.
It's like he knows what he's doing in this regard.
I kind of have to do it on a daily basis. He's arbitration eligible for the next 2 years.
Oh wow!
So he's under control.
But he's also he's kind of like a younger 30 though.
Yeah, because obviously he came up much later too. Yeah. He's 30 and he's got 2 years of eligible.
Right. But he also pitched really well in the postseason. He took the Mets to the World Series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And now he's having another fantastic year where if he was with the Dodgers, he would be. Great, but you'd have to give up so much for him that I just don't think. And again, the Dodgers don't need a starting pitcher at this point, especially for this year. Maybe next year, depending on what happens with Kershaw.
A couple weeks ago, FRG had a really good idea for a trade with the Mets involving Austin Barnes.
Oh, I was saying Barnes for Seth Lugo.
Yes.
No.
That was the trade.
Was it Seth Lugo?
Yes.
Yes. They need catching help beyond this year. Darno didn't really work out for them, and I believe, is a free agent. They're not all that invested in the guy they got back from Cincy. I can't remember his name because he's basically a nobody. They need a catcher. Mesoraco, yeah. Mm-hmm. Morocco boy. Barnes is somebody who's under control through 2023. And Lugo, somebody who's in control through 2022, and they're both pretty damn cheap. So it's a trade that makes some sense for both teams. Seth Lugo is a better reliever than a starter, so it makes sense. Now as an eighth inning guy, the Mets had to utilize him out of the rotation because just everything blew up for them yet again because it's the Mets.
True.
Oh, look at that. Charlie Morton absolutely doesn't do anything to doctor the balls.
Oh, not at all. Trevor Bauer was completely wrong. Everybody in Houston is on the up and up.
Oh, God.
I don't trust anybody in Houston.
Listen, that spin rate, there's something about it, guys.
Hashtag spin rate.
Hashtag spin rate gate.
And they're talking about, I know
Spin
this-
gate?
Spin gate.
Spin gate. Wow.
Slap
Came over
hands.
that quick.
Well done.
MLB, I hope you're listening.
Absolutely.
Are the New York Mets looking for anybody?
There's a lot of talk here about.
They're always poaching Dodgers.
There's a lot of talk here on this Dodgers on this Facebook Live. It's talking about
Is there really?
more about DeGrom. It's all about DeGrom still though, but it's saying like
Interesting.
he wants to be
Yeah.
traded, send Maeda an infielder to the Mets. I mean, you're just not going to do Maeda
Nobody
an infielder to the
is.
Yeah,
Mets.
well, that's the thing. People don't understand how real trades
It would
work.
be Maeda,
Right.
an infielder, and like 6 prospects.
It's like
Right.
you're
You wanted to
playing
get
you're
DeGrom.
playing MVP 2005 and you turn off fair trade.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I
And
mean,
you
you
said
want
that
to be
Friedman
traded.
physically intimidate the Mets front office and say, "I'm going to
Friedman
beat you
used
up."
Intimidate. It was super effective.
Of course, he wants to be traded, but it's really what it is, and that's not. It's not that he wants to be traded. It's
Yeah.
that his agent is coming out and saying that he either wants to be signed long term or to be traded. Because if you're not going to sign him long term and you're not going to be, he's not a part of your plans for the future, then yes, you should absolutely get rid of him at 30 years old. And he
Yeah.
already had a little bit of an injury history.
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
yes, now is the time to trade him if you're not signing him up.
Interesting.
So
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm with you. But again, like as we've talked about, he would just cost so much. I would love to have him on the Dodgers, but he would cost so much to get, and it's just it would be guys that we should be able to use on like getting a couple of good relievers, which
Right.
is where we actually
Oh,
have
National
areas of
League home
need,
run.
and
There
the
you go.
National League.
Pete went
Christian Yelich,
Pete Davidson,
Freddie
off of
Davidson,
the
I
ball
got
doctor.
stuck.
or Pete Mercury.
But do you really think that the Dodgers need more relief help?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, because look, when you get into the postseason, you have these 7 starters, right?
Yes.
And only 3 or 4 of them, like we talked about a little bit earlier, 3 or 4 of them are going to be in your rotation. The rest of them are all going into the bullpen. Maeda, Hill, Stripling, Wood, whoever it is of those 4 are going to the bullpen. They're going to be your long relievers. They can pitch 1, 2, 3 innings, whatever you need. So if a guy like Kershaw goes out in the 4th or 5th inning, you have Wood to go for 2, 3 innings.
Yeah.
And then you have Scott Alexander. You have Dylan Floro, who's been fantastic.
Yeah, he's been very
You
good.
have Tom Kohler should be back. You mentioned him earlier. There's a lot of guys that you already have in place that will be
Yeah.
fine. And your relief core is going to be starters.
So realistically, with that being said, do they make a move for a starter? Is there even a need to make a move for a starter?
Or
As
even
much
a
as people-
reliever, yeah.
or a reliever, excuse me. As much as people might think, because right now that seems to be the forward thinking in people's minds that they don't need Manny Machado. They need a reliever. Is that true with all of the?
Like we need all of the above.
Right, with all the people coming off the disabled list, with all these people getting healthy. do
You
we
always
need a reliever?
need more, right? But so I think like
Money
the
mostly.
3 or 4 guys that are in Miami for like Bear Claw, I can't remember, all.
Etc.
Yeah, Ziegler,
Croissant,
yeah, Steckenreiter, Conley, all those guys, they'll all be available. They should all be cheap because the Miami's just giving away everybody at this point. So that you're going to be able to find, like last year, they went after Tony Watson and Tony Cingrani and brought them in cheap. Out of nowhere, we're like, whoa, Tony Watson, Tony Cingrani, where'd they come from? And then they were great down the stretch.
Yeah.
So you're going to see more. If you're going to make moves, it's going to be those types of guys because that's the type that Friedman and Zaidi like.
Well, and that's another guy too, is Cingrani that you
Nasty.
bring up. Cingrani has been great when he's
Yep.
been healthy. He has been absolutely what we need when he's
But
been
also
healthy.
really bad
Is-
when he's not healthy, and then he just stops
Very
showing
true.
up.
Yes.
He doesn't even show up to the games anymore.
I actually
you
forgot
follow
about Cingrani.
You follow pretty closely, dude. Is there an update on what's going on?
There hasn't
with
been
him?
any change. They threw a bullpen
shut him down.
2 weeks ago. Yeah,
Did they?
and
Ah.
so
him down
he's
pretty
Have him healthy
end
for
of
the
August.
postseason.
Yeah.
He's an end of August.
That's
Well,
all that
then the
matters
X
at this
factor
point.
too is a guy like Julio Urias, who we haven't really talked about.
I mean,
but-
there's still a Tom Kohler as a right-handed guy that they signed to be this year's Brandon Morrow. There's Urias who's coming
he's
back.
been Brandon Morrow from like 4 years ago.
he's Padre Morrow.
Only
for sure.
injured. Yeah.
Hyunjin Ryu was on his way to an All-Star berth for sure this season.
Yeah, we didn't even talk
then-
about Ryu.
Yeah, and he's somebody. Well, yeah, when you tear your groin off the bone,
right.
you kind of hit the back burner, and that's just one of those things you don't want to talk about or think about.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's not
God.
a thought I want to.
Yeah.
That hurts just thinking about it.
Yes, indeed.
There's the Like the little sad trombone out there.
Oh, I was going to say I didn't hear that. I just saw you
It's
touch
just
something.
a bunch of awkward silence.
Yeah, I know. But for them, I understand. You gotta remember,
He touches
I'm good
a
at
button,
this.
and then we all just make eye contact with each other.
As if we know what's happening.
All right, then it says from Vic, but are we better than Houston, Boston, Cleveland, or New York?
Cleveland, yes.
Cleveland, yes.
No,
Houston,
yes,
Boston, New York,
yes.
no.
I think everybody, basically everybody in the American League looks better. Their pitching is better. Overall, their lineups look better.
Yeah, it's the Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference of the NBA right now.
Right. Basically.
Yeah.
Right, but it's
But we're the
It's a-
Celtics.
So
Tom,
Tom,
are a crapshoot.
We are the Celtics.
Yeah.
Tom says he's going to go ahead and go on PlayStation and see what it's going to cost him to bring DeGrom to LA. That's a good point. You let us know. We're
Yeah.
going to send that directly.
Is that
to
Tom
Andrew
Coley?
Friedman.
Waiting.
Yeah, because we have that ability. Just like we were able to deliver that Rich fix
Yeah,
out
absolutely.
to Rich Hill.
Right to Rich Hill.
You know, we are Dodgers Nation. We have that direct line straight to Andrew Friedman because we the best. And that's going to happen. And
the
a
best.
hi to Ron Allen Jr. Thanks for tubing in. We got people watching on the YouTube too. We haven't really talked about them, so hi YouTube.
Hey, we're on YouTube? Are we on Instagram?
It's like we knew
what
that.
Are we on?
I don't know.
No Instagram.
No Instagram.
Okay. Periscope, Twitch.
On Twitch.
Oh, we're on
Hey Twitch audience. I've never done that.
Dodgers
I don't know how
Nation TV.
did this. Yeah. Well, I mean, unless you're like one of those gaming streamers and all that, we can start playing. Yeah.
Do you have a?
We should start playing
system?
MLB 05. I have MLB 04. We can go with 2K12. Hell yeah.
The Show. Yeah, I'm a big fan of MLB The Show. Back in the day.
I was pretty good at Madden 05.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NHL 94 was my game.
On N64.
NHL, yeah, that was strong. That's a good game. I got it.
Okay. So we want to go. Oh, we're gonna call Friedman. Yep. And we have a Rachel Tucker on the line. Go for Barney.
I'm sorry, do we?
Yes. So you better watch your tone. So everybody, should we call our good close personal friend of Blue Heaven, Bob Nightingale, to see what the latest is? If only we could do that.
That might be pretty
just
cool.
go,
Well, we
hey,
do have his number.
You're live. You're live on Dodgers
Dude, the last
Nation.
thing. Let's see what the last.
Sorry,
thing
what was the
about
Rachel
that
Tucker
is.
comment?
No, it says joined.
Oh. Hi, baby.
What? Hi. What do you want? Where?
Sorry, that's my fiance.
Oh, I was going to say.
Oh, way to spoil the mystery for all the boys out
I was going
there.
to say I love inside jokes.
Sorry,
I'll be a
boys.
Part of one someday.
Well done.
There you go.
Sorry, boys. I am taken.
It says, Fred Rogan saying official Manny Machado.
Who's that?
Hi, Bay.
I don't know.
Fred
I don't
Rogan
know.
of
Who's that?
a local sports station.
I don't.
Not a fan?
No, I don't know who it is.
Okay.
No.
I
Some
don't
guy.
think the rest of LA knows who it is either.
Yeah.
Fred,
Should I not be
Fair
saying
enough.
that? I should probably not be saying that.
Fred's coming after you now.
Fred doesn't know who I am.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll learn.
There's a
know now.
very strong. I'm putting it out there right now.
Go ahead.
They're going to announce it right after the game, and then they're going to do. You remember back when we got Aegon and all that, and they were on the plane, took the picture, him and during the Nick Punto trade of 2012. They had the selfie on the plane. That's what's going to happen, and they're gonna.
yeah.
It's going to be them. I'm pretty sure Matt Kenson going doing the. Banana,
Yes.
banana, or whatever the hell Kike did
but
all
we
those
should
years
make
ago.
it. We should make it very clear that it's not actually official just yet.
Not 1,000 billion% official, but there's a lot of people saying
There's a
it.
lot of, but
Essentially, it's done, but it's
essentially
It's
done.
not
Yeah, but It's
official.
not an official
Yes.
thing. And remember, we
Who
are
on the
dealing.
It's like,
we are
remember-
dealing with the Baltimore front office.
Remember when LeBron?
They are at a
remember
lot of
LeBron was a Laker for all those weeks before they announced it.
That's true. Remember when Philadelphia thought that they were going to get him?
Ooh.
The process. Trust it.
The process.
Oh, that's
And
now I get it.
I'm not on
So
Twitter or
are
anything,
we
so
actually
we
going
may
to see
have
Kenley in this game?
We are going to see. It looks like Ross Stripling.
Chicken
Oh,
strip.
okay.
Yeah, I can see some chicken strip action.
Doc,
That's
Yeah.
good. 'Cause,
Doc walking
I don't know
out.
if you guys noticed the last game, but Kenley Jansen's velocity was back down.
Yeah,
to where
he's
it was
on
in
that
the
struggle
beginning.
bus again.
Going
So
on.
you
no
know-
reason to see him in this game because of that.
In spring,
No, not at all.
absolutely at all. So back in spring
We got a
training,
Tecmo Bowl shout out on here, by the way.
back in spring training, there was the whole question about why he was. I think did he
Hashtag
play
Bo
3
Jackson.
games?
Hashtag Bo Jackson.
He played maybe 3 games during that
Bo
whole
knows,
spring
yeah.
training, and
Yeah,
so
it was
people-
terrible.
There was the report that came out much later that it was a hamstring injury that it was actually bothering him. It wasn't the fact that they were taking it slow with him because he didn't need a lot of warm. Because originally it was, he doesn't need that much tune-up. He's a closer. He works out all the time, and then it was his hamstring was lagging a little bit, and then he started blowing games, and it was like he's not all there, and he might need some time off. And so now we come for a time, and he went through a phase where he was throwing pretty well
Yeah.
from the eye test. And I think when you really examine and look at what he was doing, if you looked at how often, and this is something I've noticed throughout the year, how often he misses his spots this year versus last year, it's night and day.
It's been bad.
It's been terrible. Even when his velocity is there, he's still missing his spots terribly.
Out over the plate.
When's that? Well, let's see. We're in year. What are we in year in?
It's actually after 2019.
This is year 2 now.
2? Yeah.
I feel like since Game 2 of the World Series, he hasn't been the same Kenley.
Something got to
even
him.
through the rest of the World
Marwin
Series.
Gonzalez for no apparent
reason. Yeah, exactly.
By the way, that's one of the reasons that I think that the Dodgers lost that entire series is because they blew that Game 2, giving up that home run.
So we have
and then like the 2-4 run leads.
The bad luck games.
We have a fun statistic from our friend Bob Nightingale talking about Machado's going to pick up 40 games in the standings and 25 victories when he's traded from the Angels from the Angels. I'm sorry, my bad.
From the Angels. Wow.
From the Orioles to the Dodgers.
So he's being traded to the Angels and immediately being flipped to the Dodgers.
That trade? No, it's not Andrew Heaney.
Or Andrew Heaney.
Howie Kendrick swap.
But yes, you're right, though. Kenley Jansen's velocity is down, and he's just not hitting the same spots that he was. Yeah. And it's the same thing that you're seeing with Kershaw, too. His velocity is way down, not hitting the spots that he was hitting. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it's just...
and we've talked
is that on Mark Pryor? Is that on... I mean, he's your pitching coach.
Everything's Mark Pryor's fault at this point.
Probably.
I agree. It's just a Cub.
Bring back
Mark Pryor.
Well, FRG and I have talked about, we've talked about Kershaw at length on Blue Heaven, on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and DodgersNation.com. We've talked about Kershaw. Nice, I like it. I heard that.
I heard that one.
We've talked about Kershaw
really
and how we feel that Kershaw really needs to be going the Maddox/Verlander route.
And being better?
But changing the way that he pitches, that he's not a power pitcher anymore. But
chicken strip in the game, baby.
Right, Ross Stripling. But he's got so much in his arsenal that he can still be an elite pitcher.
That's why I say
without constantly throwing fastballs. And he's still, if you look at his numbers this season, he's still relying heavily on that fastball, even when it's coming in at 65 miles an hour.
Right.
And he's got a great slider. The slider has looked a lot better since he's come back.
Well, he comes and goes with the slider.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, earlier in the season it was bad, but since he's come back, it's been more consistent and it's been very solid. And he's got a 12-6 curve, he's got a regular curve, he's got a changeup that he can kind of throw
every once in a while. Yeah.
But he can also place his fastball wherever he wants it now that he's not injured anymore. And so it's kind of this thing of like he needs to stop trying to be old Kershaw and stop trying to overpower hitters with an 89-mile-per-hour fastball, which isn't going to happen. That was a hell of a pitch by Stripling right now. And focus
what he does.
Trying to fool. Yeah, exactly. Focus on trying to fool hitters.
Well, and that's that was what Greg Maddux was all about. Was about finding and hitting his spots. And I agree with you. Yeah. This is exactly what he should become. He should become a pitcher that is just relying on hitting his spots and being as accurate as possible.
Mm-hmm. But a big difference between the two of those guys was that Maddux could run the ball both ways.
Right.
Kershaw doesn't have that. He doesn't have arm side run. So that's a huge detriment when you can't move a ball away from a righty or into a lefty or whatever you need to do with it. That's a really big loss of two sides of the plate in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would agree with that.
I really don't think he's one of those guys
though that he can turn into a Verlander.
To pinpoint an 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
Well, if you talk about Verlander, though, he went through a period when he was still with Detroit where he was throwing 91, 92, 93.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's back up to 94 to 96. I don't know what it is that he's found a fountain of youth, but ever
Houston, wink.
As soon as you got to Houston, I don't know, pitching coach, whatever you want to say it is, but he has his velocity is completely
pitching coach
jumped.
Mark McGuire. Yes.
Who's up for the St. Louis Cardinals managerial job.
Oh wow.
Which is just
not
weird
a good
and not okay. I believe he's the bench coach in San Diego right now. But I don't want to see that.
He's made a career out of being a bench coach.
Right. And that's what he should be. He can't be at this point he cannot be that guy.
So Stripling's got one strike on Chu. He's gotten 2 outs right now. Only thrown 7 pitches.
You see that a lot with Stripling this year. It's where he's getting a lot of
very efficient.
Very efficient. Yeah. Very low pitch counts.
My analysis is that he's been good.
Yes.
He's a good pitcher.
So Hector wonders if we think Dodgers can make it to the World Series with this current roster and no Manny Machado.
Yeah.
I'd say yes, because even when you get into that point,
yeah,
obviously it seems like we don't need to worry about that, but even if we get to that point, it really seems like it's hit and miss at that point in the world or in the playoffs. You know, it's whoever happens to come in hot and get the right breaks.
Yeah,
it's luck at that point.
Oh yeah, the Giants were not the most talented team in baseball. 3 championships every other year. I mean, it was just they got hot at the right time in even years. I mean, so it's very much baseball more than anything else is about just peaking at the right time and kind of being lucky. Whereas like something like basketball, generally the best team in the league wins the championship every year. I mean, it's rare that they don't.
Yeah, if you look at the rest of the NL, who do you think is better than the Dodgers without Manny Machado? I mean,
I think
maybe
an
the Cubs
could be made for the Cubs.
I mean,
that's
sure,
it. Yeah.
Argument could be made for them
it.
because they've been there and this is going to be the same thing. But besides that, I don't believe in Atlanta. They're still too young. I don't believe in Philly. They're still too young. I don't believe in Washington. They're not even in the playoffs at this point. Milwaukee, I don't think they have the pitching to get anywhere further.
Well, if we're going with results against the Dodgers, I would say the Marlins are much better.
Of course. Well, then the Reds are World Series champions.
The Reds have walked to the World Series.
So on our side
based on
here,
our All-Star team too, they are.
Absolutely.
on our side here, we got 5-3 game. We got 2 outs, Stripling on the mound, 1-2 to our boy Shin-Soo Choo. But the real story is, friend of Dodgers Nation, Michael Duarte. He's saying believes the deal is agreed upon, and it's looking like it's going to be Yasniel Diaz, Dustin May, and Errol Robinson, who's apparently somebody in the minor. Don't pretend like you know.
He's
Heading to Baltimore.
Yeah, he is. He's a top 30 guy.
For Machado
Stripling
and
gets out of
cash.
it.
Chicken strip.
And
Well
possibly
done.
bonus pool money. Again, not official,
Interesting.
but it seems
always-
fluid.
This is the longest breaking news trade of all time.
If the All-Star game wasn't happening, this
It
would have
would
been
have
done.
been.
That's right.
Yeah.
It would have been done
started breaking
yesterday.
at 8:00 this morning.
It would have
really
been
did.
done yesterday if this wasn't happening.
But
Baltimore
it's
didn't
just
want to
like
trade him
Been
away.
like LeBron continuing to possibly agree to play with the Lakers.
If
Oh yeah, he does have a direct contact.
the only reason they can't
So
now.
Clint Evans from Dodgers Nation, our good friend Clint,
You can get him
Is,
at
uh,
Diamond Hoggers. on
at
At
Twitter.
Diamond Hoggers.
on Twitter, is confirming with various sources around the league that Machado will be traded.
Ooh, did we just drop sources?
The Machado will be traded to the Lakers.
Yeah.
He will start alongside LeBron James
Point guard.
And Zlatan.
at point guard and Zlatan.
should I call it sources?
Ibrahimovic.
Yes.
Should we
So-
call Bob Sorsengale?
Yeah, can we call Bob Sor-
So that's just like the Dodgers.
Bob
though,
Knight and
right?
Source?
Isn't
Knight
that
and Source.
isn't that right on par with their selling off prospects for huge names? Doesn't
Yeah.
that sound just like the Dodgers that you know?
Every year.
Not
That's what
quite.
I see. You lose prospects all the time.
But
But the main
What
ones
I
don't
love-
go.
we-
We've
that's the
talked
thing. We
about
talked about
this.
that,
Yeah. We end up trading away the right guys.
Like the guys who have Tommy John right away.
Not
Have you
Willie
heard
Calhoun.
anything about
Basically.
Jose De Leon since? Have you
Yeah.
heard
Tommy John.
of
Jarrell Cotton.
Yeah, Jarrell
Tommy
Cotton
John.
blew his
Old
elbow
Tommy
out.
John.
yeah,
You know,
And
Carlos
then
Santana. Oh, too soon.
Willie
but
Calhoun. I think Willie
He was
Calhoun.
Paul
Calhoun
That
hasn't
guy
been
was
Willie
there.
Calhoun.
Paul Calhoun.
When we first traded Willie Calhoun, he had a great season. After we traded him, after that, he kind of
Nothing.
fell off.
in the months,
Yeah.
but he hasn't come.
The rest of
up
the guys
this year.
in that Yu Darvish trade, you don't even hear about
Yeah.
at all. I mean, even Willie
Couldn't
Calhoun.
even tell you.
Andrew
That's Willie
Heaney.
Calhoun.
What's he doing?
Well, he was gone for so long. I mean, like, to be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
though, I mean, Heaney is really.
He was
good
another
pitcher.
guy who
He's one of the
he blew his
19
elbow
Angels
out.
pitchers who had
Yeah.
Tommy John.
Yeah,
this year.
exactly.
Yeah, he, was,
Sorry.
he
Yeah.
just came back.
Well, they got a group rate.
But that that
You
02
gotta take
World
advantage
Series,
of it.
though.
Take advantage.
that 02 World Series.
Group rate. They had a Groupon with
Had a
Dr.
Groupon for
Neil
Tommy John,
Trash. Right.
Did you want to get
Sponsored
Tommy
by-
John surgery too? Drop the name Dodgers Nation at Dr. Neil Trash's office. You'll get 50% off.
I
We
think
might,
that
we
was,
might get some flack for that one.
He'll
that
say
was
Dodgers
the
what?
Angels Nation.
What? Yeah.
Just use the promo code Breaking Blue for more.
That doesn't really exist right now.
Oh, all right. Oh, I was going to go another one, but we might get more in trouble with that one. It involves numbers.
What? And a shade.
Yes, a shade of numbers that doesn't really exist. I don't think even you could get that at Home Depot.
I don't think you can.
Ooh, can we get Home Depot as a sponsor? 'Cause, I need a new water
Gary,
heater.
what do you think? All right.
Can we call our
Gary's
Home
going to
Depot
call his
guy?
direct contact at Home Depot.
Yeah.
They're going to catch that part
Straight
about.
to the cancer
They're going
stuff.
to catch that.
Absolutely.
So we got Rob saying Dodgers aren't done. They're going to move Logan for some pitching. Like, what, Little League pitchers?
Who's taking Logan Forsythe and his...
I mean, Brooke over here is probably get up to about 84 on a good day. If you guys want to
make a trade for me for Forsythe, I mean, I'll do it straight up.
I'd probably do that trade, actually.
You can go take my job, and I'll take his.
Seems fair.
I've actually gotten some flack for my making fun of Forsythe from some Dodgers Nation people. The people get mad. They're like, he's such a nice guy, and people are just haters.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not a hater. I'm just kind of an intense disliker. Like, I just... Charge the amount. Charge the amount.
It was a Rocky, though, so,
Yeah.
Fair.
Nobody likes Trevor Story
today.
He did.
Everybody likes Trevor Story.
Yeah.
When it's an All-Star game. Wow.
Oh, that was
head hunting.
I don't know if you guys are watching the game right now here on
well, they are, but they're watching it like a minute ahead of us.
This pitcher from Seattle,
the game's over to them.
Was just just headhunted Trevor Story. And dude's throwing 98 miles an hour. That's not dangerous.
That's a good time to get up near the face.
Absolutely. So what do you guys think? Do we come back? The NL come back and win this?
Yeah, I think...
Nobody out, top of the ninth?
Does Mac come back?
I think we're going to go and throw Max Muncy in there, and he's going to hit at least 12 home runs this round.
Celebrity shot.
Telling you.
Celebrity shot.
Somebody gets on base. Somebody gets on base.
He walks out with a ping pong ball.
Inserts himself in the lineup. Steals a base.
That's must-see TV.
Yeah, I think at the end of this game, the two teams will have sportsed.
I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
And we will have not.
Analysis.
No. Oh. Well, we'll have eaten pizza and drank beer. We're the real winners.
Yeah.
That's the only way to
listen, guys, we're the real heroes of this
Champagne Velvet brand.
In fact. Brought to us from the
Commoner, Uptown Whittier.
We can go over the Commoner right after this, guys.
We can.
And drink more.
But we got a podcast to record.
We have a podcast to record, and I have work in the morning, so that'll be fun.
Well,
so do I.
Just don't do that. I've been a proud retiree.
I wish it was that easy. I wish it was just like, you heard it here.
You could just retire, guys.
FRG's been retired here for about a year, it feels like.
FRG is the anti-Nike.
And Trevor Story.
Just don't it.
A bad
strikes out.
I think Dieter Rule should have been selected as All-Star.
Yeah, they should absolutely do that. They should have.
Do that. Yeah, every single part of it. DJ. They should do that for announcers so that we don't have to listen to Joe Buck every year. They should do that.
I would agree.
Fan vote announcers.
And
somehow we make it. This crack team.
I think by now.
I want to. Somebody else. I feel like for the sake of full disclosure, we should be truthful here. Brooke was never actually in Washington D.C. We apologize. We don't know how this came about.
The bullet train wasn't real.
There was no bullet train from L.A. to D.C.
I had to suspect that your arm wasn't that good.
Yeah.
Well, that was really the big giveaway.
2 feet away.
I think it was. We had people believing that he was in D.C., and then it was just, no, there's no way FRG would have thrown a beer that far. FRG can throw a beer over the mountains over there, but he can't throw it, just like Uncle Rico. Can't throw it to D.C., though.
You're very good at the movie references very slyly.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you that.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
You are very subtle about it.
Yeah.
Well, it's not as funny if you're overt, I think.
Well,
it's like, hey, you remember that one time? You remember that time in that movie? Hey, remember when you were in the Beatles?
That was awesome.
So you're doing the whole thing, too. You got the whole Chris Farley where you're like playing with the shirt and the whole deal.
You remember when he said that?
Little known fact, FRG is actually a classically trained actor.
Mm-hmm.
In the classics only.
And free beer connoisseur.
Yes.
Is that Chase Utley?
That is
late contender. Okay. He just shows up.
How do we say his last name? Is it Gannett or Jeanette?
Just go with what your heart says.
Is it Jeanette? Yeah,
like
that's what I thought too.
It's like GIF or GIF.
It's Ganoit.
Yeah.
Which is
Ganoit.
GIF, by the way. Is it GIF or GIF? Let us know in the comments below.
If it's GIF, we don't want you.
It is GIF, but it should be GIF.
How dare you?
GIF is a peanut butter. GIF,
I agree,
is a moving picture.
Well, if you want to go with that,
like Harry Potter.
Is it soda or pop? If you're in the middle of the country, it's pop, and pop is a sound, not a drink.
It is not
or
pop, and I will knife fight anyone.
And it doesn't even make a pop; it makes a ksh. I also do sound effects. Move over, Michael Winslow.
The National League actually looks pretty sad. They look upset.
Zach Greinke still looks like a psychopath.
So you know what you shouldn't do if you're behind in a game?
Pretty sure he's a murderer.
If you're behind in a game, you shouldn't look at Twitter while that game is going on because I know what's going to happen now, and I'm kind of excited about it and not at the same time. Let's see what you think. Which way is the right?
What do you think? Let us know in the comments below.
Guys, I'm going to make a bold prediction. I'm going to say right now, Scooter Gennett is going to tie this ball game.
Does that make you
with
happy
a home run?
Or sad?
I'm gonna
It
say
makes
he
me
does
kind of
too.
sad because it means we get to
$5
stay here.
$5 says he ties the game.
Yeah, you give me $5.
There it goes. Goodbye.
Oh my God!
You can
He just
put
hit
it on the board. No.
Yes.
That is why the Reds are the best team in baseball.
It's Ganoit. We got
Genois
Tom
is
saying
actually-
it's
it's French.
Net. So there we go. Can we get
All right.
Scooter
Thank
as
you,
well?
Tom.
No.
Christian Waugh.
Curtis Stage wants to have
Rest
Scooter
in
Jeanette as
Rest in
well.
peace. No, because I feel like that means we have to go a
No,
little
because even
longer.
so, this game's going to end. It doesn't. They don't
It'll
go.
end in 2
Oh,
hours.
it's not going
It'll end
into
in 2
it.
hours.
Still be a
I'm
walk-off?
happy about it.
Bottom of
so
the
now
ninth?
National League.
I'd like to see a walk-off.
The
What do you
National
know?
Hey,
League
can the
cannot
American
lose.
League put in Jansen right now so the National League can win this? That's right. I said it, Dodgers Nation. And
Oh, I
what?
thought you
At me,
wanted
bro.
Jansen batting.
Hey, he is batting like 500 this
Yeah.
season.
No.
No,
That's
no.
long dead.
That's why nobody
I
cares.
think there's criminals outside.
I saw a thing that said the further we get away from home field advantage in the All-Star game, the less sense it made, and I agree with that entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
not wrong.
There's really no reason for this whatsoever. But
Especially since Kansas City just took over the vote entirely, though. Remember that
Yeah.
year
that
where
where
they had like
everybody in
the
Kansas City
ballot,
eight
yeah.
Was the
players,
All-Star
yeah.
team?
and it was like they're not even good. Why are
And
they
they
on the
still
team?
won.
They did, yes. Which made me feel worse about that.
It was really weird. Yeah.
crappy
yeah, you
year.
had.
I think the All-Star game really just exists now as a vehicle for us to be able to announce a game. So
Thank
you're
you.
living your childhood dream right now.
I'm
aren't you?
living my childhood dream of being Joe Buck.
You know, we could do
you
this
were
more
at
often.
journalism school.
It doesn't just happen.
Oddly enough.
He learned it out of
Started
school with
as a
hard
major.
knocks.
There's Scooter.
Yeah, honestly,
Jeanette.
for somebody who grew up on Vinny, your call is god awful.
Well, if we were taking this seriously, and I might had time to prepare.
I thought we were all. You had all the time in the world. We planned this literally minutes before the game.
Yes.
you need your own home run call. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, like
back.
stroke, stretch.
You can do the Spanish call.
That was
Seva, bomba!
Home run!
go. Oh, Doc is so happy about that Gannett home run.
Like,
He
I'm
really
going to
is.
win my first All-Star game.
How do you guys feel about this game tying? Let us know in the comments below.
Here's Big Boy again.
We're tired of talking to each other.
Jesus
So if you could
Aguilar.
get us a
Chewy
question in
Aguilar.
here,
Yeah.
that would be fantastic.
Come on, Chewy.
If
Just-
Chewy
just
walks it
walk off.
It's Miss Chewy.
Chewy.
Chewy against Diaz.
So on cut 4, they're saying Siri search for homes near Dodger Stadium for Manny Machado, and as noted on our very own Dodgers Nation Twitter, Alexa is better.
How dare you all?
Do you ever
Hashtag
sit
Alexa.
at home? Do you have Alexa? You sit at home and all of a sudden you're just talking and it'll
And
just
it
like,
just-
She
I don't
does
know
that
what
to
that
me
means.
all the
And you're
time.
like, "Ah!"
Yeah.
I have no idea. I wasn't talking to you.
I ask her daily, Alexa, are you a wiretap? Amazon takes your privacy very seriously.
I'm sure.
I feel like
What are you
really.
swinging at, Chewy?
I feel like really there should be you have OK Google and the other one just go up against each other. Just have a full blown
OK Siri.
conversation or a battle. Yeah. OK Siri.
Someone needs to create the rap battle. The Siri and OK Google rap battle would be amazing.
Oh, we have
Come
the
on,
most-
Chewy. Is that a walk-off?
Is it
Is
a
that a
walk-off?
walk-off?
Nope.
No, it's a
No.
walk right into the glove.
it's kind of a
And that
walk-off.
was
Game's over,
disappointing.
right?
Nope. Nope.
You know,
Yep.
we have the most important question as we
At the end
figure
of the
out
game.
if they're going to play a 10th inning or not. The most important question of all of the questions: Joe Buck or Charlie Steiner?
Joe Buck.
Charlie Buck.
What's the question?
Charlie Buck. That's it.
Do I have to kill one of them, or what's happening?
Marry, kill, fornicate. Go. Joe Buck, Charlie
I
Steiner,
think
and
one of them
Plow.
twice.
Plow is a friendly way of saying
Plow.
it, right? Plow.
Yeah.
Shtup.
Marry, kill, shtup.
Shtup. In honor of our friend Greg being here.
Joe Buck, Charlie Steiner, FRG. Go.
We'll go
kill-
live to
Yes.
be.
I'll probably marry FRG, to be
Marry
honest with
FRG,
you.
all right.
Hell yeah.
And I'm definitely killing Charlie Steiner. I'm sorry.
you're banging, Joe Buck, huh?
plowing Joe Buck.
I'm making him
Is he gonna
regret
be
this decision.
He's a good-looking older dude.
Is it going to be a hate shtup?
Probably most.
He's got that beard. It's like
You
a
guys
little
hear that?
small
I am
beard,
wifey
yeah.
material.
If he's gonna
Little
call
scratchy.
that
Little
whole
scratchy,
session,
yeah.
though, I'm not gonna want to listen to that. Down the line.
So the best retort here, we have our friend AJ Gonzalez says, Joe Buck or Charlie Steiner reminds me of when Michael Scott tells Toby, if I was stuck in a room with Hitler and Osama bin Laden and
shoot
Toby,
Toby twice.
I'd shoot Toby twice. Why do you choose, what I hate so much the things you choose to be?
God, I love AJ. All right.
Yeah, he's the preeminent. Was it Office and other?
Yeah,
he's the number one fan. That's what he is, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
all things.
according to Jason Stark, last year there was a 10th inning home run from Robbie Cano. Don't you know? So there is going to be a 10th inning.
Well, I'm out for the 10th inning. I don't know about you guys.
Should we just bail?
I think we should just bail. Guys, that has been Dodgers Nation's broadcast of the first 9 innings of the 2018 All-Star Game. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check out Blue Heaven Podcast. That is going to be available tomorrow morning. Will be on iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Google Play, and DodgersNation.com, as well as looking out for Greg Bergman's after game shows.
Bergman After Hours.
Show, yeah.
Bergman After Hours.
Post-game shows.
2 to 3 a week.
His after baseball game stuff. That is going to be live on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, and Periscope, right?
Yep, Periscope,
okay.
And whatever else Gary
multiple
says
times per week.
Also, very, very important thing is
he
says you guys said, okay, Google, my search engine interrupted you. We
Sorry
still
about
got it, baby, reaching right into your
That
homes.
means it just did it again, by the way.
Alexa, order condoms. All right, have a great night, guys. Take care.